Based
After Dark.
Thank you all for watching the Based After Dark podcast. If you enjoyed this show, then you can support us further by subscribing to our Patreon that offers 3 different tiers. That will be linked in the description down below.
Wieners. Sorry.
All right, now I'm unmuted. God damn it, Ignoble. Jesus. Okay. Well, we're live.
Jesus
We are live. Thanks, Ignoble.
Thank you, Ignoble. Thank you. 30 minutes late, and you
We're on-
ruined everything.
That's true.
What are you gonna do? Kick me out?
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
Actually, no. Don't
You
kick him
shut
even
up.
as a joke.
Just
If it
stop
fucks up the
talking
scene,
for
I'm
2 seconds,
gonna be
please.
so upset.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Based After Dark. Actually, episode 50. I'm sure we can all agree that we are very glad that Skatiza was not actually episode 50. That this actual important special episode is episode 50 today, the live podcast. It is good to see all of you. Today we have Mr. Nine Rain, Mr. Ignoble, Mr. Tasty from YouTube, T Papa Slice, and Zoe Pancakes, our queen. How's everybody doing?
Bro,
Pretty
Great.
good.
So
Yeah,
good.
Dandy.
I feel like this is really early for all of us except Nine Rain. Is that true?
This is what I normally stream.
Really? Okay.
Well,
Well, yeah,
that's
Zoe too. Okay. Well, I guess the basis of this podcast is we kind of want to do a little bit of a Tennessee recap, fill in the people of all the stories. I'm sure everybody in the chat has listened to all of us regale you individually in our streams, but now we're gonna give a real timeline, and we're gonna get into the debauchery because there is some weird stuff happening with bullfrogs, hot tubs.
Are we gonna address the allegations or?
We're gonna wait
We're
till
not
the end of
gonna-
the cast.
Oh,
We're
that's
gonna
for
have to-
removing you from the
Yeah.
scene?
We're actually not even
Yeah.
going to mention the fact
Yeah.
that there's allegations.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I mean,
if you
there-
want to go ahead and edit that part out, Tasty,
Okay, yeah,
I don't know how
okay.
this whole thing works.
No,
but
they are against Ignoble, so if he wants to address them, he's
those
very
allegations,
welcome.
we're
Those
definitely
allegations.
addressing
We
those.
said what happens in the cabin stays in the fucking cabin. Shut up.
It was technically on the
Shut up.
balcony, but we'll get to it later.
If there's any animal rights activists in here, I'm sorry. That's all I'll say about that situation.
Is a human being an animal to an animal rights activist?
Well, technically, a bullfrog is a reptile. It's not an animal.
Well, if we're gonna get
No,
into
wait. I thought they were an amphibian.
You're thinking of its trout.
What? No,
That's a fish.
a bullfrog is an
Bro?
Okay, so on that
Help
note, I
me.
just wanted
Help.
to inform everybody that my role here today on this podcast as somebody who did not attend Base Tennessee, I'm gonna kind of reel everybody in, okay? Make sure the timelines are making sense. You know when your friend tells a story with their other friend to somebody else, and you don't really know what they're talking about, but you're kind of trying to follow it the whole time? I'm gonna try to make sure that doesn't happen. So I'm gonna be lightly surveying the chat. If there's anything that doesn't make sense, you just let me know, and I'll try to address it.
She is the Joe Rogan.
I
Yeah,
am
but
Joe
you
Rogan, and you're
you
all
have to
Alex Jones.
you have to address her as mommy.
yes.
Yes.
So
Ooh, I got the one I wanted. Let's go.
What? I thought you're stoked about calling Zoe mommy. What are you?
that me too, bro.
Oh no, I got Alex Jones. I got assigned Alex Jones. That's
We're
it.
all Alex. Okay.
We're all Alex Jones. What the
We're
fuck?
all Alex Jones, and nobody is not Alex Jones. I'm hearing things to keep us on track.
Zoe Rogan.
It's me.
I
So
guess
where?
everybody had a different starting experience. I mean, everybody came
Yeah.
from. It was the logistics of making that trip work were painful for my Bane. Very smooth Bane. It was very difficult, but
Do you guys feel like you're still recovering?
Dude, yeah, a little bit.
I mean, there's still
Maybe,
this
emotionally.
cloud. yeah. That's what I meant specifically was emotionally
Yeah.
recovering.
Yeah, well, I mean, after every trip we do together, there's always the real hangover that's gone within 5 days, and then there's the emotional hangover where you think about all the stuff that happened, and you're like, man, I'm
That's
alone
called
in my
being
room
lonely.
Right now. Is that what that is? Oh my
emotional
god!
my emotional hangover has been the last 7 or 8 years. So
Dude, my therapist is gonna love this. My god.
I don't feel any of this stuff. I've just been so emotionally damaged by my ex-girlfriend that none of this feels real.
Is that the
Oh.
one that you were crying about in the hot tub? The tears
Wait.
coming out? Was that?
Whatever.
or
Did you say? I'm
but
sorry.
yeah, that's the
Did
one.
you say ex girlfriend?
Yeah, a couple girlfriends back.
So you carry that through just the whole thing with the ex girlfriend.
Yeah, I mean,
She paid for that
but
dearly, didn't she, Noble?
it's
What?
heavy baggage, bro. You know, you keep
Bro,
it on your
everybody,
back.
every guy has a her, and that's Ignoble's her. You know, I'm on
Well, I
Ignoble's
have
side
a
on this
question for
one.
you, Ignoble. Are you still currently in a relationship? Because you did say on a previous podcast you had a girlfriend. You still have a girlfriend.
I do have a female acquaintance that I
Does she know about
Talk
the
to.
bullfrog?
told her. She gave me a hall pass for all of
Okay.
Tennessee. You know, and I
Cool.
was like, all right, we'll just let it happen.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Hall passes are made to be honored.
Also, I feel like there's stuff that we bring up on the podcast all the time that we then go edit that out, like, but so I feel like I don't want to, and by that I mean like asking someone a personal question about like their life that they don't want to get into.
He
What's
doesn't
the
even
safe?
stream anyway. It doesn't
What's
matter.
the safe word?
Yeah. Do we? What about cacao? Is the safe
That's
word?
Cow?
stupid.
Okay.
Just pineapple. Pineapple's the best safe word.
Don't get Olive excited. Olive's probably listening to this. I think
Then we
it's
can't
cacao.
we can't talk about pizza toppings if we do like pineapple.
All right.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
true.
Well, we
That's
didn't eat any
questionable.
pizza, did we, in Tennessee?
No, there's not a good pizza place in Tennessee. There doesn't
That's
exist,
fair.
I don't think.
There's Domino's, bro. That's a good pizza place, right?
Someone did get Domino's, actually. I feel like we should talk about Tennessee. I mean, all of
Yeah, we
us
should probably do
had
that.
different like routes to get there. It took like a full 24 hours for every single person to arrive. I'm
But
pretty
you
sure.
can start. How did you get to Tennessee?
Were we the first ones there?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess we'll start with us. Me, Melba, and Olive, we're all in the Phoenix area. We just flew to Charlotte, and then we got picked up by T Papa, who is hanging out with fucking Quavo. Who the fuck were you hanging out with? in the
Oh no,
airport?
dude! When I landed in Charlotte, I went out to like where the Ubers are picking cars up. And I
Quavo's
looked at this
dead.
guy.
I was gonna
say
Take
Wait,
off
Quavo's
is
dead?
No, Quavo's not dead. No,
It's
no,
Oh,
the
no.
other
okay.
Migos guy
Take
who's
off.
dead,
I mean,
bro.
the
Come
other
on.
Migos,
Take off.
yeah.
Take
Take
off.
off.
Take
No.
off. Sorry. RIP, my bad.
Fucking Morgan Wallen listening ass motherfucker.
So I'm there at the
Disrespecting
Charlotte
Migos.
airport, right? I'm like walking, and I like out of the corner of my eye, I'm walking to like where the Ubers pick up, and out of the corner of my eye, I see this insane, massive diamond chain, and I was like, okay, it caught my eye. And then I look, and the guy next to him has an even bigger chain. And then I look at that guy, and I realize I'm like, oh, that's Lil Yachty, bro. And I walk right past Lil Yachty, and I was
That's
like,
who it was.
oh my god, like, welcome. I've really never been to the East Coast, you know? Like, I went to New York City once, and
Apparently, Little Yachty's just everywhere over there.
dude, I was just like, yo, this is just like LA, dude. This is sick. I didn't say anything to him, but I was just like, no way, that's Lil Yachty. He was right there, and
You should have asked him to
yeah,
come on the podcast. The fuck? Just shoot your shot, bro. Fuck.
I know. I really dropped the ball. Now that you say it, he probably played RuneScape at one point too. Like, who knew the connections that could have been made right then when he was sitting on his phone and looked like he did not want to talk to anybody.
Dude, imagine the Liver King and Lil Yachty. That would be the sickest podcast ever.
Oh my
At
god!
the
Wait,
same
did
time,
the
preferably.
Liver
Yeah,
King
we can
ever
swing that.
respond to our email?
No.
Did he ever?
Wait, you sent an email to the Liver King
Yeah.
to get him on
Did he
the
ever
base
respond to our
podcast or
email?
something?
No, every time I message Bodie, which he's probably fucking watch. Every time I message Bodie about the podcast, he ignores it and then messages me about a restaurant 2 days later. It's like that's what it's been every single time.
He said he wants to talk about RuneScape. He's got like
We
his
can talk about
demands.
RuneScape.
He's making
He is.
demands. Yes,
He can
We
make
talk
I
about
can't really
demands.
talk about RuneScape.
For an allotted
I'm
10
sorry.
minutes, we can talk about RuneScape with Bodie.
Liver King is not important enough to make demands, but if Bodie wants to talk about RuneScape, we can write out a contract. We can get some obligations.
That's fine.
But yeah, anyway, back to the trip. We literally left. Our flight took off at like 5 in the morning. We had to board at 4:30, and we're all degenerates, so we don't go to bed until like 2 or 3. So I'm pretty sure our group and probably like 3/4 of everybody else going did not sleep the night before. Like, we didn't sleep. We just left, 4-hour flight, drove there, and then just kind of started partying. And I feel like that's everyone was awake for like 36, 40 hours, just destroying themselves the first night. Was that your guys' experience, or am I just totally off?
I had a very comfortable, uneventful trip. I got
Great.
up at like
Great.
Type of guy.
8:30.
Dude, Nine Rain the fucking type of guy, dude. Holy
Like,
shit.
took a little.
And said, me.
Yeah, took a little
Some
Uber to the
coffee.
to the airport, to one short little flight, and then I was there. And then I got fucking gaslit
Will you please,
the,
please tell
by
me,
Saint Tits the entire time.
Please
Okay,
tell the entire
so this is
story,
where,
please.
yeah. Aside, I got picked up. Our ride previously bailed on us, pulled out at the last minute. We were left stranded. Saint Tits was like, yeah, God bless him. Saint Tits was like, I got you, bro. I've never met Saint Tits. I can't believe that that's still the name I have to call him. Rolled up to the airport.
Can I
And
stop you real quick?
Yeah.
Just to preface, Saint Tits is the editor of the Base podcast. Shout Saint Tits, but go ahead.
Shout out.
yeah,
Shout out
so
Saint Tits.
anyways, he rolls up. I meet him for the first time, shake his hand, meet his girlfriend, shake her hand. We're having a good time. We're waiting for I think we're waiting for Sebe to show up, and then we're gonna peace out. And anyways, he's got this thick prison Joe accent. They're from the same part of the world, and I didn't know any better, but apparently motherfucker does not have an accent at all. For like 7 hours. How long was the car ride? Like 3.5 hours. We were at the airport for 3 hours. This motherfucker put on a fake accent the whole time.
Let me tell you, and it was thick. He was
It
like,
was
"What's up,
very
Irene?
thick.
We're gonna get you out there to East Tennessee, bud." Like he was going like,
How the hell am I supposed to know that he doesn't sound like
And he
that?
does it well too, because he
does it really well. I mean,
he
it's
lived
not
in
like
he lived in East Tennessee with me for like probably 3 or 4 years, so he knows that fucking super yeehaw accent really well.
yeah. Well, let's just pretend that you met me for the first time, and I just sound like this, and I'm talking like this the whole time.
That's
You wouldn't-
unconvincing. That's not a very
Bro,
good
you-
one,
On,
I'm
no,
not gonna lie.
I could see Nine Rain doing that if he was wearing a fucking cowboy hat and
Dude,
had
if
the
you,
goddamn
if you
like heels on.
had if you had never met me and I was just talking like this, I'm kind of rolling into it. Like you wouldn't call me on it for sure.
I would right now. To
I
be
don't
honest.
know.
Okay,
Really? I think it pulled it
Yeah,
off
it's
well.
a little off. The vowels are a little too short. But
You're a little
with
too
some
short.
work,
Zoe,
maybe.
Zoe's got a
No, I'm
trained
not.
ear,
That's
though.
the thing.
Zoe is a
Saint
trained
Tits,
ear.
before he picked them up, Saint Tits FaceTime me, and
I'm
he said, "I'm gonna fuck with him." I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "I'm gonna throw on just an insane Southern accent the entire time, and then when we get there, I'm just gonna start talking like normal." I was like,
it
"There's no
was.
way."
Okay, yeah, because then that's where it landed. We got to the house in Tennessee, and he starts talking to other people like a normal ass human, and I'm just standing there like,
So you think Southern people aren't normal?
obviously not.
Bro, we can't edit the cast live.
I'm
Okay,
one
can I
of
just-
you.
Can I interject? Just
Yeah.
so like the European
about
people
that?
don't hate us more than they already do. What is up with people with a general American accent saying they have no accent? Bro, you have a fucking accent. It's
That's
general
true.
American.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
That's like
Hey,
fucking
hey.
posh people saying I don't have an accent.
Let me go ahead and say, I do think that Southern people are not normal people. I like them more.
He's doubled down. He's like, no, I'm going back.
Let me just.
I like them more.
What do you mean
They're
by that?
so kind, and the accent, whatever accent PJ has, makes me feel comfortable because I know he's gonna take care of me. So jokes on you guys. I think it's nice.
I feel the opposite way because I watched Deliverance when I was a kid.
I've never seen Deliverance. There's some
my
accents
defense-
though.
In my defense, my accent, I definitely have a Southern accent, but mine is not the one that like Saint Tits. Saint Tits is putting on like the super like. You remember the waiter we had at that breakfast place? That accent.
The lady?
Like,
That
is-
old lady?
yes, that is
100%
yes.
smash,
That
dude.
is-
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That is like the super thick East Tennessee accent where it's like you can't understand what they're saying half the time. Like it's that bad. It's pretty,
Yeah.
it's pretty
Did you
intense.
just say 100% smash like Noah about our 60-year-old
he did.
waiter?
Yeah. He did.
Yeah.
Hell
Bro,
yeah, dude.
he gave me like 1,500 calories worth of food
Listen,
for
bro,
like
I know
Yeah.
that you
$10.
don't stream often, but you can't start talking about fucking old women to stay relevant. Okay, we just pump the brakes. Okay.
Now you just wait and see, bro. He fucking will.
Yeah.
That was exactly his strategy. In Ignoble's defense, though, any woman who takes care of me like that, I'll fucking smash. You know, I don't care.
That was
60,
I'm gonna be
70.
straight with you guys. We had some nice meals. That was my favorite meal.
That was the best one. Yeah, by
I'm not
far.
joking. All
Yeah.
of the food was so good and there was so much, and I was not overpriced.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude,
that
it
was
was
the
like
one place.
about
That was the one place I
$4.
knew would deliver just because of price, amount of food, and just like that is the that's the premier Southern setup there. Like you got everything you can ask for. Like a Southern breakfast brunch, like that's there's not much more you can do. Like that's to the extreme.
What do you guys think about the allegations that Bodie said it was some of the worst food he's ever had in Tennessee?
that was Cracker Barrel.
Yeah,
That was
that was
Cracker
some of the
Barrel.
worst
And it-
food
then it
ever.
We
was.
talked about it. We talked about it in the Skill Specs podcast. First off, his palate is insane. Dude travels like he's constantly traveling, going to just insane fine dining places. So like his palate is different than most humans. One, and two. No, I agree with him. Like the only place that was like that slapped that was like solid was that place. The rest of the places we went to were just they're kind of mid. But I didn't really have too many options because we had a group of 24 people, and all like the nicer like fancy restaurants, like they wouldn't do more than 6, 8. Like they wouldn't let me get multiple tables either. So it was very tough trying to accommodate restaurants as well.
There was one place that we had lunch at on like the last day or two. There was just like 6 of us that went out and got some lunch, and I can't remember the name of the place, but it was like it had won some awards, some like travel top pick something. That I wish I could remember the name, but it slammed. It was so good. It wasn't in Gatlinburg. It was in the other. What was the other city?
Forge.
It was in
Yeah.
Pigeon Forge.
Okay. Yeah. Well, there's like that's the thing is there's definitely some good places in both those areas, but there's also it's a tourist town, so there's tons of just shitty restaurants that aren't actually from Tennessee that are there. Unfortunately, Nashville's becoming that way too. But there's some good choices. But honestly, Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge, that whole area, like if you're going there, you're going there for the activities. There's just tons of stuff to do. Obviously, there's like I said, there's some good food choices, but the main attraction is all the activities and little things you can do, which we took advantage of fully, I think.
Yeah, the activities
Y'all-
were booming. Yeah, that shit
Y'all
was
want to get
tight.
back to our travel stories first? We haven't even
Yeah,
gotten
yeah. We
haven't
got
gotten
a
there
few
yet.
more. Just ride through.
Go ahead.
All right. You know what? Fuck it. I'll send it, dude. I got a message a couple weeks after we did our cast with this guy named Solo Mission. He's like, "Yo, Ignoble, where do you live?"
Is that
That's
what he
not
talks
even
like,
close.
bro?
That's
Oh, whatever.
No, that's pretty accurate.
That's whatever. That's my British accent.
He's
He
one of the
messaged
good
me.
ones, bro. Give him some fucking.
speaks like
That's-
has more of a long neck. He looks like like.
Oh
He
my
does,
god,
dude.
that was
That's what-
No
perfect.
way, dude.
That was pretty good.
He does have
That
some
was-
bass in his voice, bro. Like he
Yeah.
could really like he could be.
It does
he could be
go
real,
down here.
He could be a real gangster if he wanted to.
If
like,
you-
he's kinda,
I want him
If
to
you
read
did that
children's
and didn't,
books.
if you did that and didn't tell me who you were doing, I would know
Yeah.
that was a Solo Mission.
Well, you could have muted me, and if you saw me do this, like you would have known. Elongated.
He's so tall.
he's a snake.
so.
He's a real life snake.
He's
I will say
he's
one
short-
thing
he's
that
very
I
old.
noticed.
He's like 6'2", 6'1".
No, yeah, but he's
No.
the tallest 6'2" dude I've ever seen in my life.
Well,
you know?
you
Only
gotta
6'2".
understand that a foot of that is his neck. So
That's
like,
true.
You know what I mean? It's like
He's a
there's a lot of neck
slender-
there.
Slender 6'2", 6'3" guy.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
there's
you're
a lot
right.
of neck
You're
going
right.
on there.
He looks like. What's that one character from A Land Before Time? You know
Yeah,
that, like-
Littlefoot. I was gonna say he looks like
Littlefoot, bro.
Littlefoot
Why are
from
you
A Land
roasting
Before
this? He's
Time.
not even here to defend
I'm not
himself.
roasting him. Solo was like
Was
one
he
of my.
mean to you guys during the trip?
No,
Where is he?
I,
He was the nicest
I
person ever.
love
He's
Solo.
British.
Awesome.
We hate him.
Dude,
We love
he
Solo
literally
Mission,
he
by the way.
slotted right into the vibes. Like he fit
He
right.
was great.
He was incredible. I loved him, but
Yeah,
like
he
he
was
does have a
awesome.
long neck and he's British, so he's asking for it.
But
That's fair.
But
Wax, bro.
I was concerned. So he reached out to me and he's like, "Yo, Ignoble, I'm gonna be in North Carolina." Turns out I also live in North Carolina, and he was flying into around where I live. So he's like, "Yo, Ignoble, can you give me a ride up to Tennessee?" And I was like, "Yeah, fuck it, sure, why not?" So he's like, "All right, I'm gonna get an Airbnb near where you live, Ignoble, and then you can pick me up and we'll head over to Tennessee." I offered him my couch. I was like, "Hey man, you can come over and sleep at my place." He was just like, "No, I would much rather sleep in an Airbnb." I was like, "Okay,
You
whatever,
wanted to
dude."
come out alive, so that was probably smart.
I was like, "All right,
Yeah,
dude,
you can't
whatever."
be facing two different allegations. Yeah.
No comment. But yeah, so I pulled up to his B&B and I'm just I looked out and I just see this fucking VB long neck dude sticking out, like just with his suitcase sitting outside. He's like, just waving at me like I'm a fucking Uber driver, and I'm like, okay, cool. I pull up, get out of my car, open my trunk, and I'm just like, hey, sir, put your stuff in. He's like, okay, cool. And the first thing that he says to me, he's like, Ignoble, you're a lot more American in person.
What does that
What did he
mean?
mean by that?
What do you fucking mean by that, dude?
He means you're less Indian than he thought.
What is that?
That's what he meant. You need me to tell you, bro?
That's pretty us.
I don't know how to get it.
Sure, bro.
I will also say, like, this is at a point deeper in the trip. Solo Mission had the gall to come up to me and say, "Hey, Ignoble, you know, there's this cast based After Dark number 27 where you talked about Indian food, and I just wanted to let you know that, you know, you talked about butter chicken and chicken tikka masala as an Indian dish. By the way, it's actually British. I just need you to know that." He came up to
That's
me and
right,
fucking said
dude.
that.
He appropriated you on the first night, dude. That was insane. The fucking
no, he
gall.
was like,
Yeah, dude.
No.
I'm gonna be no, but butter chicken and tikka masala are like the white girl Indian
shut
food
up, Nine
choices.
Rain. Let the Indian man speak.
9 Rain, it's AAPI month. Let me have my time. You got like 6 more days, buddy. Then
Whatever
you
he
can drop
says
it all.
is right. Okay.
API
Hey,
month.
I'm just saying, it's Gay Pride Month next month, so we got our time.
Perfect.
Nine
Then
Rain.
you can
Just
talk.
wait.
Yeah,
you know,
my-
like-
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
okay,
gonna
fine,
need
yeah.
respect for that.
Yeah, I'll have my time, Ignoble.
But no, with our trip down, like I was actually low-key kind of scared. Like, you know, it's just me in a car for 5 hours with a British dude. And I'm like, I don't know how this is gonna go. I've never sat with a British dude for this long before, so you know, make conversation.
Yeah.
I took his virginity, his Chick-fil-A virginity.
Okay.
We took a stop, and I was
What
like,
was,
you
what
know,
was the review? What did he like it?
he actually liked it a lot. He was like, "Yeah, this is good. No, this is good." And I was like, "You're welcome." He had no idea what to get, and I was just like, "Dude, just copy me." Or, no, he said he would copy me. I was like, "I just got a burger, some waffle fries," and he was dunking that shit in the
No,
Chick-fil-A
no, no, no,
sauce.
no. I'm
and just,
sorry.
like,
The British have rubbed off on you. Did you just
A
say you got a
burger?
burger at Chick-fil-A?
a chicken sandwich. I'm so sorry.
Thank you.
Oh my
Thank you.
god.
Thank you,
Those
Zoe.
5
I
hours
thought
in the
you were-
car really, really fucked with you, huh?
How many strikes does Ignoble have today so far?
Or two.
So far,
At least two.
3, but it's AAPI month. So it's 2.
AAPI, so yeah.
He's on 2.
But
No,
it was a
British
great trip,
people love
honestly.
Chick-fil-A.
No, it was great. The food, like he enjoyed it, and we had a great ride up. Honestly, we were chatting the entire time. It was a great, fun, fucking way up, and we pulled up, and you know, festivities started. So
Festivities.
would recommend.
What
Who's
was
up?
it? Did you have any like good conversation? Because I feel like the entire drive there is just trees and interstate. We were like, yeah, this is it. Welcome.
Yeah, so the weather in America, it's crazy. No, it was he's actually comes from kind of an academic background too. On the cast, he talked about like, you know, how he went to school and doing physics and did like master's degree and stuff. So we actually nerded out a bit because I'm also in the academic track. So we were able to talk about some stuff in life in that field. I told him my deepest, darkest secrets about what I'm scared of, dying alone and stuff like that. And he was like, okay, cool. Anyways, I'm looking for a bear out the window. So, you know,
And
keep
we
talking.
found many bears.
We did. Found a couple
that
bears.
We
dude,
did. We'll get to that. for sure.
Gatlinburg was
There some bears.
crawling with some little like brown and black bears. Well, technically, I
There's
think
no
they're all
brown
black
bears.
bears.
It's just
all
black
black
bears.
bears,
Just,
Right.
If they're if they're
But
brown
some-
bears, people would be getting killed a lot.
No, but they were black bears, but some of them were brown colored black bears. But they're
that is the
tiny
thing.
and friendly.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I see what
Yeah.
you mean.
That,
Yeah.
that was the last part about Solo. The last hour when we were in Tennessee, he was literally just like craning his neck in every direction. He did a fucking Exorcist 360, just like looking like, I'm trying to see a bear. I'm like, okay, dude, like, sure, whatever.
How come your accent changes every single time you try to intimidate or imitate television?
Intimidate.
Yeah,
Noble
yeah,
trying
not
to
intimidate.
Solo.
I don't know what was
I
going
hope
down
he's
in the
watching.
car, bro. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
Solo
I
was great. He was a big part of my trip because we we did the same 2 trips back to back from Tennessee to North Carolina, and then Ignoble took us actually back to North Carolina. That drive sucked ass, by the way. We took some back road, fucking windy. Holy shit! Mountain driving is fine, like cool little windy pass, but whatever that was, I was not feeling it, bro.
Yeah,
That was
I know, because I've stayed. Obviously, I've been up in that area. I've stayed in the cabins before. I was excited for everybody's reaction to the drive up to the cabin of like probably the thoughts of like, are we going the right way? Are
So-
we gonna die?
So
What's happening?
that actually wasn't that bad. Whatever fucking wrong turn Ignoble took
Okay.
us down this dude. That
I was
There's
trying
a
to
movie.
figure out the
There's a
music
movie based off
situation,
that.
or I was talking about my feelings or something. We missed a turn. Okay, it happens. Whatever.
That doesn't
Somehow,
happen down here. If you miss a turn down here, you can Tage talk about Deliverance. There's actually a movie called
dude.
Wrong Turn.
Okay,
Could be bad.
I have never experienced this before. We were on a highway. And then it turned into a dirt road. Well, we're on a highway,
They're still
and
working
then
on it,
all
man.
of a sudden, it's a dirt road.
They ran out of federal funding.
Like,
You're
it's
using
like, okay.
dirt road for the first
That's
time.
fine if I was
No,
in
no,
my, you know, my
not
Ford
like I was-
F-150 driving through the woods and shit like
Dude.
that, you know? We were in a Honda Accord. My 2015 Honda Accord, that is navy, that has scratches on the driver door.
Very
that,
raw.
that shit was going through the fucking, like, scraping everything on the underside along the ground. Like, I still have parts of Tennessee underneath my car.
And it wasn't like we were on a highway and took a turn onto a dirt road. The pavement just got less and less and then disappeared. And I had been wondering for the past hour and a half why I had seen 0 cars come the opposite direction. And then I was like, oh, that's because this highway leads to fucking nowhere. We
You're
ended up
really-
in like
I'm just glad the locals didn't get you guys.
Dude, we
'cause,
just ended up in like a
you know.
field. This highway dead ends
Yeah.
into like a field, and there's a stop sign like way yonder, and we're like, I guess that's an intersection. And so we ended up over there and turned on a road, and then got on an actual highway. But whatever the,
That
I've
really
never,
messed you up, dude. That's...
dude. Well, I mean, just there's some things that you take for granted in life, and that's the fact. One of them, at this point in my life, was the fact that highways go somewhere. This one did not. It just fucking went nowhere.
Your
There are a lot
expectations
of,
are a
uh,
little too high.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's Tennessee. There's a lot of dirt roads that go nowhere, or,
Well,
or end up with you
again-
dying. But luckily you were there. You probably could have talked to the locals, but I don't know about like Noble. It might have ended bad.
You'd have been gone.
Dude,
man.
we had me, a British guy, and Nine Rain in the car.
Yeah,
You think
Nine
we're
Ranger
coming
on
out
the hands, boss. That's the only chance. Nine
I was
Ranger's
like
only
translating. Yeah, it was rough, bro.
Boots, look, his
Yeah.
bare boots, please.
Waiting.
Yeah.
Dude, it was funny watching the British people try to interact with the locals because they didn't fucking understand a word. Did
They would, yeah.
didn't understand
Bodie or Solo would order something, and they would just stand there with their thing and blink a couple times, and then we would translate.
Bodie was it was
Don't
funny.
get
He
me
was like
started on
he
a
was like a
decanter.
child asking me. He's like, "What should I get at the restaurant?" He's like, "What should I get? What should I get?" I'm like, "Bro, can you not fucking read? Like, I'm not your fucking daddy. Like, fucking pick something, bro. Like, what are you talking about?" My trip up was actually pretty fun. I fucked well. I'll take credit for that. Not physically. I would if I could though. He got here first, like to Tennessee first at the Nashville airport. I picked him up, brought him back to the place, let him sleep. You know, he woke up, he was hungry, and he was. We drove out. I had to get something from the gas station, and a lot of gas stations around here have like fried chicken in them or like some type of fried food. And he was like, "Should I get the chicken?" And I was like, "Yeah, get the gas station chicken." You know, for really get into the experience here.
Never get
And
the gas
that
station
gas,
chicken.
the gas, yeah, the
Would you
gas
feed
station
whale?
chicken. I don't know. You know, I figured he could handle it. It's definitely a toss up. It's either food poisoning or it's a good time. You know, it's either.
You
a good
mean
thing
he
or
could
you-
handle it? Like he only got sick because he's a little bitch? Like,
That's right, yeah,
Those are
that's
your
what I'm
words,
saying.
not his. Okay.
That's what I'm saying basically. I thought he could handle it. You know, I thought he had the gut for it. But yeah, the food poisoning, it seeped in on him slowly. It was a slow burn though, like because if he didn't notice at first. But
Yeah, he was
he-
fine.
crazy.
He was fine
he
the
fucking
first night.
hibernated, bro.
And then we didn't see him for 3 days, dude. He literally, like,
Seriously, like 3 days.
Yeah, but yeah, I kind of fucked him on that, and then Mr. Colvin showed up, and well, actually Bodie showed up second, so I just picked him up. I did a loop, and then a Colvin showed up right after him, and I picked him up, and they're all hungry, so I took them to a actual Nashville hot chicken place, like a solid place. Started in Nashville. It's one of the better. It's not the best place. It's one of the better ones though. And of course we go, and the first thing Bodie says is, "Well, actually, I can't eat the chicken. I have acid reflux. I don't eat hot things." And I said, "Well, I don't fucking care. We're going to the hot chicken place." So I took them anyway because Will and Colvin wanted hot chicken because they love hot chicken. So I took them, and yeah, we all got standard hot chicken. And then Bodie gets they have something called a light mild, which is basically like fucking. It's like fried chicken with some pepper flakes on it, bro. It's nothing. And he bought it and then had the audacity to say that it was dry. I was like, well, yeah, it's dry. You didn't get anything on it. Like, well, fuck you.
Chicken's a little dry, lad. It's
It's chicken's
What
dry,
did you
lad.
expect, bro? Like, what did you think was gonna happen? You thought like the non-seasoned chicken was gonna be moist? Like, what the fuck? But it was fun though. It was a good experience. And then yeah, we drove all the way up. I went super fast because there was nobody on the road, which was really nice. And we got there, and yeah, it's pretty normal. No hiccups along
You
the
guys
way.
pulled up last.
Me and Will, I did stop on the side of the interstate. We took a piss, and Bodie was too scared to get out and piss with us. That was funny. I think he was a little thrown off by that. But besides that, it's pretty good. And we made it.
Max is right. You guys were the last people to show up.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah,
we
you
were
were
the
the
last
last by
ones.
like 4 hours, dude. Everyone was
Yeah, it was-
fucking plastered by the time
I
you got
know.
there.
When I got there, I was the most taken back by how drunk Mick Homie was. I
Oh,
was
dude.
like, I thought he was putting on a bit for a moment, and then I was like, wow. I was like, oh, you're actually this drunk on the first singular night that we're here. I was like, okay.
That was the
Yeah.
most drunk that I
reason?
think he got. I think he got
Yeah,
the
no, that
most
was-
drunk
he
on
was
night
like-
one.
So I brought like some leftover Jameson. I had a whole handle, like half a handle of Jameson left, and I was like, fuck it. Well, we're bringing it out to party, right? I pull up at the end of the night. I see Mick nursing that bottle that is completely empty. He single-handedly, as a Filipino man, murdered that shit. Just fucking.
A
It's
4'11"
wild.
Filipino
Dude,
man.
not only that, but he what happened is he started to get drunk off the Jameson, and then that's when he tried the Fireball and milk that everybody loved, and then he
What's
went
the-
he
I'm sorry.
destroyed the Fireball and milk.
Zoe, we'll get
I'm
into
sorry.
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll get into it. It's
They'll
it's
gaslight
alright.
me some more. That's fine. I don't care.
It's not gaslighting. We're just telling you how we feel. That's all we're doing.
I actually liked it.
Yeah.
I liked it. I liked
Thank
it.
you.
Shut up.
Okay.
We talked about this.
But dude, I would like to share my favorite fact of the whole trip, that Mick Homie was so drunk the first night that he literally dropped his phone into the toilet trying to pee. I don't know what the fuck he was doing, and he destroyed his phone the first night, and he had to wake up early and go to the Verizon store.
He
Well, he
dropped
explained
it in the phone. Okay, he dropped
He
his
dropped
phone in
his
the
phone
toilet.
In the toilet.
Broke. The phone broke in the toilet, and then he continued to then pee on the phone.
Yeah, so he kind of told me the story. He said like he was peeing and he had his phone, so he dropped the phone while he was peeing. And yeah, like he said, it hit the toilet and it broke. And he was like fumbling, like trying to stop pissing.
It's so hard to stop once you started, especially after
I
you've
know,
been
it's the
drinking.
fucking just
Oh,
the
yeah.
image of that
I
of
mean,
him
it's
like,
just
oh fuck,
impossible.
shit, fuck, like trying to reach in there and he's
Just-
pissing on his hand and shit.
Just utter defeat where he's like, fuck, I gotta keep peeing till I'm done. No, I'm gonna get to it. Just
I watched a phone die that way. I dropped it into a toilet once.
no,
And it's
Really?
like the
Phone?
colors slowly started flashing and like waving across the screen as I'm pissing on it. Like, no.
Wait, so
It was-
you kept pissing on your phone as well?
Yes. I was so shocked at the moment that I just kept pissing. It was
kinda
like,
like too late.
No, I was already like, yeah, like there was some good amount of piss in the toilet already that I wasn't gonna be diving in,
Is it,
So
is it true that the newer iPhones are waterproof or are they not?
they're not piss proof, trust me.
Water resistance.
Water resistant? Okay. not gonna
My
test it.
my most notable thing that I experienced day one, or that when I recall my memories, is we went to the local food mart in Gatlinburg, and they had lobsters for sale, and I was trying to buy a live lobster to keep as a house pet, maybe like trip mascot. However, everybody else that was with me was very adamant against this plan, and I was
wish
very
we'd done
sad.
that.
Look, it
Imagine-
would have been,
that'd-
it
that'd
would have
been
been
great.
funny. He wanted to keep it in your bathtub. He wanted to
Exact-
fill up
that
your
would've been
bathtub.
sick.
Well,
That-
yeah.
that'd
I
be
know.
great
I wanted to.
content. Just-
You imagine we surprise Seth with a lobster,
been
bro?
We're
I'd have been
essentially,
pumped, bro.
over the
I'd have been
course of a
pumped.
week, starving a lobster
sorry.
to death in
Okay.
Prison Joe's bathtub.
I know there were
Oh,
animal
wait.
abuse allegations, but I thought they were against ignoble, not
Listen,
fucking
no.
Papa.
Listen, we don't have to abuse it. We can
That
feed
guy,
the
he was
lobster.
gonna get boiled
What do you?
alive.
What do you feed
Yeah,
a
you can
lobster?
lobster was
prolong
on a
his
path.
pain.
Give him some grilled
get
chicken.
boiled.
All right, surely.
Give him some grilled chicken.
wait,
God.
Wait, somebody look it up. Somebody look up what does a lobster eat?
Not grilled
It's
chicken,
a
I'll tell you
moot-
that.
it's
much.
a
They eat
moot
fish and
point.
shit, bro.
It's
It
a-
depends. Is the lobster cutting or bulking? It might do grilled chicken, bro.
Shut-
It might do
shut up.
grilled chicken.
Shut up, dude. Shut up, dude.
So fucked.
Really so.
Oh my god.
Anyway, so I was just we sat around the tank at the food mart for a couple of minutes. We workshopped some ideas how we could make it work. I thought we could make it work. Everybody with me did not think we could make it work. We did not buy the lobster. That was day one.
I think that was a
they,
good
Yeah.
call.
they
Do
ate
that
fish. We could have
Food
just
Mart.
got some, we could have went to we could have put down a PetSmart, got a goldfish, threw it in there, see what happened. It would be a
Dude,
good time.
that food mart scarred me for life because I was.
You
You were
guys are
trying to
actual
fucking.
animal abusers. What is this?
We're feeding him. He's got to eat.
You're not gonna buy a goldfish from a pet store and feed it to a lobster that you got from a grocery store. What is this?
Yeah,
No.
go to fucking Walmart.
Well,
Get
we-
the fish that are depressed in there. Grab all those. Feed
Oh
them.
my god.
I hate that food mart. It's burned into my mind because of that fucking
You know what? I'm
like
glad I
4-day-old
didn't go.
pizza and the fact that I walked
What
into
was
the women's restroom
what was
by
the place
accident.
called? Was it like a local food place?
It was Food City. Or Food
Oh yeah,
Mart.
You
sorry,
went to
Food
a- you
City.
went to a
Sorry,
Food City?
Food
Oh
City.
my
It was this. It was
God.
the only grocery store. What do you mean?
Yeah,
we
let
went
me-
to
let me
a
also
Food
point
City.
out how you spent $700 on fucking Frosted Flakes and fucking Twinkies.
Dude,
What the fuck
it was
were you guys shopping
it was
for?
so much alcohol.
And
Like, I
White
told you that.
Claws.
It was,
We got a lot of
it
Mountain
was,
Dew
it
seltzers.
was half
No.
alcohol.
Outside of
Dude.
that, that's still insane. It's still, we literally
Dude.
bought no food or substance.
Can we?
So
All right.
much money.
I do want to talk about that. The fact that who was it? Max, T Papa, Melba. There's like a whole group of people who went down to get food. Like, okay, yeah, get provisions for 20 something people who are gonna stay there, right? They come back with like cases and cases of like hard Mountain Dew, like cases of White Claws,
That's okay
other
though.
drinks
I'm
and
okay
stuff.
with that. That's fine.
And they come back with 1 gallon of milk, a carton of 12 eggs, and a thing of Frosted Flakes. They're like, yeah.
Well, no, we also
We got Pop Tarts.
we got about
I'm sorry, you got Pop-Tarts on top of that.
$150.
My bad.
We got $150 of Little Debbie's, bro. Like we were fucking stacked. We had carbs for
Oh my
days, man.
God.
So many which the cosmic brownies were killed. So like fucking it was a good call.
All right,
That's all
I
I'm
wasn't
saying.
mad when I saw the Cosmic Brownies. I was not mad about that.
I did have a Pop Tart.
was-
I
that
was.
was
That's
me.
good choice.
That was.
That was a good
Did the
choice.
British
I did.
people try the cosmic brownies and immediately go into a coma?
I gave one to Solo Mission because I wanted to see what he would like think of it, and then he just had a completely unreadable expression. So I don't know.
How's his body trying to process?
It's just-
That could be our video. How we killed 2 British coffee creators, like a cosmic brownie thumbnail with like their faces like dying. That'd be great.
I think between Olive Garden and a cosmic brownie, you could probably do the trick.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
dude, Cracker Barrel almost took me out, dude. So I can only imagine.
That was
what the fuck
just an
going on with them.
unfortunate Cracker Barrel.
It really was because
It's
Cracker
just
Barrel
Cracker
is
Barrel.
listen, I'm not gonna act like Cracker Barrel is like a great establishment. but
Yeah,
that
I mean,
place
it is what it
was
is,
just- it was.
but that one was
the
rough.
Service was absolutely terrible. It was.
That
I've
is
never
true.
had that bad a service.
I
It
will
was just
never
awful.
step foot in a Cracker Barrel again. Like I'll wait in the car.
That's fair. That's fair. I wish if I could go back and do it again, we should have just packed into the Waffle House because they would have had their bare hands on it. They would have made it. It would have been done. It'd have been good. It would have been fine. But,
true.
yeah,
The one
that
time
was-
you and I went to Cracker Barrel and you were maxing on your phone and ignoring me the whole time, the food was really good.
I was mining Amethyst, I think. You also took me to the was it the Wawa? That was the first time I went there as well.
Wait, when was it? Were y'all just hanging out?
This is when I went to. We went to Disney World.
Oh, with the
Thanks for
watermelon.
the invite, dude.
Y'all went to Disney World?
Yeah, we did. It was.
We
yeah, it
got
was actually
really
sick.
drunk and had like honestly the best stream I think we've ever done.
It was pretty sick.
That was a lit
I was
stream.
I was floating lifelessly at one point. Luckily, she didn't get banned. This is a good one though.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
What else happened day one? Because I'm trying
That
to.
was-
Everything
that was
was
about
I
it.
don't-
It was
I
just
don't
people
remember
showing
it.
up. It was
Yeah.
just people showing up to the lower
Yeah.
cabin and everyone drinking. That was day one.
Yeah.
Pretty much. That was also day.
And then
2, 3,
day
4, 5.
2, I had we had the breakfast brunch place planned, and then after that we were gonna go to Dollywood, but unfortunately the weather was super bipolar and weird, and it just rained all day. So instead, I flip-flopped. I made us do the moonshine tasting on Thursday
Oh
night.
my god.
The moonshine
turned into-
tasting.
Is
this where it gets fun?
Plural.
This is where it
This is where it gets fun. This is
Yeah,
where I got
moonshine
COVID, I
is lit.
think.
Can we like
Yeah.
talk about the food one more time? Just like that breakfast place, dude. Just
Dude, it was so
the
good.
big, like the 1.5 wide skillet with a
What'd you guys
inch
Oh my
layer of
God.
grease.
think of like Waffle House, but like a billion times better. Think of like the Grand Slam you get at Waffle House, except
That's Denny's.
it's like Tennessee version. You get like a pancake and all like the hash and all that fun shit
fixins.
coming with. I don't remember at this point. It was so
was
much
so
food,
good.
so cheap, and delicious.
Yeah.
Just oh man.
Yeah, because we should honestly just ate there every day. If I'd have known how mid those
I would have
breakfasts
done
were
it.
gonna
I
be.
would have done
I
it.
would have done
It's
that.
just-
I would 100% do
ate
that.
Yeah, I would totally do that.
But yeah, we ended up going. We did the moonshine tasting, and it got well, I mean, at first it was good. We all showed up. You guys seemed like you're like this. You guys seemed a little awkward. You're like, what's about to happen? You're kind of scared. You saw the vats back there. Then we started doing it, and then I looked over y'all's table, and I saw like you guys were having a good time, and I was like, okay.
What do
I
you
was
mean
like,
we were
looks like
scared?
You guys
weren't
looked apprehensive.
scared.
You guys looked apprehensive when
We
I showed
should
up.
have-
We were
should have been
hungover. What do you
apprehensive.
mean?
Well,
We
that's fair,
had
that's
the
fair.
alcohol shakes, bro, and we were about to go deep. Like
I think that's fair,
we
though.
took
I didn't,
13
yeah,
shots, right?
No,
At
they
one
weren't
place.
full
9.
shots.
No,
They
they were
weren't
half
full
shots.
The first,
Okay,
the
it was-
first place was 9 or 11.
It was 9.
9.
First
It was
place
a
was
9.
9. Yeah, and the second place
Yo.
was 12. Well, 13
I
if
miss
you count
Nicole.
the starter one.
Oh, I miss Nicole.
Wait, I'm sorry. You
too.
had like 13 shots of moonshine.
They're like
So they were
No,
half
they
shots.
were-
Listen,
They were
it's
a
a-
third shot.
it's
So
a
every
third. It's a
three,
third.
every 3 we had equaled to 1 shot.
So how did it go? How did they pace it out? Did they like start you with one and then move on to the
Just-
next
It's
one?
fast.
Oh, they're
Or-
fast.
It was
They're telling you,
quick.
yeah.
It's fast.
It's-
Were they giving
it's-
you like details about everyone and everyone was
Ki-
like,
um,
oh, okay,
Kind of. They tell
Yeah.
you what it was and then make a joke about it, and then
Yeah.
and then
yeah.
you're immediately throwing it
That's
back
like
onto the next one.
typical. That's a typical thing. There is like it's fun when you get a good bartender there because they'll like fuck with you and they'll roast you and they'll make fun of you and like they'll make funny jokes and some of them are kind of like shitty and corny. Ours, the one that me and Niner had when we did it, he wasn't very good. But I feel like the girl that over there that you guys had, maybe she was
Yeah.
better. I don't know.
She was
Our,
great.
our
I liked
dude's
her.
our dude's name was Kickstand.
What?
Because he had a limp.
That's
Because
not
he
a
had a
real
very
name.
aggressive
had-
limp.
Yeah, bro.
I'm
His
not
name was
making this up.
Kickstand.
His name was Kickstand. His God-given Christian name.
No, that's
Yeah.
not
And-
his legal name.
No,
And
well,
he,
that's not
yes,
like a
it was,
nickname.
and he
I feel
dragged
like-
around his limp leg as kicks and like he
Well,
was.
how would his parents know he had a limp leg and name him Kickstand? Like, how would they
Destiny.
know
Came
that?
I
out
don't
with
know.
like no leg,
I
bro.
think it was they kind of manifested the limp after naming him Kickstand is probably what
Nine being the
happened.
type of guy
After
to
he
think
was born
somebody's
a healthy
nickname is their real
individual,
name.
his parents just like took a baseball bat to his fucking
Jesus
knees.
Christ.
Just sent it. Yeah, fulfill the prophecy.
Every single one of his jokes about the moonshine as he was giving them to us was about how he likes to sneak it into children's food. Every
That's-
joke.
No,
Every
we should-
joke.
That's kind of sad.
Should we
Everyone's great in the
confiscate
morning
his
if you're
phone?
giving- if you're giving fruit to your kids in the morning, this one goes great.
And
Or if you're
this
giving
guy-
ice cream to your kid at
this
night, this
guy-
one goes
this
great with
guy-
that.
This guy smelled like cigarettes and also looked homeless as well.
There were there were
Check his hard
nine
drive or
nine
something, bro.
nine different I get my children drunk with this jokes in a row.
Did he have children?
No way,
Not,
bro.
I don't know, man.
I think that's a really good bit that you guys are just not appreciating, to be honest.
I mean, it was pretty funny. It was pretty
That's
funny.
like a meta bit. That's like
It was pretty funny.
for the
Well,
long
here's the thing,
term.
like, some of the jokes, some of his jokes were good, and then some of them was just like, okay, like that could be better, you know? It's
Yeah.
it's kind of dull.
That guy's got to be goated at Quiplash.
So true.
Oh man.
Uh,
So
but,
yeah,
Just getting
so we
kids
threw.
fucked.
I mean, and we went back to back moonshine to whiskey tasting.
Well, yeah,
Was
that's-
that one
we
day?
Did, we did the first
Yeah.
place, and then I was like, we can do this a couple different ways. We could just focus fully on the moonshine, or just try and go eat somewhere. And I was like, everybody's loving the moonshine, so let's do the moonshine. Also, we left that place with probably, I don't know, $600 or $700 worth of moonshine. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
a
at
lot.
least.
It's
At
a
Yeah, we
least.
bought a lot.
It was
a lot.
yeah,
It was
we,
so
That's
good.
where that
we ended
big
up back.
picture on the Twitter is, yeah.
Yeah, we ended up with like
all
40,
weekend.
40 jars of moonshine by the end of the night.
Yeah.
It was some, but a lot of that was due to the second tasting as well, which was fucking
Yes.
sick. Because the tastings are only $5. Like you pay $5 and you get pretty fucking drunk. The second place,
Go back.
what?
2 places?
3.
Well,
Yes, we went to a
We did
second.
three.
We
Zoe,
went to
they did
3
a bait and
tastings.
switch. They did a bait and switch. Okay, we were supposed to go to one tasting and go to dinner. Okay, we did
Okay.
one
Walk me
tasting.
through the timeline completely, please.
Okay,
I'm getting a little lost
okay.
here.
You're right, you're right.
The plan was to go do one tasting and go to dinner. We did one tasting. We got a little drunk and decided to do a second tasting and then go to dinner. We
At
do the
same
second.
place?
No,
Or
it's a different.
Different place. You literally just walk like 2 doors down and there's another place
Got
that's
it.
doing it.
So you're
So
like
then-
in the
Tastings
moonshine tasting
everywhere.
district.
Yeah.
Got it.
We've
Literally.
moved on to the second
Literally.
place. Now here's the deal. The second place, we can get more in depth with it later, but the second place, what they gave us like 12 of these little mini
And
shots.
13,
I
And
think
some
it's
of
about
them-
12.
13.
Some of
Yeah.
them are like
We go
really
from-
high proof.
Oh,
We
wow,
go
it's
from
funny
tipsy-
because we got the welcoming cocktail at the second place, which was funny. She's like, "This one's not
Oh,
on
yeah.
the menu." It was like it tasted kind of like some type of mimosa. It was really good. It was good.
We went from tipsy to obliterated. between the first and second place. Okay, I
So
did.
how'd you get to the third place?
Well, that's the thing. I
Barely.
don't remember. We just got there.
We barely got to the third place.
So where did Tasty lick the table?
That was
That's
the
second
second
place.
place.
Second place.
That was
So
the second place where I
is where
Zamboni'd.
people started getting blasted. You know, they're pouring them, and this
Yeah.
is we had the really nice thing about this. This was like a bar that was like fully circular, so everybody was like around it,
Oh, that's
looking at
nice.
each other from like across the table and having a
Yeah.
great time.
Let me.
And sorry.
No, I was gonna say it was also really nice too because the bartender there also she was amazing. She was the best.
She was
one
really
there.
Her
fun.
name
Yeah.
is
Nicole,
Nicole.
shout out.
She
Nicole.
has
Shout out
two
Nicole.
beautiful tattoos on her left forearm. And Nicole,
Okay.
if you're listening to this,
Okay.
please, dude.
All right, bro. We're gonna bypass
guys-
that.
don't you have a-
And what I
don't
was
you
gonna
have a
say
girlfriend?
was she had a small microphone, so like you could hear her over the drunkenness of the crowd.
Yeah.
So it
That's
was
so
really
smart.
nice. It was
Yeah,
really good.
that was really smart. The other two places didn't do that.
Yeah. So yeah, I think the first place is the old Smoky place. I think I think their moonshines are better, but that second place is pretty good. It wasn't.
The
bad. It
moonshine was
really
better
nice.
at the first place,
Yeah,
but,
but the show was better at the second.
Yeah. The second place was a better deal though, because it's $5 per person. First of all, for basically like 4 to 5 shots of moonshine total.
well, can I explain
And
the
then-
next
Wait,
part?
$5 for the whole thing?
$5
Yes,
for
you
a
get
tasting. For each
$5
tasting,
for
it's $5.
13. You get to taste 13 moonshines for $5, and then you get this
What?
wristband. Okay,
Yeah.
you get a
crazy.
you get a wristband, and that wristband is also worth $5. So all of us, we didn't buy any moonshine at that place. All 24 of us put our $5 bands together, and we bought like $125 worth of moonshine there for free.
Yeah.
That's so smart.
Pretty
What the hell?
sick. Yeah.
We left with
we
a
did that one
lot
again.
of alcohol.
We literally fucked them. We came there,
we
drank,
definitely-
and took more drinks away.
Beat the system.
We got
Yeah.
so much moonshine for so little money.
Yeah.
It's absurd.
We won on that one. We definitely took. They
We
took
were
an L on that.
sucking it off the tables.
I was
And by that I
sucking it
mean
off the tables.
specifically Tasty sucked it off a table.
So
I'm
why are you
like-
sucking it off the
Good though.
table?
I think I got COVID from that. Because I knocked it over, and you know,
Oh,
it's.
okay.
I went to ASU, and if you knock
I mean,
a
it was
drink
so
over,
expensive. Yeah.
you
you're
have
not
to
gonna waste it.
Zamboni. It's a matter of honor. It's not a matter of money. You know, like you got to Zamboni that shit
Yeah.
off the table. It's just how I was raised.
Yeah, wet vac. Suck it up.
Listen, he had a camera on him. Okay, like he
Yeah.
had,
I
he
was
went in
content brain clicked in.
for the content. You know,
the
it
content.
was good.
And then somehow magically after the second moonshine tasting, we ended up at a whiskey tasting.
Well, can I tell one story for you to talk about that?
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
One
yeah.
story at the end of the second place that is hilarious to me is that I have the camera on, I'm vlogging, and I'm talking, and Eliop is explaining like, dude, we just put all these bands together, and we got this many jars of moonshine, but we were only $5 short. We could have got, if we just had one more band, we could have got one more jar. And then I like pan over, and Colvin's like talking, and Speaky's like saying something, and Eliop's like, wait. And Colvin has his fucking band on still because he's so fucking drunk. He had no clue. And we all just started
Colvin was
freaking out,
sloshed.
bro. Like, what are you doing?
Oh.
Everyone started just like freaking out. It was so fucking funny.
Dude, that
I've
same,
got one more
at
thing
that
from this
same-
place.
Yeah,
Is
at
that
that
the- is that
same
the
Is this
myth
the olive
thing?
place?
Yeah, the olive. Dude,
This
so
is the
olive.
olive place.
Olive is
Olive
in Olive. We end the moonshine tasting. Olive, like we go to turn around to kind of like walk out essentially, and this chick who's there on her bachelorette party or some girl in the group, I don't know if it was the bachelorette chick, just straight up grabs Olive's face and starts macking on him.
That's
Yeah.
so olive.
The Rizzler.
It was
Turn
just
around
like
and see
so
Olive
Olive.
making out with the random attractive
It
girl. And
was.
it's like,
It
what
was
the
like
fuck?
this is real. This is happening. And you like. It was
I
so
missed it,
sick.
dude. I had
Dude,
the
you
camera-
saw him in Vegas.
The recording was turning on the camera as she like let go of him. I was like, fuck, dude. I
It
wanted
was
to get that.
dude. It was.
close.
She had the conviction. It
was
was.
quick.
It was insane.
Quick and
And-
clean.
Well, dude, in,
Olive, good
in
stuff,
Vegas,
man.
Olive almost fucked that guy's wife. And then when I went out with him on New Year's, dude, he disappears for 5 minutes and comes back with a bunch of balloons. I'm like, where did you get those? He's like, oh, I kissed some girl for him. And I was like, that's not how you get balloons. Like, what are you talking about? It's just so
Olive has
Olive,
the unspoken
honestly.
Riz. I don't know.
He does.
Dude.
Dude,
He
does it like
does.
4 dates a week. I don't even know where he fucking.
Does he really?
I swear to God, every time I see him, he's like, "Yeah, I was on a date yesterday," and I was like, "I don't fucking like."
How
do
does
you
he
do
have
that?
so
bro.
much Riz, dude? I don't get it. He just
I don't
fucking.
know.
That's crazy.
Well, some of
Really
them
good
are
guy.
some of them are disasters. Can I tell a quick little Olive story while he's not here? This is
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
Absolutely.
It's so good, dude. He was talking on stream about how he had like not a double date, but he was going over to these 2 girls, I think they were roommates, apartment to like hang out with both of them, just the 3 of them. And I was like,
Okay.
fucking, what's going on? He's like, yeah, like, we're gonna smoke some weed, sit in the hot tub, drink some alcohol, like, we're gonna have a good time. And I was like, Oliver, you gonna have a threesome before I do? Like, what's going on, bro? And dude, he's like, no, it's not like that. It's not like that. I'm like, it sounds like it's like that. And
Like, do they know it's not like that?
No.
Because
I swear on my dude, I swear to God, about 5 hours later, I get a fucking Snapchat from Olive. And it's like on the far side of this pool looking over at a hot tub. And there is this like really large girl getting in the hot tub. And the caption was, ain't no way I got catfished by 2 land whales.
Thank God, bro. Oh my God.
Bro, I was about to get fed to the hungry hippos. Ain't no fucking way that he's about to be in between that meat sandwich, daddy.
Olive's so tiny, bro.
He's so
my
he could
he's so
not handle.
He's so
not
small
handle all
and
that woman.
vulnerable.
Oh God. Yeah, and then I was like, dude, what the fuck is going on? Then like another hour later, he's like, yeah, I just hit him with the Irish goodbye and went home. And I was like, dude, what are you talking? Oh God, I love him.
What's an
what a
Irish
guy.
goodbye?
It's when you leave without telling anybody.
Irish exit.
Yeah, the Irish exit. Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious.
So Olive's the type of guy.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right,
Then we went to
continue.
Calhoun's.
No.
Then
didn't
we
go the
went
whiskey
to-
place yet.
no, we
did
went
not
to
go the
TJ.
whiskey-
Wait. I need to go back for a second. What was like the jump in logic that made you go from the second moonshine place to the third? Like,
There
what
was-
the thought process?
Listen,
No,
I
was
was
no logic.
I don't remember.
I was leading the group, and I was like, this is going to be a lot more fun if we go to all 3 and we complete the sweep here. And I was also filming.
Oh, so it was like a sweep sort of thing. All right.
So I was
see.
like, we just knock it out. Let's just do it. Let's just send it, and whatever happens, because we're gonna, and we're gonna save money getting drunk at these places and not drinking our actual alcohol. So I said, let's just send it.
You're telling me this
also-
moonshine was cheaper than a fucking Mountain Dew thing?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
100%.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
For
yeah.
sure, yeah.
It was very
An
efficient.
insane bargain.
Yeah.
Especially
Yeah.
because the second place was essentially free.
I wish I would have talked to you guys beforehand. I would have told you to not get as much alcohol because of how much moonshine we're gonna buy. Which I kind of did tell you we're gonna buy a bunch of moonshine because
Yeah.
it's a good product.
That
And they give you a
cream
good deal.
moonshine.
The creamy.
To be
the
fair,
sipper-
we
the
drank all the
sipping
moonshine
so good.
and all the canned
I think,
alcohol that we bought. We did
I think
did
we
drink
did
all of
Drink
it.
all of it, yeah.
We
The
had to
consen-
go and get more at
The
some point.
consensus favorite, I think, of all the moonshines, I'd say like in general of everybody was the sour watermelon. I think was
Oh,
probably
that
everybody's,
shit
like
was delicious. Yeah,
Sour
you get
watermelon
sick of
is
that.
my favorite.
yeah, it's very
Whoever
easy
put
to
the
drink.
spout on that and was just like pouring it, dude, that shit was.
That was Bodie.
Yeah,
it's good.
Bodie loved that. He wouldn't stop talking about it.
Yeah, he wants to come back. He does want to come back to Tennessee because he asked me. He was like, if I come back with Jesse, he's like, will you take me up there? And I was like, if you pay me,
you
yes.
take me up there.
Like your fucking Sherpa or something?
Yeah,
Yes,
like
take
you're
me,
a-
guide
you're a
me.
shepherd.
Let me chauffeur you up there. Yeah, I was like, yeah. I told him, I was like, yeah, for the right price, I got you.
Yeah.
I'll
But
be your Uber
the
driver. I'll be your Uber driver.
the third tasting we went to. So the first place was, what was the company called?
Old Smoky.
Old Smoky.
Old
Moonshine.
Smoky. The second
Yes.
place was called Sugarlands, and then the third place was Old Smoky again. But it was like
But
their
it's their
whiskey distillery.
They have because they have a line of whiskey as well.
Yeah.
But they don't do like any like crazy expensive whiskey. They specialize in flavored whiskey. It's all different flavors of whiskey. It's
Yeah.
pretty decent whiskey. It's probably like it's about Jack Daniel's quality whiskey. So it's not like fucking Evan Williams or some dog shit, but it's also not like great. It's just kind of a medium shelf whiskey, but they're all flavored. So and we went through and we tried all of those. Like they even have like a pickle flavor one, which I thought was kind of cool.
Dude,
That
I
one was
felt
terrible.
I felt a little bad because we rolled up like 15 minutes before closing time with 24 blackout drunk men.
It was
I felt terrible. I felt terrible for the because
When-
and the next based vlog for Tennessee comes out Sunday, and I have that entire experience of these two poor girls behind the bar just screaming at the top of their lungs, trying to explain to us what fucking mid-ass whiskey we're about to drink,
No
and
one
we're
listened.
just going. It's just a fucking. It's
It's a
deafening.
free for all.
when they
It's
when they
really
saw
deafening.
when they saw us walk in, their countenance fell. Like it was bad.
Because like the place was relatively empty, right? There were not that
I
many
was
people inside.
completely.
It was
They were
totally
about to
empty.
close.
Yeah,
They were
about to
going like
close.
this.
Yeah,
We're
we got
going
there-
home
we got
early.
there- We got there about 30 minutes before they closed. It was about 30 minutes before, and they definitely were like they're like fuck.
Just in a group of obliterated fucking drunk people pulling up, just rowdy.
but
as
to be
shit.
fair,
Oh,
I'm
man.
sure they've dealt with that many a times. Like
That's true,
They
that's
know
true.
they
That's
know
their
what they're
job.
getting themselves into, like working at those places, because that's what people do. That's like the meta there. Like that's the non. If you're a smart tourist, you'll go to Gatlinburg and you will hit all three of those and get absolutely trashed for $15. Which you can barely do anywhere in America, especially
That's
today.
Crazy. I was
That's
expecting
less
it to
than
be
a
like at least
cocktail in
$30
Vegas.
a
That's
person.
one cocktail
Yeah,
out
no.
west. That's one drink. So
My favorite part of the third tasting was these two young women were trying to corral us, right? And their manager came over to kind of like overwatch the whole scenario, and she looked like she looked a little stuck up, you know. She just looked like a manager, a little mad at what was going on. And fucking Mick goes to our lady and he goes, "Can you tell the Fed to leave?"
Mick was so drunk that he got me. He told me to come over there and talk to me. He said, "Bro," he's like, "she's a Fed." I was like, "What?" I was like, he's like, "She's a Fed. Look at her." I was like, "Yeah, bro, she's gonna arrest you with her pen and paper. Like, what are you talking about, bro? Like, she's not a fucking Fed. She's the manager here." He's like, "No, he's watching this." I was like, "What is she gonna arrest us for? Paying for their service? Like, the fuck?" That was
dude,
hilarious, bro.
I think the
Also-
best part of the third tasting was the fact. So we had two lady bartenders. One of them was like pretty fine. Then the other one was like, you know, whatever. And Hamzy,
Vroom, vroom.
Hamzy at the end of the the tasting tried to like rizz him up. He was like, "Dude, I want to try to get, I want to try to get the hot one to come back to our like cabin and party with us." But he was like, "I can't just ask the hot one." So his strategy was to go to the other one and invite her to our Airbnb first. And his opening line was, "Hey, do you want to come back to our Airbnb? It's about 20 dudes and 3 chicks." He just said that. To her.
And what
And
did she say?
She said, "I would rather die.
Yeah, I'd rather die." What she said.
I'd rather die."
That's so
So,
based. I
yeah,
would
look at
think
that.
so,
I don't think he
honestly.
even asked the second one. He didn't
No, he
No.
didn't
His
because we got
confidence was
shut down
crushed.
too hard. Yeah.
He was just like he was literally later that night. He was like, "Dude, that girl rejected me. What the fuck?"
Well, I
he
don't know
was
if
just
it's
like,
him as much as the
The
opener.
situation.
The-
I think it's
20
the idea.
dudes.
I think
Well,
it's the idea. 20 dudes.
I gotta give it to him. Like, he kept it real. He kept it mad real because that's what it was. It's 20 dudes and 3
He's a
girls.
base individual. There's a reason why
Yeah.
he's on the podcast most weeks.
People
but
wouldn't
not
have been
this week.
disappointed, to be fair.
Yeah.
Like if those girls came over, they would have been like, "Oh, you know,
They-
there's 20 guys and like only 5 of them are creepy." Like
And they
that's
would
good.
have had a. Well, okay.
only
That's a good ratio.
Okay.
Can we
bunch of
list
RuneScape
them?
people
What's
in
going
there.
on?
No,
yeah,
of
wait, hold on.
course
Yeah,
not.
wait.
They know.
Who are your
They
top
know.
5? Name them, Zoe. Come
Yeah.
on.
Top 5.
Ignoble.
Top 5
You.
weirdest.
Ignoble.
Yes.
Wait,
Got him.
wait. Top. There's
Definitely.
No, coolest guys.
You're
top
definitely number one for the
No,
weirdest.
no. Of weirdest, definitely you. Who would be second? Honestly, if I didn't know T Papa, he's definitely in the top 5 somewhere. Honestly, I'm gonna put
Fair.
Solo Mission up there as well.
Why,
I don't.
'cause
I, don't,
he's
I would
like-
not trust him.
Because he's wiggly?
Well, it's the long neck and the British accent. He's hiding something.
What
Why
about
is
a
he in
cold one
Tennessee?
kind of creeping around in
Yeah.
the background, just kind of
Oh,
moving? You know how he
absolutely.
moves?
Kind of
I'm
moving.
gonna, I'm
He
gonna give
moves,
number
bro.
5 to Olive, which I know is kind of a.
I don't
it's Kind of
know.
a crazy.
What?
Just trust me.
He's
Okay.
But he's so
That's
disarming.
fair.
You know?
He
Yeah,
is
but-
very disarming.
He's
If
so
this girl
disarming.
said I would rather die, I just feel like her and Olive. I don't know. Maybe they wouldn't get along. I could be crazy.
Olive
Yeah.
got
Olive
more
could
Riz
change-
than
Olive could
everyone
fix her.
I
else
feel
in the
like
cabins
she
combined.
would go in thinking he's weird, but then his unspoken Riz would take over.
Yeah.
And he would,
Oh,
he would
absolutely.
win.
That's what I'm saying. Like by the time she got there, she would have been fine.
Must be his
Yeah.
pheromones. Do you think he has like good pheromones or something?
Oh, he has great pheromones.
Yeah, I've
Probably,
kissed him.
yeah.
It's really, it's
I
nice.
know
experience.
Olive smells good. That's for sure.
I'm gonna have to give him
Yeah.
a sniff next time I see him.
He's clean.
Yeah.
I bet
Yeah,
his
well,
asshole is nared.
Nice. It's not, I can tell you that.
Okay, so can I ask what happened after the third tasting?
Well, I wanted
Oh,
tell
we
one
went to
more from the
TGI
third one.
Fridays.
Well, I wanted to tell one more of the third one is that
ahead.
fucking Mick, the bartenders are asking about how he met, and he brought up RuneScape, and everybody just lost it. Everybody started freaking out. Tasty was screaming. I have him on Tasty on video like, "Mick, shut up! I will take you out back and kill you!" Like just fucking, like everybody was just trying to. Everybody wanted to kill Mick. We're about to throw Mick out, bro, because he started talking about RuneScape. Got sick into the bit.
I will throw
pretty-
you out and kill you.
Wait, what was the bit? What was the bit?
The bit.
That we
Oh,
were
the
saying
bit.
that we sold the was that we sold our company.
We sold the company, yeah.
We sold the
Jagex,
company.
sold Jagex,
Everybody
we
who
sold
asked us
Jagex.
what we were doing, we're like, oh, we just sold our company. They're like, which one? We're like, Jagex.
Yeah, we sold
Yeah.
Jagex.
For $50 million, and we're out
For $50
celebrating.
million.
That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
we were
Yeah.
celebrating.
We lied to a lot of people, and
lot
I think
of
some
people.
of them believed us.
Dude, oh my god. I have
Or-
a story for the last place we went to, like the couple days after. Oh my god, about this. Yes. Holy
Oh,
shit.
you're talking about
that
the restaurant, that place up
Yeah,
there?
so we went to the
good.
nice
Well,
restaurant. I'll
dude,
just go there real quick. Me and a couple people were outside, smoking cigars because they just sold the company, stuff like that. Me and Hamzy were sitting inside real quick, just talking. There was like a younger kind of waiter who was just just like a youngster, kind of all hip.
Upstart, yeah.
Yeah. And he comes over to me and Hamzy. He's just like, yeah, guys, I totally understand, what it's like to be like a small, like a business, growing a business and blowing up something like that. And then he's asking us like, so what do you guys do? Like, what are you guys gonna do next with the company? What's next steps? And then he's like, yeah, can you give me some advice? Because I actually have a small company myself.
Oh, no,
and me and
dude.
Hamzy are just saying there like, just stick with it, man. It'll all work out in the end.
The worst business
yeah, just the
advice.
most generic advice possible. Like, it was so
Yeah.
awkward.
Yeah,
So awkward.
but another reason why I sent the 3, I thought about, because I remember thinking about it, I was like, well, if we send the 3 of these, because the restaurant we went to that night was just like a very, like, just normal, it was very normal, just kind of run-of-the-mill restaurant. It
TGI
wasn't anything
Fridays.
special. It was an upscale TGI Fridays, pretty much. So,
I
like,
wouldn't say
was like,
upscale.
I was like, what's the best place to get? Well, if they have ribs, it's upscaled. I can't believe they didn't have the ribs are actually good.
Dude,
Can't believe they
TJ
didn't have
Fridays
ribs.
has ribs, right?
Yeah, TGI
They're
Fridays
not-
did have ribs, and it was
TGI
right down the
Fridays-
street. We
TGI
could've
Fridays
gone
does not
there.
have the best ribs
And this
in
place
the world.
did
okay?
not have ribs.
This place
Yes.
didn't have any ribs at all. Like that's.
It had
no
bitch
ribs.
waiters, bro. Is what it
The
had,
only
dude.
thing, the only thing they had going for them was the lie they wrote on their sign, which was that they had the best ribs,
ribs in the
in this world.
Yeah.
And then we go there and they're out of ribs.
Yeah.
It was like, what? No,
Because
and
they're so good, man. They're so good. They ran out.
And our waitress was
But,
racist for sure, 100%.
Okay.
It's
well,
true.
to be
Oh, yeah?
in defense of the people working at that restaurant, we were obscenely loud and terrible.
okay, one of the tables was obscenely loud and terrible.
We weren't even that.
Yeah.
Jake C was loud, but he has diabetes. It's not
Bro,
his
I
fucking
put the
fault.
Yeah,
camera
man, his
on.
blood
I-
sugar was
listen,
low,
no, no,
bro.
no, I-
He
I-
does, he
able-
does, he does.
After I went back and
So-
watched the video of my vlog there, you guys were insufferable. I literally put the camera over there onto fucking Ignoble, and he turns around and goes, "I fucking love this restaurant, brother. I eat here every like yelling across the restaurant at me.
We were pretty
I eat here every
drunk.
day of my fucking life. I have it on video. You guys were insane at that.
No,
time.
we
frequent-
were definitely
I
insufferable.
frequently
Alright.
looked over at the other tables where like actual guests were seated, and they're doing every single time they're doing the whole like, oh my god, honey, like what the hell is going on? Like it was, they hated us.
Yeah.
hated
Time of
us.
night
they
was
did, they
this?
did.
It was
It's
like
like-
they closed.
It's like
bro, from the-
9:30.
before they closed.
Wait, so you're telling me you guys were this drunk for the moonshine tasting at like 7 p.m.?
It was 9:30 when we sat down. We started the moonshines at like 5:36, probably.
Yeah, I'd say about like 8 people were just absolutely. It was pretty bad.
Dude,
But,
to give you like some context, our waitress came over and she didn't even. The first thing she said was, "I need you guys to quiet down right now." Like that was the first
Yeah.
thing she said to us.
Yeah, and then
So
you
she
came
didn't
over.
like
I
us
have it
very
on
much.
video. You came over to me, and I forgot what you were saying. You were yelling, and then you were just like, "JC has diabetes," and you like, I was like, "What is happening, bro? What's going on?" Yeah, it was.
Dude, it was.
It was a perfect
was-
restaurant though. That
it was-
restaurant's not anything special, so like it was definitely the place to go because I
Yeah.
don't think anything else was open. It would have been. It was good. It worked.
And-
out.
and I
I
will-
just want to
I'll-
say
Yeah, go
one
ahead.
thing about that table. Like we were sitting there. I think I was considered part of that rowdy table. I was one of the good guys. I was
You
not
were.
definitely not fucked up. But we are sitting there where they were. Oh, should we order drinks and stuff? Fucking, we're at TGI Fridays, and Solo Mission is like, yes, I'll have a Long Island iced tea. I'm like,
He did order a Long
Okay.
Island iced tea. It was very Solo Mission of him.
and then the craziest part is like everyone at the table looked at each other and we're like, what's a good idea? We're all gonna get Long Island iced teas.
Yeah, we
we
kept the train going, dude.
Yeah.
We were-
Kept going. and
Uh.
yeah, no, it was.
That's
The
pretty
lady- the
impressive,
lady-
actually.
Man, fuck her.
It,
Jeez.
it was so bad that my table that I was sat at, there were like 6 of us. We were pretty well mannered. The other tables were so bad that the other waitresses kept coming over to our table and thanking us and we're for our good behavior. We were just eating dinner.
Not that bad.
They kept coming over here and be like,
I think
you
you need to
guys
see the-
are
I think
a
you need to see the
blessing.
video.
I have
Okay,
never
I'll
been
see
so
the video.
embarrassed to be in public with you guys in my life.
I would like to see this video. I'd like to see
You're
this
gonna
video.
have to watch. You're gonna have to watch the video. Once you see the video of you, like literally, like run over, spout some gibberish, yell Jixie's diabetes, and then literally run. You're
I
running in a
didn't
restaurant.
yell.
You're
I didn't
inside-
yell that
you're
Jixie had
inside-
You
diabetes,
took
bro.
off your
You're
shirt. You do not
literally
remember
running.
taking off your
all right.
shirt?
I'm not fuck you. Fucking take off
When-
my
when-
shirt.
All right, keep on
No,
this gaslighting.
when
Keep on
parents
this. You'll see,
came
you'll see.
into the it was the whole like they would see us and like shuttle their children away, be like, oh no. It was bad.
I'm not gonna act like we were perfect. Our table was just kind of generally loud, but you guys were like the next level. You're like decibels higher for sure. Because I think you had all the most drunk people at your table. I think.
It
I
was
think we had the,
just because Jake C is 90 pounds, bro, and he was sending it.
We
You know?
had
And
the more
also Mick
experienced
Homie.
drinkers at our table. You know?
Mick was there too.
Oh yeah,
that
make
was
it.
a-
Yeah, we
Mick
had-
is-
How
You know.
how old is Jake C? He's what, like
He's like 19.
He's actually we
18.
found out when
he's
we were in
20.
Tennessee. He's the youngest of all of us. He's younger than Cuniques.
He's 20.
yeah, because he sounds like he's
Yes.
been smoking for like 40 years and his voice really fucking carries. And so it was just this like like from the he's small man, large package, you know what I'm
His
saying?
voice
Like
projects a
His
lot.
voice does
Like,
project. Yeah, he's got a very projecting
that's
voice.
true. Yeah.
very projecting voice.
That is true. That was great. though.
yeah.
I'm glad because what Bodie wanted to do was he's like, let's just get an Uber and go back. I was like, no, we're going. I was like, we're going. He's like, I gotta pee. I have to pee. I was like, go to the dumpster. And he went to the dumpster and he went back there and he said, I saw somebody. I couldn't do it. I couldn't pee. Funny, bro.
There's
He
some
couldn't-
other dude peeing there
couldn't.
and he's like, nah, I can't. Like,
Me
Why
and
couldn't you
Hamzy-
pee inside?
We had to walk about a half mile, maybe quarter mile.
It
Yeah.
was about a little over a quarter mile we had to walk from the third
So you're
tasting
leaving the
to get
bar?
to the restaurant.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
so- okay,
and like
gotcha.
but a lot of people had to pee, and me and Hamzy had to pee really bad. So like we went to this arcade where they had the bathroom like roped off, and like I looked at him, he looked at me, and we were both thinking the same thing. Like fuck this, we're just gonna go in there and piss. You know, we're just gonna piss into the broken toilet. And then as soon as we were about to go in there, one of the guys walked up and was like, "May I help you?" And we were like, "Oh." So we had to abandon that. And then we kept walking, and I looked. I just see this super dark alley, and I could just see at the end of the alley. I see the dumpster, and I was like, "That's it, Hamzy." He was like, "This is a gold mine," you know, because he's Hamzy. And we walked all the way back there, and we pissed in peace. We pissed next to a dumpster, next to a drain. There was even a drain too. It's pretty nice. So yeah.
It's like it's made
Pretty
for
good,
pissing.
and yeah, it was one of
Yeah.
my favorite moments. Though was like looking up, like I point my GoPro at Hamzy, and he just has his hands on his hips, fat. He didn't unbutton his jeans. He literally just zipped them down and pulled his fat cock out, and
He
it
went
just
through the
has
fence.
both his. We went through the fence, both hands on the hips, and he goes, "This is great, dude." And he's just
That is so
pissing.
inspiring.
It's an iconic image. It's outstanding. And we tried to blur his cock out, and it didn't work. Like you can still clearly see his cock. So what we did is we had to put Bodie's face over his cock for the video
Okay.
yesterday Sunday. So
that was my first time meeting Hamzy. Was that trip? We
Was
missed
it?
each other on every cast. We've never talked
What about
until the trip.
TwitchCon? You didn't meet him at TwitchCon?
Nope, we never crossed paths.
Huh.
I think we were both at the base party at the same time, or one of
Yeah,
them.
probably.
but we
That's
just
Yeah,
never.
we're
incredible.
completely different
Hamzy
planes
is
of
the path.
existence.
Hamzy is the path. So that's
It's
insane
true.
that you guys
That is
didn't
kinda
cross.
I know.
crazy.
Like
yeah,
that
yeah,
is.
no, he was great. Hamzy was so much fun.
he's different. He's a different breed. Different breed for sure.
He's a monster. He's an absolute
He's
beast.
fiend. All respect.
Yeah.
It's a good thing he did not join a fraternity in college because he probably would not be with us during this day
Yeah.
and age. So
Probably
good thing
true.
that it-
Or
good
his
thing I
frat
didn't get him.
brothers would be dead. more realistically, yeah.
One of the two.
Oh,
But
Did we do
Yeah, that
anything
was
major after Calhoun's, or did we?
no, we just
go
went
home
back
and-
to the house. We went back to the house and we just kept drinking moonshine,
Tore into
hanging
the
out.
moonshine.
I'm pretty sure I went live.
Did anyone cry?
in the hot tub. So there were like survivors usually about like 4, 5, 6 in the morning in the hot tub, and then that's where the crying happened.
Yeah. I went to bed at a decent, like, by decent, I mean like 1 or
That's
2
really
every
surprising.
night.
I could imagine that you'd be the guy to do that.
Well, I had to pace myself because I had the 2 weeks of trips back to back. I wasn't
Yeah, of
trying to
course, yeah, of
die.
course. Yeah, of course.
Okay, how hard did the North Carolina trip go, like comparatively?
Not as hard. No, it was fun and a lot of drinking happened, but it was not the Tennessee
quite
trip.
Was it
same-
structured
not
at all?
quite
Did you
the
guys
same
have
caliber,
anything?
okay.
Did you guys have anything planned? Did you go?
No,
do any
no, it was
activities, or
pretty.
just-
No, it was actually pretty chill, which I needed desperately. So, yeah, it was a pretty quiet trip, all things considered, which
Did y'all
was
just
nice.
like drink in the house and like go to a bar here and there? Or
Yeah, went to an art museum. Like it was.
What?
Yeah, it was chill. It was chill.
I bet that was
Picturing, like,
Torvesta's
fucking
suggestion, huh?
Jake
Such an
in
interesting-
Torvesta
Yeah,
just
well, we
Yeah.
actually we went and
walking
worked
through an
out a
art
couple
museum.
times,
Oh,
which
yes.
it was my first time hanging with Torvesta. He was great. He's hilarious though. I did not know that about him. He's very funny,
I want to
like
meet him.
sneaky funny. Yeah,
He's
it was
my
great.
number one. Man.
Yeah, we went and worked out. There was one time we found some like cinder blocks and like a wooden beam, and we're using that for like deadlift and bench press and stuff. That was really fun. So yeah, no, it was. We were in like a little oasis in like all of North Carolina looks like the woods. So
Very true.
it felt like we were like there. I think there's a lot more stuff around you. You just can't see it because there's so many trees, and the hills there are pretty tight. Like so, vision is obscured. So
I've
yeah.
traveled there a little bit. Charlotte's pretty cool, and so is Asheville. If you ever anybody,
I
listening,
think I'll be
go
going to Asheville. I think maybe this year. Everybody
Asheville's
keeps
really
telling
cool
me I
place.
need to go.
It's
So
awesome.
Asheville
It's
is
very,
there's a lot
like,
of parallels
liberal.
to well, there's a lot of as far as like the activities go. It reminds me of Gallenberg because there's a lot of like stuff you can do there. There's a lot of activities you can do.
is it
in
as
Asheville.
like touristy?
No, not
because-
as bad as Gallenberg, but there's just a lot you can do there.
It's way more focused on like breweries and stuff. If you're into
Yeah.
that,
Mhm.
a lot more beers. That's
I
There's,
like that.
Chocolate
Cool.
Nine
places
Rain
there
the type
too.
of guy.
Yeah, there's actually a really nice chocolate place. And there's like a
Yeah.
famous like donut place there too. They're amazing, but like food is decent. That's a good trip.
Yeah, I think I'll probably be doing Asheville and then Tasty. I gotta head down to your neck of the woods.
I got a
Just come
couch
here,
for you,
just
buddy.
come here this weekend. We're having a birthday party. I'll
Actually,
be
I
there.
have a,
So
I have a
will
What,
king
Zoe.
really?
size,
So
I have
will
a
Zoe.
king
Oh my
size bed.
gosh.
So
Wow.
With this
We can all
weekend,
sleep
I
together.
can't.
tomorrow.
It's like-
well, tomorrow's the dinner, but I guess yeah, this weekend. You know.
Damn, I wish I knew ahead of time. I could have planned that, but oh well.
That is so sweet.
What
All
the?
right.
What did we do the second day?
Can we talk about the second day? I will say, speaking of working out, you know, I wake
Oh,
up like a
yeah.
fucking degenerate at like noon or 1 or 3, whatever the fuck it is. Go out onto the balcony, and you know what I see going on in like a light mist of rain and some fucking sparkling shit? I see out in like the gazebo over there. I see Nine Rain and Satyr, two fucking shirtless Baywatch ass looking motherfuckers, just like doing pull-ups off the gazebo and doing like random ass stretches and fucking wild shit. And I'm like, what the fuck are you guys doing? I'm like a fat little shit, like kind of hungover. They're like, oh yeah, 3,
Kinda.
4, 5.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's what you guys were like. Yeah.
Exactly like that.
Yeah,
yeah.
Honestly-
I was pretty shocked that on a vacation you would work out. It's it's
It
you know
makes
what?
me feel better about the abhorrent things I'll be putting in
It's
my
a
body
coping-
later.
It's a coping mechanism.
Yeah, it's really
That's fair.
just
I like
it's
that.
a mental exercise for
It's
sure.
like a health bank account where he's depositing into so he can withdraw
Mm-hmm.
later.
Yeah. Okay.
yeah,
That's actually
yeah.
really smart. Yeah.
I don't think it
usually
works
do that.
like that, but it feels like it.
That's my coping mechanism. Like a couple weeks before the trip, is I go super hard, and I'm just like, you know what? It's time to not do anything. Like I do. I kind of opposite, like a preload. type of deal.
That's smart.
Like
That's
a
smart.
preload.
That's
Cool,
what I
cool,
like to
cool.
do. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
No, it
remember
makes me
waking
feel
up
human. Makes me feel
blindingly
human.
hungover, and you were
Yeah.
out in the gazebo, Nine Rain. You had like a
Yeah.
room on top of two
I
chairs.
found a rake. I found there were
rake,
two
that's what it
chairs.
was.
Yeah, there were two lawn chairs that I turned like back end to back end and had a rake between the back of them, and I could do
Yeah,
pull-ups off
I
it.
walked
like
out
that.
with no pants on, and I saw that, and I went back to bed. So, that's-
I was gonna say, I found a good probably video series for Nine Rain. Just you going to random places and doing makeshift workouts with just random items. Could be a good series for you.
Not a terrible idea.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing that I did until people started talking about it, and I was like,
You're very creative. So like that could be a cool series. I'd watch for sure.
Hmm.
Sick.
I'd have fun
Everyone
doing
doing
it.
that real
That's a
stuff.
great idea.
Yeah.
I'm going to write that down.
You should.
Thank you, PJ.
Second day, yeah, we got. I didn't plan anything because I knew we were gonna be fucking sleeping in till
Who was the most
you know,
hungover?
1 or 2. Probably
Was-
Tasty.
was that the
Probably
day-
Tasty's up
Mick?
there, bro.
Wait,
Or Mick,
wait,
Tasty
wait.
Mick.
I
No,
don't
no,
know
this
if it
is
was
third day,
this
actually, right?
day.
No,
No,
the second day is aquarium day where we went to the aquarium.
Oh, okay. The second day was the day that I woke up and everybody was gone. I was the only person in the house because everybody went to. I woke up at like 3:30 or something like that,
Yeah.
and everyone was at the aquarium or like out getting lunch, and so I just sat in the hot tub and I vaped for like 30 minutes to get rid of my
That's the life,
hangover.
baby.
It was
That's why
it
I
was
think
really
you're the
nice
most
actually.
hungover.
Dude, the hot
It was
tubs
really
were
nice.
great, dude. Those
Oh, the hot tub, dude. My fucking god.
it would be a little bit chilly and like a good like the rain was cutting the heat even more and you could just get in the hot tub and relax. That was really
Yeah,
nice.
that was
And the
beautiful.
views were incredible. The smoke I've never seen the Smoky Mountains, but obviously the name like the namesake there's like clouds rolling over them at any
look
point in the
smoky.
day. Oh my god, it was awesome.
It is a beautiful view. It was definitely it's yeah. I tried to appreciate it as much as I could, but especially because like we got to see it in all the different forms. We had like the overcast day, the rainy day, with the sunny day. That was actually nice that we got to see like every different like variable of weather we could. Besides, I guess snow, because it does snow up there too.
Yeah. So you guys went to the aquarium and then I met up with you at some like Irish bar. Is that where we went?
Yeah,
and
so
then
that was the-
then we did another
that was the
moonshine
split.
tasting.
Yeah, well, that was just what we did the aquarium, which honestly I thought that was kind of a rinky-dink, kind of shitty aquarium. It was actually a pretty solid aquarium. I was
Yeah, it was
surprised.
alright.
They've added a lot of stuff there. It was actually pretty decent. It was
It's
pretty
no
cool.
Chattanooga
I love that aquarium.
but it was good.
Yeah, Chattanooga aquarium's better. But
I
so
think
Did we
It's
do
T.
breakfast
Papa's
before
wife.
the aquarium, or did we just raw dog the aquarium?
I
no,
had
everybody
4
just met the
donuts.
aquarium.
I had
Oh
4
yeah, we didn't
chocolate
ask.
like-
We just
It was like 2 p.m. Everybody just kind of went
and
and
a
did their own
mango
thing,
elf bar.
which is what I think would be best to do. And then,
there you go.
then yeah, there was a split. Some people wanted to go drink again and go to like the moonshine tasting and like go look at some local bars. And then there's another half of us. We went and we did go-karts,
That was awesome.
Yo, that sounds
which
sick.
was
The
and they were,
go-karts?
like real gas-powered go-karts that go upwards of 30
I kind
miles
of
an hour.
I kind of made myself go to the go-karts. That was one of my favorite things we did there. Those were awesome.
I tried to tell everybody
It-
how sick it was. How sick was it?
yeah,
I tried
it
to
was
tell them, but
so
no one- they're like, "Let's
sick,
go
bro."
drink." I was like, we can literally drink here every single day. Just
I
come
mean, we
ride
had
the go-kart.
multiple people like spinning out. Like there was some aggressive go-karting happening.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a lot of
Oh
fun.
yeah, drifting around turns and shit. It was sick.
It was a good time. And
My
you'll see
favorite
'cause-
thing. Sorry.
Go ahead, sorry.
My favorite thing about the aquarium is Hamzy had legal drugs where he's from. Hamzy had some goodies on him, and he went and played in the jungle gym at the aquarium, and he lost them, and he went back and he found them around all the kids.
He dropped the illicit
Wow.
substances in the playground for
That
children.
did not happen. Are you
Yeah,
serious?
I
Yes.
remember
Fucking
this.
hell, bro.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
He found him. He
Wait,
found
he
him.
like
He
checked
went
his
back.
pockets. He's
He
like, oh
found them.
fuck, dude.
They were a little
found
light,
him, but-
so the
Oh
kids
my
got into him,
God,
but he got the
bro.
package. You know.
I
Yeah.
cannot,
At least he
dude.
got it back.
He found the
Dude,
empty
no,
wrapper and
the
was like,
really-
oh no.
The really fucking bad
hell
part
no.
about it is that it was fucking candy. It looked like
It
chocolate.
was candy.
Oh
it was
my
candy.
chocolate.
God, bro.
That,
He dropped-
that would have been
Oh
eaten
my
up
God,
immediately.
bro.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
lost his
Hamzy.
chocolate candy at the fucking at
Fucking
the
hell,
playground,
bro.
at
Chocolate
the
candy
aquarium.
drugs in the children's
Are
play
you
place, dude.
serious, bro? He could have caught a fucking manslaughter
That
charge.
was like
Hell.
that was
Jesus.
code red, bro. That was code red.
Fucking hell, dude. That is terrifying.
Yeah,
That's
that was my
allegations
favorite.
moment. That's the real
That was
allegations
that was
right
the
there.
We beat
allegations.
the allegations,
Oh my
okay? Nothing
God,
happened.
bro.
Everything's fine.
I did
I'm
not
so
know that
impressed.
happened. I would have probably slapped the fuck out of him.
That's why we didn't tell you.
Bro,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
Yeah, Hamzy came
Jesus, bro.
scurrying back with the candy and was like, "Don't tell Dad."
That is
Well, he
terrifying.
had the
Fucking
biggest smile on the world, like in the world, that he had found him again. He was like, "Oh, guys, guess what just happened?" I think if he lost him for good, he was not going to tell anybody. But it was the fact that he was able to re-find them that it was now okay to tell the story.
Of course.
Just like ruined
He
some
knows what
kid's
he's
life.
doing. He's good.
Oh man. Okay. Well, I'm glad he found him. That's good.
I'm gaslighting. That story wasn't real. Ha 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 ha.
Yep, that was a
Yeah,
fake
yeah,
story.
that's-
That was a
I
fake-
got you
that was a
guys.
fake
That was a
story.
good
That
one.
never
So
happened.
funny.
Yep.
That's a good one.
Didn't happen.
Yep.
But yeah, I think in the upcoming vlogs too, I strapped the GoPro. I had a head harness for my GoPro, and I put it on during the go-karts, and I got some really cool video of me destroying
Dude,
everybody.
PJ and those little go karts look like fucking Bowser, dude.
I was moving.
He was like, it was like knees up. He's driving like this. Like,
It was all gas, no brakes. It was a good time though.
it was really fun. Yeah.
And then, yeah, I think that was probably one of the more like, I guess, lax. This is a little more lax than the other days that day, like as far as the drinking and stuff goes. Because I know
All we did
then
was
we went
drinking
to
dinner. Yeah.
yeah, well, we did the activities during the day, and then we went to dinner. And I'd had a reservation at this really cool restaurant, but then they had called me and told me that we had way too many people. They're like, we can't accommodate it. So I had to like make the game time decision, and I was like, let's just go to this stupid steakhouse. So we went to a steakhouse in the Salad Bar. And
Is
it
that
was a
where we?
steakhouse
That's
in
where we
Salad
saw the
Bar.
bear.
That's where,
That's
we did
where
see
the bear
there.
was.
That was
That's
a
where the bear
highlight.
Where was
for
the
me, bro.
bear?
Yo,
In
we
a tree.
like as we're
Next,
finishing up
next to the
dinner.
restaurant?
Yeah, as we're finishing up dinner, I don't know who it was, but like Cartoon slides next to our table and is like, "There's a bear outside."
That must have been Jake C, because the cartoon slide could only be
like-
Jake C.
Then like half of us like pop up and solo mission quicker than anyone, and we run outside to go see
Those
this bear.
fucking, I remember that the fucking checkered pants. He's like running out of the restaurant.
That's
Yeah, flapping in the wind, you know?
thing, dude. Something about
Yeah.
Solo. He had a fucking pretty
The
nice
drip.
selection of pants. His
Yeah,
pants
great
are always
pants.
just like
I
His
love
pants
his
game's
pants.
insane, bro. He's like a
And the thing
professional
is, like,
golfer at all times.
They're
Yeah,
not
like, you could've
pants.
seen 'em on the
I
green.
call them trousers. That's some British shit. Like, I look at them;
Trousers?
those are fucking trousers for sure.
Yeah,
you
those
know?
are. Yeah.
They had some. It was thick, good material.
Yeah.
Like it was solid. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's running out with these pants flapping in the wind. And anyways, we saw this black bear up in a tree. I mean, maybe we got like, I don't know, 10 yards from it. And it's just chilling, very unconcerned. And there was a dumpster like by the side of the restaurant. The second the dude walks out at the end of the day to like start putting stuff in the dumpster, that bear just like perks up, comes down the tree, walks like 10 yards in front of us, doesn't care. Just a happy little bear. And so they're trying to shoo it off the dumpster, and the the bear's being all bashful about it. He's like, bro, like, but apparently he does it every single night. That bear just hangs out in the tree, and then and he's just waiting for them to come out with the food and the leftovers. He
Yeah,
goes
there's
and
So sick.
there's I've seen a lot of videos. I had a friend who actually they were up there in Gatlinburg and they were just eating, and a bear they're eating at like a outside wooden table, and a bear just strolled up. He just strolled up and just plopped down next to him and just stared at him. He didn't do anything. He was just looking at him. And they started feeding him. They started feeding him like
You're
peanut
not
butter
supposed
on
to
bread.
do that.
They started feeding him like peanut butter on bread. He's like taking a Snapchat with the bear, like hanging
bro,
out with the
I'm gonna
bear.
be
and the
honest.
bear's just chilling.
If a bear sat next to me, I'd feed it. I don't think
Yeah,
I'd
that's what it
risk.
did. It literally, he said it just sat there and just looked at him. It didn't like jump on their table. It just sat there and just looked at him. Because I guess it's been fed before, obviously. And it
Yeah,
just
I
chilled
don't
there.
think I would risk offending the bear. I'd offer him some food.
Oh, for sure.
So they fed the bear. But yeah, most
That's
of the bears
awesome.
are pretty. The black bears are chill. I remember I looked it up. I think like one person's been attacked, and like one person a year on average gets attacked. I think they only attack if you get near their babies, which at
Yeah,
that point.
which we
that's on
did
you.
see a mother with some cubs, but
Yeah.
from a distance.
Black bears are cute. They're a cute bear.
Yeah,
Not big
cute
and
bear.
scary, but scary enough to kill you. Gotta be careful. But yeah.
Yeah. The second restaurant
restaurant-
was a fun time though.
No, I
That's a good time.
no, we're not done with that restaurant. There was a black bear there. But the most important thing at that table that we sat, first, there was a lot of wine flowing.
Well, okay.
Bodhi got like fucking 15 bottles of wine per person or something. Okay, sure, whatever. So we're sitting there, we all get our food, we order it. Tasty got a steak, right? It was a good steak, right?
Oh, I
Tasty?
forgot about this.
Max cuts into it. He's like, that shit's, everyone ordered medium rare. Max cuts into it. That shit's still fucking like mooing, dude. That
It's
shit's...
raw. It is genuinely raw. It was a raw steak.
And Max was like snapping. He's like, waiter, come
I
over
didn't
here.
snap.
He
dude.
snapped. He
I
snapped.
rang a bell that I keep for the help. Okay.
And he's
The
just
hell?
like, waiter, take this back. I will not eat this. This is not medium rare.
I know.
Waiter's
That's
like,
not what I
"What?"
said.
That's weird.
All
though.
I
Was
said was
yours okay. So here's the real question: was yours actually not? Because like everybody else got medium rare too, and they didn't send theirs.
I
back,
would
so
no. In his defense, it was send
was-
backable.
it was raw. It was genuinely. It was pretty fucking raw. It was-
But that's weird though that yours was that way. Was
Well,
nobody else was that way?
No,
or is it
you
just
know
just
what's
didn't want it?
weirder? Everyone ordered medium rare. I ordered medium.
But did you go for a tenderloin?
No, I went for
Huh.
a New York strip.
They have no excuse then.
Yeah, there's nothing.
Yeah.
Sometimes they'll undercook some of the thicker cuts, but no excuse.
Yeah.
I
That's
ordered medium
weird.
specifically because I didn't trust them, and then
Right,
I was
I
the only
don't-
one that got fucked up because of it.
Really?
Maybe
Yeah.
they were offended and they said, "Fuck this guy. Let's give him something
Well,
else."
no,
I mean,
you know
that's what-
why? It's because they hated me because I took the fall for Bodie. Okay?
The decanter
Because
thing.
I took the fall for
Listen,
Bodie, dude.
Listen, if you're listening,
I
right
was
now,
trying
these
to be helpful.
motherfuckers- These motherfuckers tried to ask a mid
No.
steakhouse that
Hold
has
on,
a
just let
salad
Tasty,
bar.
No,
just
no,
let
no.
Tasty
Okay.
tell the story.
Okay.
Let him do it. Let him do it. Let him do
Defend
it.
yourself.
You're giving
Defend
him
yourself.
Steakhouse with a
You're
salad
giving
bar.
him
They asked for
context
this.
that they don't
Yeah.
need
Okay.
yet,
Start from the
okay?
beginning, Tasty. Let's go. Let's
Okay.
just hear
Describe
it.
the waiter
So-
first. Describe the waiter as a person.
The waiter I don't
Looks
wanna
like
be
Bodie.
Mean. He looked like Bodie if he smoked crack instead of played RuneScape. He was like kind of disheveled, like scraggly
Crack Bodie.
beard.
Crack
The
Bodie.
eyes were a little wild. Like he was kind of like he was a super nice guy. I liked him a lot. He's actually very accommodating
You know
for
what?
all of my
Let me preface
snotty.
this. Let me preface this. The crazy thing is Bodie asked me before. He's like, "How's this restaurant?" I was like, I literally told him. I said, "It's a very run-of-the-mill steakhouse. There's nothing special." I was like, "It's just a very normal restaurant." And he still said,
Well,
"Fuck it, bro."
they had a wine list. Like they had a full book dedicated to the different wines they had.
So does Olive Garden. Does Olive Garden.
Okay,
Okay.
to be fair, fast casual steakhouses are a very American thing that I don't think I would understand if I was from any other country. That is
yeah.
like the Outbacks and like Longhorns and all those of the world. Those
Yeah.
are
They
Bodie
served
gets one. He
Camus,
gets one.
no? They served Camus?
We got a bottle of Camus and like a couple. So we had like decent wines. They weren't bad wines. And so like Bodie's like looking over the menu and cracked out Bodie comes by to like take our order. And Bodie's like, "Oi lad, you have some fucking decanters for the fucking wine, lad." Which what he said
say it
was
like that?
That's exactly how he said it. He asked if they had decanters for the wine, which if you don't know what a decanter is, it's just a big wide bottom glass thing that you pour the wine into. So there's more surface area so it breathes. That's all it is. But he said it in like his fucking crazy Manchester accent. And like I've hung out with Bodie a good few times. I've talked to him a lot. I can still only understand him about half the time. This
Yeah.
poor guy in the
I'm
South.
with you. Yeah.
This
Yeah,
poor
that's
guy in the
fair.
South had
I heard-
no fucking chance.
The guy was staring at Bodie. I heard him blink, just like
Yeah, like, it
was like nothing.
It was like a SpongeBob blink, like
Yeah.
like that's what it sounded
Yeah.
like clearly did not register. So in my brain, I'm like, oh, this poor guy just doesn't understand Bodie. Like, let me translate. And I was like,
Yeah.
we're just curious if you have decanters for the wine. And then we got another fucking SpongeBob blink, and I was like, uh-oh, like what's going on here? Like he just fucking stared at us and was like, like decanters for the wine, and he's like. What? I was like,
After a long silence, he literally just goes, "I'm sorry, sir. I don't know what that is."
No, I also want to paint the picture of imagine Tasty sitting there next to Bodie, right? Tasty's wearing like a cashmere sweater, his gold chain hanging out, just fucking garishly
it
in
was
front.
fake.
Yeah, give me a decanter.
talking-
Decanter,
talking like this.
decanter.
Decanter.
The best part is,
He's like,
is
you
the
know, a
waiter,
decanter.
The
And the
waiter
guy's
looks
just like-
the waiter looks like the fucking version of Bodie that should not have been created. And he's standing there, and behind him is a fucking salad bar, and these two fucking guys are asking for a wine decanter, bro, at this restaurant that has a salad fucking bar. That's so fucking funny to me. Because like I started thinking about it later that night. I was like, I can't believe what was going on.
I think Tasty said decanter about 6 times. He would just go decanter.
I was like a wine decanter.
Decanter.
Like, it's a big decanter.
wine
with the
decanter.
The wine.
And then the guy would blink and he'd be like, to decant the wine. And you're like,
Yeah, bro.
that doesn't really help.
No, I
Basically,
think-
you went to a Longhorn Steakhouse that wasn't called Longhorn Steakhouse, and we're asking for a wine decanter, basically.
Yeah, no.
I think at one point, Tasty, did you describe what a decanter was? You're like,
I
when
did.
you poured the wine into a bigger glass before you poured into the tiny
I
glass.
said it's a wide bottom glass to increase the surface area.
Yeah, he explained how and
explain
why.
that.
Explain
Yes,
the physics
yes,
of a
he did.
decanter to see if maybe he just didn't know the term, but they had the glassware in the back. I don't know. I was.
glad
in
you
It was-
asked, though. I am. It
You
made-
could
it
hear
made-
a pin drop. You could hear a pin
Dude,
drop in that restaurant.
It was real rough, actually. And then,
I wish I
like,
would've been at that table. I
about
wish I would've
5
been at that
seconds
table. It was
after
funny.
I launched into the fucking decanter thing, I realized, like, oh, this guy just doesn't know what a decanter is. It's not Bodhi being indecipherable. And I was like, but now I'm kind of stuck with this. Like, I have to continue.
I
I
saved
gotta
you, bro.
finish it.
It was, dude. It was complete silence. It was you could cut the awkwardness with a
yeah.
cheese.
You heard,
or
like,
cut the
you heard-
awkwardness with a knife. Sorry, and then I
Jesus,
go.
bro.
Sorry, I don't know why I said that. And then I saved Tasty. I go, don't mind him. He has a linguistics degree. I'm very sorry.
Yeah, you did. He saved the day. He saved the day.
And then everyone
Really
laughed, and
kind of you.
it was unserious, and we could all joke about it.
Yeah,
I
think it was good you asked. So it's made for a really good story. That is a hilarious
It was,
story. Because like
yeah.
I
It
was
literally
just
like the rest of the night after you told me that, I was laughing to myself just thinking about that image of that poor guy, salad bar just blazing in the background, just fear in his eyes, and you guys just staring at him as you asked him that. Just kills me.
Dude,
bro.
everyone
Such a
was
nice
fucking.
guy. Just
He was
slightly
nice.
nervous, you know. Just it's like he wasn't fully comfortable there yet, but he was just trying his best to get everyone get it together. And this
Hey.
fucking British dude and his weird ass friend asked for a decanter. And you're like, what the fuck is that?
Dude, everyone was fucking
Over.
gaslighting me for the whole meal
Listen,
for like
bro,
demanding
over
He's like looking
decanters
around
and
to see like, hey
sending
man,
back
is
steaks,
this a YouTube
bro. Like,
video? Like just making sure he's not getting fucking pranked.
Over at the poor people table, we were making up birthdays, so we were having a good time.
yeah, you guys got
Whose birthday was
little
it?
birthday
It was
celebration.
Mick Homie's birthday, his 50th
Of course it
birthday,
was.
and we got
Aw.
crazy over there. It was a good time. So
I actually, guys, I do need to bounce. I have to go to a concert like,
Oh,
immediately.
okay. All right. We
Oh,
can
shit.
we can.
Should I just leave my camera running, Tasty?
Can you do that?
Would that be
Yeah,
helpful?
It would
Yeah,
fuck
that'd be
up the
good.
scene if you
Can-
did.
I'm gonna-
yeah,
can you,
that'd be
can
great.
put it on the gold? Yeah, that's
I'll
fine.
put it on the gnome, and I'm just gonna leave it running because I'm like
Beautiful.
leaving my house.
Yeah, that's
So
fine.
That's
Is it
beautiful.
really that time
All right.
already?
yeah, it is that time.
That's
Okay,
crazy.
Yeah,
I've had a
we've been
blast.
gassing.
All right, guys.
Love you, man.
love you,
I'm gonna
Nine
leave
Rain.
Love you,
myself.
King.
We'll send you a paycheck
Bye.
soon.
Beautiful. Goodbye, Nine Rain.
Damn, I
And
missed
now
him
that
already.
he's fucking gone, holy
Yeah,
shit.
thank God, dude. Jesus Christ.
He's actually moving the golden gnome. It looks like.
Oh,
Oh,
I think.
well,
Oh,
it's
okay.
he's putting a light on it.
Well, yeah, I don't think he realizes that I have cropped the scene in OBS, so it's not
Wait,
even
don't say
it's
anything.
not even close to
Don't
the
say
golden
anything, yeah,
gnome.
Shift,
tell
shift
him
his
that-
camera.
he's
Shift
gonna
his
Tell him it's
camera.
okay.
so
Tell him it's
that-
good. Tell him it's good.
Oh, he's
Oh,
moving
wait.
it. He's moving
Oh
it.
wait.
Oh,
Wait, Max, you should shift his camera a little bit this way.
Oh, he's gone. That's it. I think that's all we're getting.
He really tried his best.
I got it.
Oh, you
I
got it?
fixed
Did you
I got
change it?
Yep.
There we
I
go.
dragged it over.
Gorgeous.
Wow, that's so exciting.
But that was pretty much it though for the second day. I think that's unless you guys have something else you remember.
Nah. Third day
Um,
was third day Dollywood?
Third day was Dollywood. We
I
woke
didn't
up,
know. My favorite part about the second day, hold on, it was when we fucking we were at our table and a cold one comes over from the other table and like convinces us that it's been a group consensus that we are going to be going to the other house tonight to party. Like we're gonna venture
Oh
to
yeah,
the other
he
house.
gaslit us. He gaslit us, dude.
Everybody has decided that we're going to that house, and we're like, okay, yeah, like
It's
okay,
just him.
and
he just said that.
Bro, it was literally just him.
yeah, it was just we never been bait and switch so hard, and so yeah, it was. We did have to go on a trek to the other house that night. It was fun.
I did not care. The only reason I cared is because we had set up and had everything ready to film a video in our house. And then he did that, and you guys just were like, okay. And then I didn't learn about it till we got back. So I was pissed off. I was like, what the? I was
Wait,
like,
that's
why are
when
we going
filmed
over
the
there?
Inferno video, isn't it?
And
That is where we
yes,
filmed the Inferno
yes,
video.
we were supposed to film the. By the way, watch the Inferno video.
Exclamation
if you
Inferno.
haven't.
Wait,
Yeah,
was
watch
this
the
the same
Inferno
night?
video. Yes, it was
That was
Friday.
after
It
we
the
got
same
back?
night. So that was after we got back, and I was pissed off
Yeah.
because we were supposed to do it there. And I was like, I asked Cole, I was like, why are we going to your place? Like, why can't we need to film this? And he was like, well, I want to play Nintendo 64. I was like,
That's
so we're all
why.
going over there so
You
we
wanna
can play
play Mario
Nintendo
Kart.
64.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, and I was like, okay, you know what? It's fine. We'll make it work. So it's fucking packed
did
up all the
make it
shit
work,
and brought
you
it
know?
over there. We made it work. But
Yeah,
that was,
we
that was
did.
stressful.
We just had to like. There was so much like setup involved for that. It was
It's
just
literally
fucking
Ignoble's
stressful,
video
dude.
too, and he's literally just useless. Literally no spine. I'm yelling at people, having to get it together. Also,
Wait,
fuck
you
you
think
for
I'm
that,
gonna
bro.
fucking grab Bodhi by
Fuck
the
you.
neck, be like, sit the fuck down. We are filming right now. You know?
Yes,
Yes,
bro.
you
He
should.
shits and pisses the same as you. He is man, okay?
Actually,
Alright?
he
That's
Sit
has
his ass
acid
down.
reflux, so he shits
That's
differently,
true,
I
Yeah, that's
think.
true. Maybe
He
he
shits
does. It's a little
differently.
more- Yeah, okay, that's fair.
Yeah, he
But,
pisses
anyway, yeah.
Cabernet, so.
But it was as you know, as stressful as it was to get that together. I think the video turned out fucking awesome.
Video is a banger. It's really
The
good.
video is a banger.
Very good video.
It's-
We did over 4,000 views in under 2 days. Well done, guys.
We're 4K.
Yay.
Beautiful. When's
Sounded good,
when's the Beer Olympics coming out? Because that one's gonna be heat too.
That'll probably be a few more weeks. We do have one more video.
okay.
It is the RuneScape Beer Olympics. That was I think it's gonna be better mainly because we got way better audio for that video because it's not like an extreme like loud. I don't think we were as drunk when we started. It's easier to follow. I think
The Inferno
A lot of
video was a
chaos in
much
the Inferno video.
smaller space as well because it was in the second cabin
and
downstairs.
there's just
yeah.
tons of people there who weren't in the video, like in the background yelling. It was a lot. It was chaotic, but I think it needed to be chaotic.
Yeah, I
So.
think it came out great though.
Mick
because-
sucks at Inferno.
Yeah, Mick blows. that
spoilers,
No
bro,
Inferno
spoilers.
video.
No
bro.
spoilers. Well, that's not really a spoiler, but still no spoiler.
Yeah, people probably knew that.
Have you guys not seen that one clip of him where he's like tanking on 1 HP for like a whole minute?
That sounds like Mick.
It's
No.
so good. It's just
Yeah.
so good. All right, so there's a Dollywood and a video filming day.
Yeah, well, the first video we filmed Friday, and then the next day we got up quote unquote early, which was like 11 a.m. And we went to that was a Cracker Barrel experience.
That was pretty
Everybody's
fucking early.
Everybody is hungover. Everybody is upset. Everybody's got a headache. We get to Cracker Barrel and we're greeted with a very nice lady. She was nice. Like I don't blame her. Maybe it was I feel like it's the kitchen's fault maybe, but we had the worst service I've ever gotten in the Cracker Barrel my entire life. And all we wanted was coffee. All we wanted was some fucking coffee, and we could not get any coffee. She
It was
kept telling
rough.
us it's about to come out. They're fixing the machine. It's almost ready. The coffee's coming for 30 minutes.
We never got it.
It
We
was
never got
unreal. It was unreal the amount they
never got
edged
it.
just on that coffee. It was
Yeah.
unreal.
She edged the fuck out of us. I've never been edged that hard in my life.
We never got our fucking lattes. We never got them, man.
So bad.
The only thing,
Oh god, dude, it was so bad.
the only thing I remember about that meal, I was not feeling good. I was feeling really awful that day. The only thing I remember is Hamzy rolling up like 20 minutes late somehow. Like he found the only Uber in the entire city and Ubered to
True.
Cracker Barrel to meet us
That's
there.
true.
And he was doing the worst out of all of us. He literally like stumbles to the edge of our table, and we're like, "Yo, Hamzy, like, you want a mimosa?" And he looks up and he's like, "Yeah."
That was one thing that kept me calm. I think is that me and Bodie were drinking mimosas. Like that's the only thing.
Yeah,
the
the
mimosa
mimosas
was like
were actually not the worst. You know,
it was decent. It was a decent mimosa. I mean, it's hard to fuck it up,
Well,
but it was decent at least.
it
But,
was drinkable. It was
yeah.
drinkable.
It was drinkable, but the coffee was the worst part because like when you're hungover and you're like hungry, that is like
the coffee,
that's all our Bane was thinking about,
Yeah.
and we didn't get it. And then we also waited an hour for some fucking eggs and shit to be
Some
cooked.
shitty eggs.
Some shitty watery
Some
eggs.
shitty eggs.
And
I
yeah.
don't even remember
Hash brown
what I
casserole
got.
was good though. Yeah, it
I
was. It
genuinely
was.
don't remember what I ate.
Yeah, Cracker Barrel.
I will say, like, that was genuinely, like, it's so crazy that I experienced this with you guys, but I think that was genuinely the worst restaurant experience I have ever had in my life.
No, Restaurant Progress. PJ knows what I'm talking about.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, well,
Yeah.
that place
That's-
was awful because they
It was
considered
expensive.
themselves
It was
they
expensive
considered
and
them-
awful.
They consider
okay.
themselves like a real salad. Like Cracker Barrel, it's Cracker Barrel. It's not like well known for like being an amazing.
I now
place
have
to
a new
eat.
personal rule that involves if a restaurant has a gift shop, we're not fucking with it.
The gift shop was the
Fellows
best
there.
part, dude. That
That's
was
the
the
best part
best
about
part.
it. That's
I
literally
got
the best
I got
part
mugged,
about
bro.
it.
I got a
Listen,
mug.
we should have packed into the Waffle House, but somebody talked me out of it because that's what I wanted to do at first.
We
was just pack
shoulda-
into the
we
Waffle
shoulda
House.
done the Waffle
And
House,
Saints
you're
was just
right.
like, no, it's gonna be terrible. Like it's gonna be awful. We could have just packed the Waffle House full. They weren't gonna have that much people in there at 12. Would have been fine, but it's okay.
Plus, we
Dollywood,
would have seen
though,
a fight.
We could have
Dollywood,
started a
though,
fight.
one of the
Dollywood was the
greatest-
highlight of the trip for me,
One of the
honestly.
greatest,
Agreed.
One of the
So
greatest,
fun.
most underrated theme parks in the United States of America.
Oh, it's the
That
best
also-
theme park I've
heard
ever
of
been
it.
to.
Yeah.
It was so
Those
good.
roller
That's-
coasters
that's
were
strong.
heat.
It's
Yeah.
strong, but you know what makes it great is that Dollywood is clean. They play into the theme really well, and also the food is good there. I don't know if you got the food truck food there is really good. They have like legitimate food trucks inside the park that are actually pretty banging.
I had massive diarrhea, so I couldn't eat anything, but I did
Well,
take
Yeah,
a
I
little-
didn't eat
got the,
anything that whole day.
Yeah.
But
Do you know how
There's a
dangerously
food-
close I was to shitting myself on several of those roller coasters?
It happens
to the
Well,
best of us.
Dude.
We were in line for the first ride, and I was just talking about how bad I had to shit the whole time. Like I
Yeah.
was gonna shit. Like I was really worried when we go on this first ride. Like I had to shit.
The first
then
ride
I
was a
remember-
world famous roller
that-
coaster.
yeah.
It goes
Yeah,
fast.
I was, and I remember before I got on the ride, I was like minutes away from having to go, and when I got off the ride, I had no desire to go and did not go for 12 hours. Like I don't know what it did to my
sucked
body,
Back up into you, yeah.
but like
Dude,
the
as-
sensation completely gone. It was hype.
As the trip planner, I was upset after the second day because first off that fucking restaurant canceled on us that I wanted to go to, not the fucking Salad Bar Steakhouse, but that place. I'm glad
Salad
Dollywood
Bar.
was so great. I'm glad it was so well received because after that
yeah.
I was like, okay, it's because like it went back to the peak because after the moonshine night I was like, this is going great. Looks like everybody's enjoying it. But after the
Being
second
a
I was
planner
like,
is
damn.
so hard.
Yeah.
The hardest part about it is just the group size. Like trying to find stuff for
Yeah.
a size of that group that's palatable, that's going to be actually fun and not monotonous and like annoying. That was
Yeah.
the tough part, really.
I've
I
never
had a
seen.
group, sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I've never ever in my life seen a more determined man than Bodhi at a theme park.
That was a fever dream. That
It
was like, what is going on?
Insane.
That was the best part for me though, because like as the planner, like I'm the only person who's been to Dollywood, so I was gonna do that. I was gonna lead us around, but then he had the app downloaded, he memorized it, he had everything, and he just took off, and I was like, this is awesome. I can do shit.
Like when you see Bodhi streaming or making like videos for Roller Coaster Tycoon, like you guys need to know that it is like
genuine talent.
that is his literal obsession and passion is actually roller coasters. Like RuneScape's like high up there, and roller coasters are just above RuneScape, and you would not know that. He is that was so sick. It was so cool.
The real like the autistic side of him came out on the roller coasters more than it does with RuneScape, 100%.
Dude, it
Roller
was like
coasters
the
do that
whole
to a lot of people, honestly.
Yeah, like he like he knew the bill. He knew like she was talking about the structure of the roller coaster and like, well, they built it this way. And I was like, what?
You could he knew like
know
how
that
old
shit, yeah.
how old every single coaster in that park was. He could like tell you when it was constructed.
He knew like the top
companies.
speed. Like,
He knew
was
the
fucking-
top speeds. He knew the companies that made that one, like which ones got. It was actually like autistic. Like it was so sick. it was a single. That was the highlight of my trip because like we were just like it was boom. We were off that ride to the next one, and we went on every ride, and we went on the good ones, and it was just like, oh my god, it's like we paid thousands of dollars for a professional guide that was also
Yeah.
Bodhi from RuneScape. It was
Yeah, that's basically what happened. Yeah.
Well, I was worried because we spent almost 2 hours at that fucking it was like an hour and it was over the fucking Waffle House, or sorry, the Cracker Barrel. We wasted so much time there. I was scared we weren't gonna get to ride everything, but he did it pretty good. There was only one part where he could have did more efficiently, but I just let him keep walking. There's like a cut through the park to where we could have got to something like probably 10 minutes faster. That's the only thing I'm knocking for. Besides that, 10 out of 10 God. 10 out of 10.
No, that was insane.
I heard on the Seibei cast with Uberu that there was like a bit of mix up with the pricing. Was that place super expensive?
Oh, no, it was the Fast Pass thing.
Yeah, it was. It wasn't.
okay.
No, it was an expensive park, but
was, yeah.
well worth the money. Like at first when I paid, I was like, this is expensive, but then I was like, oh, this park is legit. Like it was
It's
not.
a legit park. It's
Yeah.
very legit.
Yeah.
It was what
And
was
the
like
thing is
$100 for a ticket.
all we did was get through all the rides. There's tons of like shows they put on there. There's all kinds of like stores and cool stores and stuff you can go in. We didn't really experience anything. You didn't get to do all that stuff. We focused on the rides because we wanted to. That's the fun part. We wanted to get that done. Because the last hour, I just went and walked around for a little bit and looked at stuff. Like they literally have a bald eagle aviary there, like where they rehabilitate bald eagles. It's
That's
really
so
cool.
cool.
And they also have a bird show where they bring on all these different raptors and owls and parrots that talk and shit. They also have like some plays and shows. They have comedians come there. It's pretty intense.
Yeah,
Sometimes Dolly comes too. You get to see Dolly every now and then. She'll pull up.
that would have been
You
sick.
get
Dolly-
to see Dolly.
Dolly will pull up and she'll ride on the train sometimes. Sometimes she'll just ride. She'll just walk around the park and say hi
I
to
would
people
lose my
sometimes.
shit. I would think it was an animatronic.
Yeah.
That is the one weird thing that I thought about Dollywood is it had a very severe lack of Dolly Parton. Like
There was no Dolly Parton in it, yeah, at all.
like
Well,
it
you
was
gotta go
the
to-
only
that's-
part that's Dolly for like from our experience was the gift shop on the way out. Like that was
Yeah.
the only
Was
part that was
those-
all Dolly.
that was the
Well, I was
only
gonna
image
say,
of Dolly I saw.
The only Dolly, like big time Dolly part of the park is that entrance there. All the stuff around the entrance. There's tons of, they like actually play Dolly Parton's music, and there's like, of course, all the shops and stuff that are like dedicated to her. That's about it. Besides that, it's its own theme park. But
Yeah, that was
really, it's a really
fucking-
cool place. If you're coming to East Tennessee and you're doing the Gatlinburg experience, definitely go to Dollywood. Yeah, but I think for the day now it's 85. I think it's $85. And then if you get a fast pass, is what, another $100? I think if you
It's
want
like
to get a fast
95
pass.
or something like that.
Yeah, it was 200 with tax for ticket and fast
Yeah.
pass.
Yeah, that's why I was annoying that we had to switch it, because if we would have went on a Thursday during the week, we wouldn't have needed fast pass, because the last time I went there was during the week on a Thursday around the same time, and I was able to ride that first roller coaster 3 times. 'Cause
That's
there was
so
like
sick.
there was like a 10-minute line. There was nobody there, and also we went on a weekend where the schools came. The schools were there. I don't know if you saw them school buses.
Yeah, there's like
There's a
4 schools, 8 tour buses with tourists.
Yeah, there is they do that on I think it's on Saturdays, and it's usually on Saturdays and Fridays they bring the schools will do field trips and bring the kids there, and there's just tons of fucking kids. And you know what? Fuck them kids.
Fuck them kids, bro.
We were
Dude,
trying to have fun.
My favorite part of the entire Dollywood day was the last hour. Because Bodie was on his phone, like checking the wait times in all of the roller coasters, calculating how far away they were and how quickly you could ride them to maximize the amount of ride. We literally, in the last 15 minutes of the park, rode that Eagle thing like 3 times. Like, we literally just kept going back and riding it again and again.
It is so hard to put into words to describe to the audience like how Bodie was in the theme park. Like it is on a next, however you think Bodie was, it was still the next level. Like
It was
the
insane.
man is
It was
obsessed,
incredible.
and it was so cool.
Yeah, it was really nice. I thought he just took over and just because at the beginning of the park he just took off and he was like he knew where we were going, and I was like, okay, well I'm just gonna follow him. He can run the tour today. I'm just gonna follow. And he's hard to follow. He walks fast. That was my favorite part. Is he would walk extremely fast, and we'd all just kind of walk. I mean, we were walking, trying to keep up a little bit, but not really. He would walk all the way there, and he'd be standing at the entrance, just with his phone like this, and just looking.
Yeah, he got like first round. His like annoyingly good posture, like looking around, like waiting for us.
It was pretty good. Yeah, I think he was happy too, because his like skin didn't get fucked up by the sun or anything.
Yeah, it seemed like he was doing fine. Yeah.
So
And then on the way home, I was driving and a car came into our lane and almost hit us, and I swerved and nobody noticed besides Seth realizing that I almost hit the car to our right. I don't know how close I got, Seth. Do you remember? You were freaking out.
Extremely close. You about
Bro.
absolutely blasted that car.
Nobody saw what I was dealing with, dude. We literally almost got hit head on, and I was so casual about it because I had nobody notice. I didn't want to freak anyone out, and we almost like head on hit someone, and then people were like, "Oh," because I got close to the car on the right because I had a fucking swerve, dude. That was some it was like a sprinkle of adrenaline at the end of the night.
I saw the car and I said, "Oh fuck, we're gonna die." And then I saw him swerve, and I looked over, and like the car, as like if you look at my hands, we were like probably about like this far from him blasting the car next to us. Like it was literally this close, dude. It was like Fast and Furious. It was a
You
Fast and
made
Furious moment, bro.
You made it.
Dude,
T-Papa turned to Vin Diesel for like 20 seconds.
it was insane, dude.
I'm about died. So that was that's after we went to the gas station and I bought Sater some Black and Miles because he didn't know what they were, and he was like, "Oh, is this a good?" I was like, "This is a very high quality cigar, very respected down here." And he's like, "Oh, really?" I never fucking clue what a Black and Miles was. It was so funny.
Very respected. Don't do our boy like that. Dude, was that okay? After Dollywood, was that the night when we all got fucking like really plastered off the Blue Flame? Like Bodie kept going around and pouring shots of Blue Flame to everybody.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's why
Was
we
that
were
that
going to
night?
film. We were going to film the other video that night, but everybody was so fucking drunk that
Everyone
we
was
just said,
sad, yeah, okay.
we just said we'll do it the next day. So, yep.
That was a
that
good night
is,
too. That was that Operation Moosehead?
No,
you
next
mean-
night.
Oh
That
god.
was the next
No,
night?
oh, wait.
Okay. No, that was that night. That was that night.
Yeah, you're right. That was Operation
We-
Moosehead night.
Can't say anything more, but that was a failure, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Operation
Operation
Moosehead?
Moosehead.
Yeah.
Can't say
Was a
anything,
failure.
but it was not a go.
That was not.
We did nothing else that night. We didn't go to dinner or nothing. We just had they just made food. They made
Yeah,
food
cold
at the
one
other
cooked
place.
tacos and stuff.
Yeah, we went over
Cold one and
there. I
Whale.
remember I went live. I was live for like 4 hours just walking around with a backpack on, and then yeah, that was pretty much it. It was pretty good though.
Yeah. By the last day, I was fucking struggling. I was not doing great. I woke up at
I
like
think,
4 and we had dinner at like 6. was rough.
Yeah,
getting
Sunday,
old,
everybody just Sunday. I remember
Well-
the very last day, everybody just slept all day. No
We're
one
doing
did
mean
anything.
things to our bodies. Well, dude, Solo Mission disappeared for approximately 30 hours. Do you remember that? Like after Dollywood, he went to bed and we didn't see him
crashed,
until
bro.
dinner the
He
next
finally-
day.
He crashed. He finally crashed. I finally got to. I mean, it caught
Poor
up.
guy.
I think
Poor guy.
I think it caught up. I think it caught up with everybody that because Dollywood is exhausting. I mean, we walked like what
Dude, yeah.
14,000 steps. Like it's not.
It's like 6 or
it
7
doesn't-
miles. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like much, but after like you get back and you sit down, like, and especially after when I woke up the next day, I felt like I got hit by a fucking train. Like it was
Yeah.
a lot.
Well, dude, when you go on a
So-
roller coaster, you're just activating your fight or flight response just constantly.
Yeah.
Like you're just pumped with adrenaline for 30 seconds at a time.
And then that was when we went to the next restaurant, which was the only other place that I thought was going to be good besides the Crockett place. I actually thought I knew the drinks were going to be good there, but I figured the food would be at least fucking decent. But it was
Some of the
very
food was okay.
underwhelming. It was just underwhelming. It was okay, but the cocktails and the whiskey they had at this place were outstanding. That came through for sure.
Yeah, that was the highlight for sure.
And yeah, we did that, and then we went back and I think we drank some, and we did the podcast. We did a live podcast that we fucked up and only has like 30
Rest in
minutes
peace.
footage, which we learned from. Next time when we do, we're gonna
We're
do
not
an
doing that
in-person
in
podcast.
Paris. Yeah.
We're not
What was
doing
the
that.
fuck up?
So what happened was the way we did the podcast is we had just the audio recording from the microphones on Audacity, which was fine. That was okay. That wasn't the issue. The issue is for the cameras, we just put them on record and let them run. And then we were just going to sync the audio up with the video footage, right? But the cameras have an internal timer where they stop filming after 30 minutes. They'll like shut off on their own. It's not like with OBS where the OBS will keep it running. They shut off on their own. So after 30 minutes of footage, it shut off. That's why there's like 25 minutes at the beginning, and then I forgot how long. We were like 2 hours in, and then like we noticed, and then for the last like 20 minutes was also video footage. But next time we're gonna do another one in TwitchCon Las Vegas. We're definitely gonna do an in-person
100%.
podcast.
That's gonna be sick.
And this time it'll be better. We'll do it better, which is good. It's good. It's good we did it in the first place because we learned from it. Now we know that we definitely should just do it with OBS and go through the hassle of that. Also, it makes the audio better too. The audio was kind of shitty because we couldn't do any filters or anything for the mics. It was kind of just raw from the SM7B. We're getting a lot of background. So the next time it'll be better produced. And me and Tasty are going to TwitchCon Paris, and we plan to do a 2-man podcast, just me and him, talking about our Paris experience. And it's gonna be like Base After Dark 51.5 or whatever we're gonna call it, a half. And
it's gonna be a
me and
half.
him talking. Yeah, so we'll do that. That should be fun. And I'll also vlog the whole experience there, and I'm gonna post it on the base channel. So
You guys on the talking about the last night that we had there?
Yeah, we're
we were on the
tangentially talking about it. Yeah.
We just talked about the dinner,
Okay.
and then we recorded the podcast, and we recorded the Beer Olympics as well.
Yeah.
The Beer Olympics
That
was
was
fun,
actually-
bro.
that
That
was
was a good
ambitious.
time.
It was ambitious recording 2 videos during that entire trip, and we got it
proud of
done.
you
And a
guys.
Got
podcast.
it
2
done.
videos and a podcast.
And a podcast. Yeah, even if it was fucked up, it was still I was impressed. I was
We
it was
ended
good.
up doing like both the Beer Olympics video, like, and going right into the podcast, which was
Yeah.
like just a lot because people were kind of fucking ingested so much beer, feeling like, whoa, what's going on?
Yeah.
Then we'd go sit down on a couch to start a podcast. It's like,
Yeah, what I wish we could have
alright.
did was did the we should have did the podcast first, because then we could have got more people on it. Because a lot of people, by the time we got done with the first video, like everybody went
Yeah.
to sleep, and people didn't like everybody was sleeping. Because it would have been cool if we could have had Sater come in for a bit, Solo Mission, and just numerous other guests who were blacked out or passed out or absolutely exhausted at that point.
I think let's learn from that and try to do a cast, like daytime cast on
Yeah.
like towards the end of it, like, you know, just so you can have so many people rotate in
it's
and
a
out
smart
before
idea.
everybody gets
We'll
fucked
figure
up.
it
And podcasts are chiller than like,
We'll
you
do
know,
it the
the
very
party vlogs, right?
start of the bender, so people get a little loosey goosey, but
I
everyone's
think
still awake.
Yeah, I was
What's
faded, bro.
I think
Yeah.
I mean, that was at the end
experience.
of the whole trip. So like, we were sent.
It was good for the learning experience, because I think for the next trip for TwitchCon Las Vegas, we should collaborate, make one video, and then also do one podcast. I think it's I think it's more doable, and it won't be as stressful to get done. Two was a little ambitious, but hey, we got it done though. Got 2 done. So
I still think, you know, we should aim for 2 and go, you know, if only one
yeah,
gets
bro.
done,
How about
sure,
you
but-
actually put it together then? How about that?
I'm
That's
down.
fine. That's great. You know, that sounds really cool when you're not the one doing it. It sounds awesome, doesn't it?
Whoa,
It's probably
whoa,
really
whoa.
cool. Yeah, man.
All right, buddy.
I can't even
But,
go live. You think he's gonna plan a whole video? Come on.
All right,
That'd be
I'm about to hit
ridiculous.
the
Hell,
leave call
man.
button. God damn, dude. Come on.
No, can you just stand up and walk away? Because then the cameras.
Yeah, then the scenes
Oh, yeah,
will get
yeah.
fucked up. Yeah.
My bad. Yeah, I'll do that.
Um.
But yeah, we
Yeah.
kind of survived that last night, dude. Like there were some troopers. I was proud of us, man. I was genuinely
That
proud of
was.
us.
Never mind. I'm wrong. Sorry.
Did you guys? So you guys talked about the really nice place, dinner place that we went to, the whiskey.
Oh,
tasting and
no,
all
we
that?
can-
No, we didn't even
completely-
talk about that.
we
I'm gonna
missed
I'm gonna
the
take a
green,
piss.
brother.
All right, yeah, talk about it.
Alright,
talk
I was
about
like,
it.
I thought you guys were calling.
I
the
kind
trip
of
here,
briefly
but
went
no.
over it. I just said that the whiskey was really most of the whiskeys we like purchased to taste were really good at that at a restaurant that literally is a whiskey. So like they have a whiskey society there, which means like people come there just to drink whiskey and like try different.
Society.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
It's a
then-
smaller one,
okay.
but it's still good.
It's like the restaurant that we had. They gave us like an upstairs floor that was just for us, right? There are 2 tables set aside for us in this like private kind of room. And the waiters come and it's like, so what's the occasion? And like everybody looks at each other and it's just like, we just sold the company. And it was
They bought it though. They did buy it. The guy
Oh, yeah.
was just like it was legit.
I mean, what's he gonna do? Be
They
like,
completely
"You're
believed
lying."
us. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you could
How
tell
often-
though he fully believed that, like, because like I feel like we could notice if he was like, okay, yeah, but he actually was bought in. He was for it. So
How often are you gonna have like 20 people come in, a very diverse group of 20 people come in and be like, yeah, and lie about, selling a company? Who would do that?
hey, we
It's a
were
good
well
cover.
we were well dressed. Like we looked appropriate. Like we looked good. So it's
looked solid.
viable for
All
sure.
of you, or just a few of you?
I think we all kind of
I
dressed
think
up for that night. I would say
everybody
we looked
busted out-
dapper.
Yeah, everybody busted out the fit for that night. Like everybody even if it wasn't like a business like fancy fit. Like everybody had like a nice fit on. Like everybody was Like I didn't wear like a collared shirt or anything, but like it had a good fit.
I forgot who has the video, but there's like, either it was Hamzy or Carl, somebody who took a video of like just a minute clip of somebody was saying some shit. Mick was saying something. Mick was saying something about his balls or something.
Mick
I
is
forgot-
really just talking.
No. What, dude? Max, what was it? Because Max, we can't hear you.
Yeah, sorry, my mute button on. What's up?
What was the clip that happened at the steakhouse where you pointed at Mick and said, "Shut the fuck up"? What were
I
we
love
talking
that
about?
clip.
What was that clip?
What were we talking about? I know exactly what you're.
I think it was something about tits, right?
Fake tits, dude. we were all so for some reason, in a group of 20 people who sold their company. Everyone was quiet. Mick stands up there. For some reason, we were talking about fake titties, and then Mick was like, he said some shit, and the camera just pans over perfectly to Tasty, who just points at him and says, "Shut the fuck up, Mick."
It's so good.
It's so funny. It's so good.
I don't even remember that, dude. I remember saying "shut the fuck up."
It was what was also funny is like we had like how the tables were set up is like we kind of had like more of like the loud personalities at one table, and it was like the gamers, like that's why we called it the autistic table and the
autism
non-autistic table. Because they were talking about the levels of autism from both tables, and like they definitely won over there.
There were at least 2 separate collection loggers on the other table.
Yeah, well, I think we
Wow.
split it up how like I think we pretty much did it how like one table was people who wanted to try like the expensive whiskey, and the other table was like the people who didn't really care and they just wanted to eat and leave. So it was cool. I love the whiskey, and I love the fact that they had a cigar. They had like nice cigars there that you could get, and like they had like a fire pit. We smoked cigars by a fire pit before we left. It was like a nice way to kind of end the trip smoking. The cigars, they were good. They were pretty solid. They had the dark ones, they had the light ones, they were good. Solid.
Yeah, me and Cold One got a fucking incredible Pack Watch Rip Bozo photo as well.
Ooh,
That was my
Classic.
highlight of the trip, honestly.
Yeah.
Classic.
And yeah,
That was the night that I was talking about for the where me and Hans were chilling out there, and like the young waiter was just like, "Hey guys, help me with my company," and we're just like, "Keep it up, man. Just
Help me with
chugging
my
along."
company, yeah.
That guy was great. I think there's only one thing we missed from that is the part where we're trying the whiskeys, and Bodie always talks about how he's like a whiskey connoisseur or whatever, which I'm skeptical of because he's British. And my bias was reinforced when I think earlier they have like a cocktail that's like it's pretty sweet whiskey. It's like cinnamon. It's like a nice like a nicer. It's like a nice touch on a Fireball, basically. It's like
It was really good. It was a very good one.
It's a palatable Fireball, basically, but it's very sweet. And so Tasty they got that earlier. So Tasty ordered this. He ordered this whiskey, and he thought he was getting like an expensive. I think it was like $100. It was like a.
It's
I
like
forgot,
$50 bucks. It's like $50 for a glass.
It's like a $50 for like an ounce of this, a couple ounces, of very small pour, $50. So it's a quality whiskey, right? And they bring up they basically just give him the same cinnamon whiskey, the very sweet one. And he tries it, and like the timing was bad though. He tries it, and he's like, "This is amazing! Wow!" And
It was really good.
And Buddy's like, "This is incredible!" They're like looking through the menu, trying to find
I
it,
gotta
like,
buy a bottle
like,
of this lot.
"Yeah," I gotta buy a bottle of this, and I was like, and then the waiter brings up the milk because they're supposed to be. It was supposed to be T-Papa was pranking Tasty basically by giving him the like essentially Fireball milk, a nice Fireball milk. But it was just funny to watch you guys like we were like just because it was sweet and palatable, you're like, this is the greatest whiskey ever.
Yeah, I was like, wow, this is real. Why does it all taste like this?
All right, please explain the Fireball and milk. We got to get into that.
There's
Do you mix them
nothing to
together?
even
Is it like a
explain.
chaser?
It's like okay. The issue is like I don't want to talk about because I'm outnumbered right now. I have 2 gaslighters in here, and like everyone that's there, like they know that everybody tried
Is
it,
it
and
for or against?
I am not a gaslighter because I haven't tried it. I'm not trying that. That is egregious to Southern culture. That's egregious to people who drink whiskey. It's just not it's disrespectful. It's just borderline. It doesn't even need to exist. It doesn't pair. There's no one's doing that.
but he's telling he has.
So
it
now you
paired
care about
Fireball, and
pairing?
he's telling us that
Listen.
it doesn't pair. Like I don't know how that's valid.
Listen, you asked that bartender at the second moonshine tasting. We asked her about the
I don't
Fireball
care
milk.
about what
If
the
you
bartender thinks,
if
bro.
you saw this lady's face, she's a true Southern woman. Like she's born and raised in Tennessee. If you saw her face, she wanted to commit atrocities to T-Papa. She was ready to kill him, bro. After he said that.
The truth of the matter is, essentially everybody tried it besides Prison Joe and Krylax. Prison
She's
Joe and
also from the
Krylax
South.
are the most vocal in their hatred for it. Have not tried it. Everyone else, I'm pretty sure, did try it. The general consensus was like, I would probably say 70% said they didn't like it, or sorry, 70% said they did like it.
Freudian slip.
I would-
Freudian slip.
Yeah, it was a Freudian slip. I would say 70% said that they did like it, and probably the other 30 were just like, yeah, that's Fireball and milk. I guess like
just
Tasty
doesn't-
was in the group of like, that's what I thought Fireball and milk was gonna taste like. Bro, like
It's
the
just
first
nothing.
night, Mick peed on his phone. It was so good. Like I don't think you guys get it, man.
I don't think those are correlated,
What does it
bro. I
taste
don't.
like?
I think he was so drunk
Rum
to pee on his
chata.
phone.
Have you ever
That's
had
why
rum
it tastes
chata?
okay.
It
A lot of
tastes
people
like
compared it to rum chata, and
you take a
I
sip
get
of
behind that.
milk, you take a sip of milk, you take a shot of Fireball, and you take a sip of milk. It tastes like you took a sip of milk, then Fireball, then milk again. That's exactly what it tastes like.
it
there's
goes down
no-
so
I
easy.
think-
And there's
It's
downsides to it.
Fireball.
You don't feel good because
Here's
you
what I
get
think.
milk in your tummy, and like
here's what I think.
people liked it. People liked it.
I think that you are not someone who drinks on like you don't drink that much. You're not
Never,
Like, I wouldn't
yeah.
say you're a drinker. So I feel like the Fireball and milk for you, it goes down easy. Okay, milk is a basic. It's gonna drown that out heavy. So it's taking away a lot of that burn for you. So it's good for baby. It makes the drink palatable for baby. That's
That's
what I
all
think.
I'm saying. I
Okay, that's
completely
fair.
agree with you.
Okay, all right, that's fair then.
Like I'm not
Nothing wrong
gonna
with
go
that.
out and I'm not gonna order. I'm just saying like I don't like alcohol. I almost never drink unless we're like getting champagne and wine, like that's really it. But like if I'm trying to get fucked up, I can do 6 shots of Fireball and milk in 2 minutes and not even think about it.
What
like,
if you didn't
it,
do
like,
the milk? What if you just drank the Fireball?
you know what? I during winter time I was experimenting a little bit, and dude, Fireball, like a little apple cider, Fireball apple cider, like there's different
you-
combos
Better
that you can.
options. There's better options.
Yeah, like the milk isn't end all be all. I just when I first started talking about it on stream, I was met like it was the most atrocious thing that has ever been said in the history of ever.
Because
And
I think
it
most
is.
people's drinking palate is very different for you. So your drinking palate is like the alcohol is abrasive to you, and you're trying to drown that out. So like you found
There's
that
just
like
better
you were
options.
exactly like you're
Like,
you're
try
experimenting.
Pickleback, maybe.
You were.
Ooh.
you
I
were
don't do vinegar.
You were
Oh, yeah.
experimenting, and you're like, "Oh, this works for me," and then it was like, "This is good." Like now in my head, it's good. Like the confirmation bias, like this works for me, and so surely other people will agree with me. Type deal.
And like, dude, most people like when they drink it, they go, "Oh yeah, that's like it's not the severe atrocity they're thinking." Actually, I've had somebody messaged me that listened to the cast and they said, "Yo, just tried Fireball and milk, and you're right, bro. It ain't that bad at all. It's kind of good." They were
Bro,
flaming you on that podcast
That was
for
your moderator. That was
in Sling Blade, bro. It was
Paid,
not a
literally a paid actor. Literally
Bro,
paid
that was
actor.
literally just,
I do not
that's
know
your
his Twitch
wife
name.
messaging you on Discord, dude. Cut it
No.
out. Like, you don't have to fucking pretend.
Okay, just I want to clarify one thing. So I'm not necessarily, although we did try this and I had never tried it before, I'm not mixing, and I think this is a common misconception. I'm not mixing Fireball and milk. They're not going in the same cup and I'm drinking it.
Does this
That
make
is
it
not
better?
what's going on.
Does
That
this
just
make
means
it
you're
better at
drinking a
all?
glass of milk.
You know what? Me and
so
Mel
gross.
were fucking with the recipe, and like I think if you do like 2 parts to 1 part, like milk to Fireball, it's pretty good. The downside is like I'm also like I'm not trying to drink a fucking shit ton of milk. Okay, milk's gonna make my tummy upset too. So like
Yeah.
you can't
That's why
like
you use
it
lactate,
actually
bro.
tastes really good if you go 2 parts milk, 1 part Fireball, and you're sipping on that. That's banger. It's
so
fallen.
You mix
It's
it,
really
so
good.
you-
I don't like
you mix
it.
it together because I feel like if
No,
you're
I'm saying I
chasing-
don't
if
mix
you-
it together.
Okay,
I don't mix
alright.
it together.
Mixing
But
it would
I'm
be
saying if
insane.
you want to try this at home, what you need to do is you do just like you get a little bit of milk and a little bit of fire, and then 1 shot of Fireball. You take a sip of the milk just to literally coat your palate. Have it cover your tongue. Do not completely swallow back that milk. You do the shot of the Fireball. You swallow everything, and then you finish it with the milk again. If you follow those exact instructions, like you're gonna be like, oh, that's not that bad. Like I don't
You
know.
sound like a kid trying to take a pill for the first time.
Yeah.
Bro, I
is
am the
avoidant
pickiest,
behavior.
dude, I am the
just feel
pickiest
like-
eater. Like that is me.
That's
Like I
fine.
am
Listen,
the
we
kid that
need,
like
we
the pill,
need.
you know?
Listen, you should, you got to come down here at some point. Bring your wife. I will take you to some of the best bars Nashville has to offer, and we'll find the chaser for T Papa. That's not
It's
milk.
not.
Like, we can
It's not.
figure
Yeah.
this out.
It's not that like I don't like I'm like glued. I didn't start ever. I never had alcohol really until we hung out in Arizona. I am still a baby.
yeah.
Like I'm still
Yeah.
in my
That's
Fireball
true.
phase.
That's true.
That's why
You know what I
that's why I'm
mean?
not too mad. That's why I'm not like I'm not too upset with you. It makes more sense to me once that context is added. I feel like one of my favorite chasers, speaking of chasers, was the Blue Flame Moonshine. Obviously, is like gasoline, right? So I would
yeah.
drink that, and I was taking a sip of that, and then I would take a sip of the pickle. I'll hit the pickle Moonshine back to back.
Ooh.
That was nice. That was real nice. That was good.
My
That was
favorite
outstanding.
was Blue Flame Red Bull. I think that was my favorite thing that we
Blue
concocted
Flame
at
Flame
one
Red
time.
Bull
Blue Flame Red
tasted
Bull.
it tasted like a vodka Red Bull that you knew was dangerous. Like that's kind of
Yeah.
what it
Yeah,
tasted like.
it was
Yeah.
so good. Oh,
Also,
I think chasing like the blue flame with the watermelon one was also fire.
Shout
that
out
was
that
good.
watermelon one. And also the creamy ones, dude. Like when everyone was kind of winding down for the night, we were hitting the hot tub, pouring up the creamy weemy ones, dude. That
It's
was the
good.
move.
creamy
So
one's
creamy.
delicious.
It was very creamy.
yeah, the cream one's good. It's like a nice one to chill and drink. Because I drank when we did the Inferno Challenge thing. I drank pretty much that entire jar. But I was fighting people off. They kept trying to drink out of it. I was like, "This is mine." It was a banana
is
pudding
mine.
cream. It was
Oh,
a
the banana pudding was a fucking good one.
banana pudding moonshine. I drank the entire jar, and I really didn't feel drunk because it was just I was stressed out one, but it was good.
Some of them are like 20%. Some of them aren't like crazy alcoholic.
Yeah,
I
think
mean,
all
what
the
was
cream
blue
ones-
flame?
Blue Flame was
65.
60, almost 64.5%.
Or 60, yeah,
Jesus.
64, yeah. It's a lot. It's pretty hefty.
That's
it's-
a
yeah.
lot.
The reason I
But-
remember Blue Flame specifically is because at the very first moonshine place we went to, the nice lady behind the counter, she didn't introduce it as alcohol. She's like, all right, and this next drink, I used to clean my lawnmower, my bathroom, my fucking kitchen
Yeah.
sink, and I'm going to give it to you guys. And we're just like, what the fuck?
It tastes
And
like
she's
that.
like, this is,
Consider it.
that's exactly what it was.
Yeah, but the thing with it is like that's different from other like maybe like Everclear or like other super strong alcohol is when you drink that, it doesn't really make you gag. It just kind of burns. It just burns, but it doesn't hit the gag reflex like other stuff I've tried. It just goes down and it's kind of horrific and it burns, but it's smooth. I guess you could say in that sense. A little different,
God damn.
but
So true.
Yeah. I mean, overall, though, fucking fantastic trip. It was almost relaxing. Not quite.
our most
pretty
relaxed
close.
trip as a group.
Yeah, no, I will say that it was
We
our most
confirmed?
relaxed trip
Yeah,
as
it
a
was
group.
definitely. I feel like it's because we stayed. Like obviously we stayed active on the activities. Like I kept us going with that. That's the most active we've been as a group. That's the most we've moved around and done stuff outside of pretty much just being together in the same confined space, consuming not legal substances and alcohol.
Yeah.
That's the most we've gone out in the public,
Allegedly.
done stuff.
Allegedly.
And I'm proud of you guys. We did a pretty good job. We got most of the kind of itinerary I set out. We got pretty much most of it done. We had to make some changes here and there, but turned out to be a really good trip. So I'll pitch base Nashville in another 2 years.
We got to do base Tulum first. I'm kind of on that one actually.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that. But
Okay, hear me out, dude. Me and Krylex were talking a little bit yesterday. What about based Berlin so we can go to some boiler room raves?
Jesus.
Where, do you guys
mean-
Why
do you-
Berlin?
what illegal activities do you do where you can afford these trips? Do we not
that's what I
do
was
the same
about,
thing?
that's what I was about to say in defense of what Zoe's saying. Is we could do that, but more than half of the group is not going to go. It's just going to be.
What?
It's end up going to be 6 guys. It's going to be 6 guys
What?
basically.
You what? You can't
I
just
love hanging out with
get
six
your money
guys.
from your trust fund?
Yeah.
What?
That's fine.
Well, yeah,
oh, right, of course.
my mommy gave me a plastic card that I can just put anywhere.
Oh, okay, got
No, okay, for the right, like I would, I'm not totally I'm not going to Paris. There's shit I can't afford. So I'm saying,
Yeah,
but
okay.
I would sell some Supreme to go to base Berlin. I'm not gonna lie. I think
Sell
I
I
don't
think some
have
Supreme.
Supreme in assets. What do you mean?
Sell
Supreme
some of
assets.
T-Papa's.
Wait,
Sell some of T-Papa's.
you guys
Supreme
don't
assets.
have you guys don't have 2 massive boxes of old Supreme that's just
I'm going to kill
appreciating.
myself in real life.
All right,
Base
well.
Miami. That's like Tulum, but safer.
I like
actually
base Miami.
if
I like
we
base
can.
Miami.
I think I like base Miami if we can
Have you guys
get
been to
an
Miami?
inclusive
I have one.
resort. I've been to Miami. It's
Hate
like
Miami.
Why?
I think I'd rather do Tulum than Miami.
I think.
rather
I
do
Let's
think-
anything.
Mexico.
I think
rather
I think
Mexico.
well I think the Tulum's okay because I didn't know at first I didn't know what you're talking about. I didn't know that there's an inclusive resort type deal.
That's
That makes-
all it is. It's
Okay.
just.
No,
I
that
would
makes
I would
sense.
not
That
go
makes
if we
sense.
weren't like that we
Inclusive.
have to do inclusive.
At first,
yeah.
I had no clue what Tulum was, so I was not sure what you were talking about. But after you explain that aspect of it, that makes sense. I think it's probably pretty affordable for most people. It wouldn't be crazy.
yeah, because
So-
the most expensive thing would be the
We
flight
just
and then
we have to make Whale actually go get a passport. That's basically all we have to
Yeah.
get done. Essentially,
Well,
We
dude,
have to make
the
him get a
best thing,
passport.
like the ultimate best thing about those all-inclusive resorts is that almost all of them include all you can drink. Like they have
Yeah.
little bars throughout the entire
The
hotel
swim up
resort.
bars are the best.
You just
Yep.
go and you get whatever you
Yes.
want. You know?
Yeah, we would be like the shitty family. We'd be like
Yeah.
we'd be like our most family vacation that we've done for sure.
That'd be great.
At the
Here,
resort.
sweetie.
We're gonna go to the fucking. Hopefully they got a nice hibachi or so. That's what we should have done in Tennessee. We should have just ripped a hibachi place one night. That'd
I
been
fucking
fun.
love
the group,
hibachi.
In
Dude, the
fucking
group-
Tennessee?
dude.
Why would we go to a hibachi place of
Dude,
what?
can I just say, when I went to
Dude,
Miami,
they're all the same everywhere. To be fair with you, boss.
when I went to
mean, it
Miami
is.
on the last night, we went to a Benihana, and it was the worst experience I've ever had at a restaurant. I'm not gonna give you the whole story, but I will say our waitress did not come to our table for over an hour, and after a while, we saw that she was just standing over by the hosts. So 2 hosts walked by. And my friend is just like, "Hey, I'm so sorry. We just need our drinks refilled, and we were just checking on the food. Could you go ask our server if she could come help us?" And the host was like, "Go do it yourself," and then walked away.
Oh, that's so Miami.
It was.
Oh my god.
That is so Miami.
Holy! Did you
Wait,
not?
were
Did
you guys not a
didn't have
hibachi?
the, yeah, well, you just wanted to dine. You didn't do the whole
You just
dinner
sat
shit.
No,
at
we
table.
ordered hibachi, and it took an hour for raw food to come to the table.
Oh.
No, we did hibachi.
You were sitting at the fucking
Yeah, but you didn't do
actual
it. You didn't
hibachi.
do it where the chef prepares it in front of you. You just went into the
No,
table.
we did. No, we waited for
They
the
were
chef for
supposed to?
over an hour.
Jeez.
Raw
my
food.
God.
Nothing
We're
prepared.
going to Tulum.
Raw
Yeah.
food. Yeah.
Yeah, fuck Miami.
Hey, did
Fuck
they at least
Miami.
flip the
I
shrimp
was-
for you? Were you
they give you-
satisfied?
No,
The
Yeah,
best
the
part,
volcano.
the best
They
part,
do
the
the
volcano.
volcano.
Okay, you know how the volcano, they take the onion slices and they
Yeah.
put the oil in the middle and light it on fire?
Yeah.
This man takes 2 slices of onion, stacks them on top of each other, douses the whole thing in oil, and it just kind of lights up all over. And then he tries
guys
it
got
again, and it
fucked.
fails again.
What?
It was
Well, I was
so
literally like,
bad.
I swear to you, Zoe, I was literally about to say after Ignoble said, "Why go to hibachi in Tennessee?" Is that I've been to hibachi places like all across the country,
They're pretty
and it's
consistent,
It's all
yeah.
it's all good. It's literally the same thing in every place. I've never heard a bad hibachi experience. Really, that's
was-
crazy.
And it was
Benihana should
Benihana.
be
It wasn't
super
like
consistent.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
big chain. That's
It was
crazy.
absurd.
Wow. I was gonna say, remember when we did the Kajino Con? I mean, that hibachi trip was insane. That
was
was
so funny.
That was the best time ever. Like that was awesome.
So you
And the
need to
food
go
was
to a
good.
hibachi place where you're allowed to like scream at the top of your lungs and they like hit like the cowbell and shit.
Oh,
Like
the
that's
gong.
what you need.
I forgot
Yeah,
about
the
the gong.
gong.
I kept hitting the
Yep.
gong. It was so funny.
Okay, you guys all know, like, you guys all seen Wolf of Wall Street and the ending with like the fucking, it was Benny fucking Hanna, right? You remember that? You know what I'm talking
I
about?
remember that part.
I haven't seen that movie in
Okay.
a very long
So
time.
okay.
Spoilers,
At the
bro?
end of Wolf of Wall Street, they get busted because of like some
Yeah.
money laundering thing with Benny Hanna, and they're just like, Benny motherfucking Hanna. You know, they're all pissed. Did you guys know that the guy that they're talking about getting busted is Steve Aoki's dad, and Steve Aoki is the son of the founder of Benny Hanna?
Wait,
I actually
really?
did know that weirdly.
I did not know that. No.
That's
Isn't that,
crazy.
isn't that insane, dude? Anyways,
LA is a crazy.
That's a
place.
cute little fact. I like
isn't that so
Yeah.
like what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you
That was I was gonna say
Go
that was a
ahead,
good, that was a good recap. I don't really have anything else to add. We can fill
was-
some questions from the chat if you
I
want.
was
We
gonna
can,
say, yeah, you guys want to pull
we
up the
gotta have,
chat,
like, the
ask some questions.
We got a trip back,
guys.
I gotta talk about that real quick.
Do you have a trip back? What do you? Okay, fucking, let's hear it.
Dude, that was the time. So I drove back to North Carolina with Solo, and then Nine Rain also joined us because they were doing their own next week. They were staying in North Carolina doing some shit. And actually, we were actually touched on this, but I made a wrong turn. We're out in the fucking woods driving on a goddamn dirt road. After I get back on the highway, I was burnt as fuck. Just like everything the entire week just hit me like a goddamn brick. And I was just like, we got out, we went to eat at Bojangles, also took Nine
Ooh,
Rain's
shout out.
Bojangles virginity. Not Nine Rain's, Solo's Bojangles virginity. Shit was fire, it was great.
Bojangles
going to be-
slaps.
We get back in the car, and I was just like, dude, I can't drive. I'm fucked. I'm just so tired. I was gonna sit in the passenger seat, then I'm just like, I'm going to the back. I literally got in the back of my own car, lay down flat, knocked the fuck out while Nine Rain drove me back home for the rest of the
Aw,
trip.
Nine Rain
That's so
drove.
tender.
Nine
That's
Rain
so
the type of guy.
Nine Rain. The
Nine
type of
Rain,
guy,
the
bro.
type of guy, dude.
I was-
What
I
the
was-
fuck?
I didn't even think about it. I knew that you gave the keys to Nine Rain because you're in good hands. Be
You
fine.
think I'm gonna give that shit the solo mission, bro? Are you fucking
Oh,
kidding me?
yeah,
You'd be
drive on the
dead.
wrong
You'd be
side.
dead. Yeah.
I'm sorry. What the fuck?
Yeah, no, it was great. It was great. And then like, I disconnected my phone. I was like, yo, Nine, take over the music. He had some like awesome
Yo,
music
Nine.
playing, just like
Yo,
fucking-
Nine.
I
Did you call him Nine?
I do call him Nine. I don't know why. It just comes off so
Damn.
nice. I don't know.
Damn, y'all really got it like that,
Novak's
huh?
9, am I right? Sorry. We'll cut that part out. We'll cut that part out.
yeah. Fucking timestamp that shit right there.
The voices.
Oh,
Sorry, my bad.
No, that's it for me. My boy Nine really hooked me up. I will say he was a lifesaver. Fucking, I would have died if I had to keep driving.
What did you
the rest of the
guys?
way.
We got a Satyr. We met Satyr, bro.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna
Shout
add
the
him
fuck
in my
out,
going
Satyr.
back trip. So when we were going back, there was only two people that like needed a ride that didn't have one really, and that was Nine Rain and Satyr. So Ignoble took care of Nine Rain, and I had to take care of Satyr because Satyr was flying out of the Nashville airport. So I didn't have room in the car at all. Like there wasn't a seat open because we had Bodie, Coldwell, Whale. So there was like this console that they pushed up in the middle of the back of the vehicle, and Satyr just sat on this like piece of plastic basically for 3 hours or 2 hours as I barely made it in time for his flight. There was a couple of different traffic and I was driving like a maniac to get there. I made it. I gave him like probably 45 minutes. So I gave him a decent amount of time, but it was kind of stressful going back. And then I dropped off a cold one too, and Mr. Whale and Mr. Bodie came back to my house, took a nap, and then I took them back, sent them on their way.
That's
That was
so
it.
beautiful.
Gentle.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Do you guys have a like just final favorite memory from the trip? What would you say your sickest thing was?
I barely remember anything.
My favorite part was the moonshine tasting night. That was my favorite part.
Dollywood.
Just having that nice big breakfast to like prepare us for the moonshine, and then just ripping it. It's probably my favorite part.
I would say Dollywood in general is mine. for
Yeah,
sure.
Dollywood.
100%.
Dollywood, the
I
entire
would-
Dollywood experience was just like unreal,
Dollywood,
fever
but
dream,
I've been there,
amazing.
I've been there like 10 times my whole life, or I would say Dollywood. That's the only reason I don't say Dollywood, because I've been there before a lot.
I'd say my specific moment where I was like, damn, this is sick, was like the second moonshine place where we're at that with Nicole. Of course, it was cousin
Shout out Nicole.
We're
You just
all
love
standing
Nicole, man.
around. I love her. Nicole, please. Anyways, we see like the entire group, all 20 something of us are like around the counter, and I just look around and I'm just like, holy shit, there's like 20 something RuneScape creators here, and we're all fucked because we're all drinking this fucking moonshine. It was a surreal moment because you just
No,
look
that
around
is
and see
cool,
like all
that
your
is
friends
cool.
completely fucked up. Just everyone's having a great time.
Jagex does not want to throw an event for fucking RuneScape creators. We'll fucking throw our own. Fuck them.
Fuck
We'll,
them.
we'll do our own thing.
And
Fuck them.
pregnant bitches or what?
So,
Hey, yo.
Please give us RuneFesto, please.
Please, yeah, please. All right, yeah. You guys want to field some chat questions? We ready to field?
please.
All right,
Anybody watching?
let me open my chat box. All right.
If you're in the
Are
chat,
you even
type
live,
1.
bro? Hold on.
If you're in the
Are
chat,
we
I
even
hope
live?
so, dude. I hope we're
If
live.
you're in the chat, type 1.
Hi.
I am
just
in the
opened
chat.
it
I'm
up.
typing a 1. I'm typing a 1. Any ones
we
in the
go.
chat. Radio only
people-
1 counts.
A couple people out there. Oh, Anfiend's here. Can we just end it?
And see ya.
Let Amphion talk, okay?
Oh, Six Sight this year. He maxed his ultimate, dude. No way.
That's crazy. What
I was
the
at the
heck?
party.
Wow.
It was jumping, really. It was
Oh,
jumping.
why is T Papa so hot? It's the flow, probably the main.
I just put on chapstick. Sorry. Actually, let's go one at a time so we can talk over each other. Tasty, you can field a couple. Go ahead.
Okay, all right. Does anybody have any real questions? Actually, don't we have a Twitter? Don't we have a Twitter thread?
Did people ask anything on Twitter?
I don't,
I don't know. They might have.
Maybe.
We have a couple actually. Who is the #1 alpha male and who is the #1 beta male in Based?
They're both in this call, and I'll just let you assume.
Yeah, I agree with that completely.
Yeah, that's
What
pretty.
do you mean by that?
He's talking about himself.
No,
dude.
hold on.
He's-
Let's all
he's
show our
talking-
hands really quick. Everybody put your hands up to the camera. Which one of us has a cast?
What the hell, man?
All right, you know what? Fuck you guys.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, bro. What'd you break that on? Changing your blinker fluid? What the fuck happened? You all right, man?
Okay.
You out there, buddy?
This is fucked up, dude. This is targeted. It's literally AAPI month, bro. Come
It's
on,
true.
I got a
yeah,
couple
yeah,
days
yeah,
left.
it's true.
Relax,
Give him a couple
All right,
days.
my
you know?
bad, my bad. I was out of pocket. My bad. Sorry.
What the fuck, bro? Come on.
Would
man.
you ever do a
crazy.
Based meetup with the fans? Bro, I mean, I would do that at like TwitchCon or something. That'd be kind of fun.
I think
I
we
think
should
at-
at TwitchCon
in
have like
Las
a planned
Vegas-
time and date. Yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna do a
I
fucking
agree.
fan competition in
That
at
too.
TwitchCon Las Vegas.
Ooh,
so.
yeah, fuck
If
a
you wanna
Fuck
fan.
better
if you want
roll
to
up.
if you want to be in the fuck a fan competition, all you have to do is type 1 now, and you can join.
Oh, can I join? I want to be fucked.
It's honestly so nice because I would be scared to do a meetup of like just my community, you know, with just me. But I feel like the fact that we have so much crossover, it would make it really easy to just have the whole team there, you know?
Yeah, and plus, if nobody shows up, at least we have each other. We can hang.
That
out.
is so
That's
true.
what I was like.
Yeah.
We should all one day maybe at the convention. I guess we could all go together, and then we could just be like, hey, we're all at this one place. Let me just hang out for now. I wanted to do the fake base booth, get like a cardboard cutout, and make
That
like,
would
we could
actually
do
be pretty
video.
funny.
We could make a video out of it too. The base booth is just like a fucking cardboard cutout that says "based" on the front of it. we're
funny
all
as
just
fuck,
we're all
honestly.
just standing around. That would be good. That would
I
actually be
just
good.
went through the group photo just to see if like anyone, because I don't actually think Ignoble's a beta bitch. I went through the group photo to see if anyone kind of stood out as a beta
yeah.
bitch, and like honestly, dude, like we don't really got one of those. You know, we're kind of like, that was
Yeah,
solid.
Cunix isn't here anymore, so.
Oh
That
my
is
god, that's
true.
what happened, bro.
Rest in
I was
peace,
like,
man.
What it is.
That's
I was
why
like, I
the
felt like we had one. Like, what happened to it?
that's why the balance is off, dude. We need to
We
recruit a
lost-
new one.
We
Are there
lost
any
our lesbian ally, bro. He was the
Yeah.
only it was like a speaking lesbian audience. So we've lost that. So we need you to step up, Zoe.
Are there
We need
any
you to step up.
like
All right,
skinny,
I'll do it.
effeminate men in the chat that would like to join
Any
our stream team?
fanboys in the chat?
Well, Anfiend's his son. We could have Anfiend replace Qneeks on base. That's a perfect
Anfiend?
fill-in.
What does
That's
Anfiend
perfect.
look like?
That'd be great. That'd be good.
You
He
never
looks like
seen Anfiend?
Q-Needs,
I'll pull up
but-
one of my favorite emotes for you, and you can add it.
He says he's very masculine, but Qneeks' jawline is very
He
masculine
is
as
like
well.
6 foot.
That's true.
Antfeed is 6 foot.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he's tall. I remember meeting him. He's a little taller.
I feel like okay. I only met him when he was like sitting, so that's probably why I thought he's small.
Minion Pog. Is that Anfiend? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Added. Yep.
Can you guys please have a minion pog? Thank you. Appreciate it.
I could see the Qneeks thing. Yeah, I got you on that one. Yeah.
I'm down for it.
He's 5'11". Nah.
Yikes! 5'11".
Just say 6 foot, Ant. Come on, I was trying to back you up here.
Bro, imagine.
Where'd you
being
get that
under 6
question
foot.
from? Was that is there actually someone put questions on something? Why are my lights going crazy?
I'm scrolling up in the chat. I do have a question. J Duke Nuke asks, did anyone get laid?
No.
Oh.
Well,
There were
Okay.
20 dudes.
But
20
what
20
about
dudes.
the allegations?
there was the
Well,
night
T-Pop
that
is
we.
married. Well, T-Pop is married. T-Pop got laid. He's
That
married.
doesn't count. That's not getting laid.
Yeah, that
there's
doesn't
the-
count, bro.
There was the night that we caught bullfrogs out in the backyard.
I did do that. That was a good moment. I showed.
And then Ignoble
Taste-
fucked it, right?
Yes.
What the fuck?
That is the
Zoe? I told
allegation.
you this in confidence.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
Bodie didn't believe me that I could catch a bullfrog in my bare hand, and I said, "Hold my beer." Like actually, we went out
And he
there,
caught a bullfrog.
and I caught a bullfrog in
He
my
caught
bare
a
hand.
bullfrog.
That's honestly so sick.
Oh, here's
That was
another.
actually
I'll
super
show-
fun.
This was a super epic moment. I was just going back through my pictures. Here was a God, dude. This is a banger. Let me pull the pic up. Hold on, I almost have it. I'll show the camera. This is a super epic moment where
Oh, the
Bodie
chess
and
match,
Tasty
bro.
were throwing it down on
that
some.
is an iconic photo. Actually.
Yeah,
the
that's
chess
the
match was
fucking-
going hard.
That's a good- that's a
That,
good one.
that was great. It was back and forth. Like it was a private Bodie versus Tasty IRL chess match. It was
Dude,
just like,
it was
oh my
intense.
god,
There were
dude.
like
Did
spectators.
you win? Who won?
I
Tasty
did
won, dude.
I did win, but I will say that Bodie was winning the entire game up until it was like an hour and a half. Bodie was winning for probably an hour and 15 minutes, and then at the very end game, he had a move that actually would have just cleared me. If he played it, I would have resigned because I couldn't have done anything. But he played a different move that made him immediately lose because he miscounted the amount of moves
Yeah.
it would take to promote his pawn, and I promoted one faster with check. So it was an intense game. Yeah.
I'm really proud of you.
Thank you. I'm now 4-1 in chess games against Bodie.
You know what's so cute? We started out, our trip to Austin. Bodie was on the TV. You asked him if you could play him a game on chess.com. And look at us now.
Look at us now. Real life chess matches.
Real life chess guys. And
That is
you
true.
won. That's crazy.
I did.
Hopefully he takes care of us in Paris. Hopefully.
I'm gonna get robbed in Paris, so he is like he'll just pay for everything, because I want my wallet. So.
When is TwitchCon Paris?
July 9th?
Yeah, first week of
7th?
July.
July 9th? Oh,
Yeah,
that's
about
fucking coming
about
up.
a month and
Yeah.
2 weeks. Yeah,
Oh shit.
we'll be journeying out to the worst country on the planet, probably, but we're going. It's gonna be
yeah.
a good time. Any France enjoyers in the chat? Give us your
Yeah.
thoughts on France.
There's
What do you
no
guys think
France
about
enjoyers.
France?
If you're a France
I like
enjoyer,
their
I'm banning
fries.
him.
Yeah, get out.
The French.
JD Lukey actually has some questions on Twitter if you want to get
Yeah,
into
let's
those.
break it in.
Okay, one last moment. Hamzy DJing on the balcony.
Oh, dude, do we have any
That
footage of that for the
looked so
vlog,
sick.
PJ?
My video, my video was a banger. Yeah, he'll be in the vlog DJing. But
Okay,
my
good,
video,
good, good.
I put a video. If you scroll back my Twitter, there is a video of Ham. I got a really good video of Hamzy DJing. It's a good one. Got the
I
nice
wish we got to
scenic
enjoy that more.
backdrop. He's playing a nice song. Yeah, I feel like I think at TwitchCon Las Vegas, Hamzy's gonna actually rip a few sets.
That's so
Dude, that's
I
gonna be
might jump on
insane.
there. jump on there too. We did back to back with Hamzy. Everybody should jump on there, and we should go like the worst possible DJs we have to up to Hamzy as like the headliner. It'd be
I'm
good.
definitely gonna be one of those like girl. I was like,
Bro, you're
you see
playing
those
Illenium,
fucking-
so you can go first. You're just gonna play Illenium.
Yeah,
song.
no, you
Oh
do
my
play
God.
some
That's
good.
good. Okay,
Yeah.
You can go
shut
first,
up,
bro.
Bitches love Illenium. I love Illenium. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
gonna stand
adding
by it.
up actually. The
I want to be one of those girls. You see those boiler room sets where the DJ's playing and there's just like awkward girls just dancing up next to the DJ. That's what I want to be with Hamzy. I just want to be like just rubbing up against him. As
Can
he's,
I get the
like,
other
got the
side?
decks rolling.
Can we just be side by side, like
That's
grinding on him as he
Yeah,
DJs?
we can do it.
That'd be so
Just
fun.
fucking. Ooh.
Be a little boiler
Yeah.
room.
Yo, the
slug.
Ooh, we
Oud
could
DJ,
have-
that goes so hard.
We could go Uber on the hard style to like get it ripping, get the party jumping, just
Please.
ripping some hard style tracks with some faux vocals in there. That'd be sick.
Some vocals.
Faux vocals.
The vocals, yeah, that'd be nice.
That would be amazing.
All right, let's get this question, Zoe.
Yeah, yeah. What are
JD
the
Lukey
questions?
asked, there's 3. I'll go one by one. The first one is, in the beginning, did y'all intend for the podcast to get as big as it is now?
Absolutely not.
Is this a big podcast?
Well, that's I mean, that's very
I will
flattering. He
say,
considers it
Objectively.
big.
Yeah.
Well, I will
So
say,
compared to where we came
considering
from,
considering from where it started, and I talked about this recently with Sainted. Considering where it started, absolutely. Between Spotify and YouTube, we have usually upwards of 4,000 to 5,000 listeners, and when we started, there's like maybe like 100 or 200 video, and we have gotten to that point in 6 months. That is a 6 month from the like 100 200 average to 5,000 in half a year. So I'd say it's pretty good growing podcast. All the analytics are going up, so I guess we're doing something right.
We'll take that.
So,
I never even
shout
thought
out.
about it. I just did it because it's fun.
Yeah,
We
man,
did it
yeah.
because we were doing it every night anyways. We're like, fuck, we gotta record this shit. It's funny.
That's true.
Pretty
That is
much, yeah.
the origin.
But yeah, like I didn't realize it either. It's like recently I kind of actually realized it is when Saint Tits like showed me the analytics. He's like, you guys are stupid. You need to take this more serious. He's like, look at this.
You
He's like,
guys are
you've grown this much in 6 months. It's very hard for a podcast to do that. And I was like, what? I was like, yeah, you got a point, I guess. But so
good.
shout out to the podcast, shout out to the listeners, shout out to the Patreons. Thanks for watching.
Shout out.
We love all of you. Shout out to the podcast.
Shout
It's done
out.
great. So
Big
fuck
kid.
we'll have Liver King on soon, surely.
All right, speaking
Surely.
of Liver King on, he also asked, will you stick to only interviewing OSRS content creators or plan to reach out to other content creators in other categories?
I'd be totally open to having other
Well,
Yeah,
creators on.
it kind of just goes off of our connections, But
Yeah,
like,
it-
Let's
that's
get
really
some,
all it is, yeah.
Let's get some chat suggestions. Who should we ask? Because I mean,
Yeah,
at the end of
who
the
would be
day,
a good
it
guest?
never hurts. It never hurts to just ask. Like, fuck it.
Also,
you know?
if you're listening to this on YouTube or Spotify later, also, please leave any
Ninja.
comments or anything. We will definitely write them down and
Joe Rogan?
try to schedule as many as we can.
Well, Moist Tasty has a Moist Critical Connect. Like, you could.
I could ask
him.
Moist Critical.
Might as
Yeah.
well- might as well ask him. You know. Come
It's
on,
Will.
fuck it.
Do you know how many times we've asked It's Will to be on this podcast?
We've sent him emails.
Give
we
up.
sent him emails, bro.
Just
he
give
doesn't
up.
respond.
Yeah, bro. If he listen, if It's Will shows his face in TwitchCon, I mean, I'm not saying anything, but he's gonna have some problems. That's all I'm saying.
Can we
Amaranth,
fucking get Bodie on the
Uncle
cast,
Cast,
dude? What the hell is
Ludwig.
he, like,
Dude,
why
I
does he
told
keep
you, bro. Every
fucking
time I
avoiding us,
ask
bro?
him, he literally he just responds about restaurants and he gets me excited, and I'm like, oh,
Soup.
tell me about that
We got-
tasting
you need-
menu.
Listen, you need to ask Soup before he starts fucking making or planning Gilmore games seriously again.
Dude,
so
I did.
I feel like he'd come on.
I messaged him like a week or two ago, and then I messaged him again, ask him to like come out with us. There's like 5 messages in a row, like, "Hey, Soup, like we're going out tonight, bro. Like, come hang with us, bro." He doesn't answer. He has not come out with us yet.
We did ask Odablock and he said yes, and then all that shit happened and we just kind of abandoned that.
Yeah, Odablock said yes, but then it
so-
exploded. So
Stayed away from that.
Abyss, dude, that's what I've been saying. I put Abyss in the suggestions. I said we should get Abyss
Yeah.
on the podcast.
Oh my god, it'd
Yeah,
be so fun to have
Abyss
like,
would be a good one.
like all the really nice PKers that were at that party on together.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
get them all in a group.
All of them, dude, that'd be kind of
5
fun.
people on each side. That's a the
Yeah,
Get some
it's fun.
strippers, give away a PS5, and go live on Kick, baby.
Exactly.
Let's fucking go.
Dude. That would be actually
That'd be
so heat.
I want to identify on.
Identify.
Same.
He's a
Yeah.
sweetheart. He's
Yeah.
a sweetheart.
We could do some live gambling with him too. That'd be good.
Get 2 people who have beef. We almost did that once, but didn't quite organize it.
We'll do it one day.
Talk about crypto investments with Abyss. Oh, if Abyss comes on the podcast, that's gonna be the first topic. Is that fucking tweet from last year? That's gonna be. That's
And
And
number one.
Ignoble's doing intro. And
Big Noble's ripping the intro, yeah.
Bro,
Yo,
Hamzy,
Mr.
there's no
Hamilton.
way. Hamzy, you literally
my
lost
God.
drugs in the kid's playpen and didn't
Whoa.
do it. What the fuck?
We didn't tell him about that, dude. We didn't.
Allegedly.
Wow, bro.
We
I can't
didn't.
believe you caught that on the vlog video and then
Whip the hog out.
realized later.
Bro. That's crazy.
Dude, Hanani I think would be cool too.
I agree.
Nanny, yeah. I think she's in the suggestion list, isn't she?
I like
keeps
Dear
fucking
Lola.
growing.
Dear Lola and
Lola.
somebody else.
And some. What about?
I liked Katarina. That's a good suggestion. We should have her on. She'd
Yeah,
be
we
good
can get
guest.
Katarina on. I could
Agreed.
ask her.
Agreed.
Get framed.
Dear
We
Lola
did ask
and
framed.
Jimmy.
Frame
Dear
said
Lola
no.
and Jimmy would be good. Dear
Frame
Lola
Frame
and
gave
Jimmy.
us
That
an
might be,
explicit no.
Yeah, Frame. At least, shout out to Frame. At least he was honest. He was just like.
No, I appreciate that. Yeah, instead of
was
instead of
just
never
like, no.
responding, you know, like that was
He
a
just
good
straight
answer.
up was
yeah.
like, he was just like, no, I'm good.
Yeah, no, he was like, I don't like podcasts, and I was like, fuck, all right, yeah,
Fair enough.
Like I respect. that, dude. I
Unironically,
respect that.
SK, I get asked
Oh,
SK every
dude.
day in my stream.
Could we get SK?
Someone asked me about
She
it.
come on, bro.
On God? I would
mean, the
love to
thumbnail,
have her
the
on.
thumbnail,
That would be a
the
good
thumbnail,
cast.
The thumbnail would go hard. That's all I'm saying. That'd be a good thumbnail. All right, you
We
get
get
SK
a
in the
lot of
thumbnail.
fucking viewers, bro.
Oh, dude,
That's a
Pink
good
Clay.
thumbnail.
Pink Clay is also a
would be
good
cool.
one. Clay's the homie. We can get Clay on. Go around Bodie and
Easy.
get Jesse. Jesse is also on the list, independent of Bodie, but maybe Bodie will get jealous if we do her first.
I am not sitting the
smart.
SK one out. I am
I
high level.
I've worked it out though. Next week we're having Mr. West Ham on, so he'll be on
Oh, is
next
that-
It
week.
is
worked
that
out.
certified?
Okay, good.
Oh.
Yes, certified. Yeah, I just got.
I had to
Certified.
wake up Prison Joe yesterday
Yeah,
because
sorry
West
about
Ham
that.
messaged me and said, "Is the podcast in an hour?" It's like 9 a.m. I call Prison Joe. I'm like, "What the fuck did you do? What is this?"
I forgot to message him back, but we worked it out. He's gonna come on next week.
So
Okay,
he
good.
thought he was coming on today, and you're like, yeah, buddy, my bad.
I don't know. I was super. I think it was because I was so stressed out trying to get the Inferno video out because Saintis was having a lot of issues with it. That and your video, by the way, that that I was dealing with, while you were not dealing with it, that we had to. I kind of forgot to message him back, but hey, check out the Inferno
Fair.
video. Go watch it,
No
Or just
monkey.
open it.
Inferno.
or open it and like it. I'm down for
open it
No
and like
Monkey.
it. Dude, I keep saying no monkey, bro. I think he would be a hoot. We got to get him a little drunk, maybe, but he'd be.
I was gonna
fucking
say,
wild.
is Monkey a bottle of wine? You know,
should-
kind
yeah,
of
we
guy.
should
We
get in
need
there.
that.
Yeah, it'd be good.
I think I'd
be
be down to
sick.
talk to No Monkey.
Yeah, if we do get SK on the cast, Whale also has to be on the cast. He's got to be in there.
Fair
Oh,
enough.
100%.
Yeah.
We get Foe, Roydy, we get all the farmers and make them all drink a bottle of wine and then talk to us. That'd be the
Ooh.
best
That's
one.
good.
Ooh, yeah.
That's a good call.
Tangier
JD Luffy
Vertoso?
also said
Ooh.
before I
On
forget.
this, who-
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
go
yeah.
ahead.
He also said, "Congrats, huge achievement. Looking forward to more shitty edits." I just had to say that part because, you know,
Yo, shout
Also-
out. Thank you, Luigi, for the shitty edits. I love those.
I know they're the best.
The last one was really good. That
They're
was
all
one of my
good.
favorites. Oh, yeah,
Anyone
that
but
last
Ant
one
Fiend.
was good.
We could probably do that.
You can't do that. You can't do that on Kick, actually. Ant Fiend. You're not allowed to do that on Kick. I've tried.
It's self harm.
Was there
If
was there
we
any
wanted
other
to bring
questions?
people
Or-
on that were
Yeah, I have one
not
from
RuneScape
Gonad.
people, we just got a bunch of RuneScape names, and we just said that we'd consider non-RuneScape people.
Yeah,
Who
if
would
you
guys
are
wanna
in the
get on?
chat, maybe if
Yeah,
you're in
yeah.
the chat, non-RuneScape, like what do you think?
No, the
Who
chat
would be
doesn't
who
even
fit?
know. They only consume RuneScape, bro. They're
That
they're
is that is
nerds.
true. That
They're-
actually is a.
Look at him, man.
Soldier Boy.
Soulja Boy.
That's RuneScape. That's fucking RuneScape. Sorry.
That is true. He's a
RuneScape.
He's
RuneScaper
more of a
now.
RuneScape player than a rapper. You know.
That's true.
That is so true.
Elon Musk, that'd be nice.
We'll work on
Nick
it.
Merckx,
Lewis Hamilton. We'll get right on that. Yeah.
Creed God X,
This is a terrible idea, you guys.
LeBron James,
Ted Cruz and Hamzy.
Markiplier, XQC. He's definitely gonna say no.
Get Soldier and
Nardwuar?
Itzwell. Dude, if we get Soldier Boy, we could probably get Itzwell on the cast too. We could probably
for
do
sure,
like
yeah.
a duo. Yeah.
That'd be good.
Bring on
Bring
your
on your
parents.
parents?
For
No.
Oh my
Not a
God.
bad idea.
No.
You want to see
Tasty
Big
mom,
Cheryl?
tasty dad.
You want to see Big Cheryl on the podcast? Type 1.
No,
Big
just
Cheryl
all
on
of
the
our
podcast.
moms. You imagine one, it's just our moms.
Just the mom, not us. Just all of our
Momcast?
moms. They have
And
no
then we
clue
give
what
them,
this is.
dude, we just give them things to talk about. Like, first one, allegedly. You know, just like,
Allegedly.
I feel like they would just talk shit about us because like your mom is the fastest person to just put your business out there in the public. Like,
Right?
Oh yeah.
No, she's
Dude.
not.
Fastest person,
not,
bro.
not for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, I'm like, I feel like when I was a kid, like, some traumatic shit would happen to me, and my mom's like, hey, everything's okay, and then, I hear her on the phone, talking loudly to
Exactly,
our
dude.
neighbors. It's like, yeah, that ignoble guy? He shit himself. What a little bitch. I'm like,
Yes.
Mom.
Dude, that would be great to have moms tell embarrassing stories. That would be a very fun podcast.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna be terrible. Big Cheryl talks a lot. I'll be finished.
It's a good idea. I like it. All right, Gonad's question. Gonad asked, "What is the best podcast moment that you can recall?"
Usually for me, it's most of the podcasts that Ignoble is not on.
I
Typically
agree.
what I
Yeah.
think of
Dang,
when I
there's
think
some
of it.
ignoble hate. Ignoble, I
Yeah,
still
there's
love you,
some-
buddy. All right.
It's AAPI.
Whoa.
I'm not gonna do you like that,
That's true. Yeah. Keep
What-
it
what if
down,
this
Seth.
is-
Keep it down.
What if this is my last cast? What if I don't do another one ever again?
Whoa, don't be talking like that, Ja Morant. All right, calm down, dude.
Whoa, that's topical. That's topical.
My favorite moment was just like, it was just a little one. It was on the Roidy one. Roidy like went on this crazy tangent. I don't even remember what it was about, but then at the end he just goes, I don't know, I'm fucking drunk. I don't know if anything I said just made sense.
Is that what we were talking about? Like religion and spirituality?
Yeah. He just went on this fucking tangent and then ended it with that, and I was like, that was a banger.
My personal favorite moment, actually, not Ignoble, I love you, but the Seder. We basically had the massive mushroom therapy session with Seder. We like actually delved in, like he kind of like came out to the world about his love for the mushroom, and we like got deep into it. That was pretty cool.
That was my favorite as well.
That was good.
Yeah.
There were some
Yeah.
very touching moments. I cried for a second. I'll admit it. I cried for a sec. Okay, it happens.
It happens. That's the time
Does
to do it.
happen.
Yeah. Fucked up tasty therapy. That was pretty good during the Pegger cast.
That's one of my
that was
favorites.
the-
That was
that was the
so
heater
good.
one.
That was also a
the
great
heater one.
Fireball therapy.
Yeah, 1/5 of Fireball, then get a man on a podcast and see what the fuck comes out.
We should do that every week, honestly.
I feel like maybe we should plan a drunk cast. Not
We
live,
should
of course.
actually do a
Yeah, we
fucking
could do a
blackout
drunk
cast.
I would.
You
love
imagine?
that.
I'm super down
It's
for
just
that.
I'm
the issue
down.
is, like, doing it on a Wednesday night is a little slightly concerning.
Shut up.
Maybe for you. We don't have jobs.
We don't have days. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
You know what? That's true. My bad.
And we don't have to make it long. It can just be like an hour long.
Yeah,
you know?
we-
we don't have to
you-
try to make it anything.
Yeah, 2
That's a good
hours,
call.
and then whoever goes live the next day wins. If you're able to go live the next day, you're the winner.
I'm not going
You win the
live.
a good call.
competition.
I like
Speaking
it.
of the cast, I think my favorite moment was I know for some of the earliest, our first few episodes, it was just like a group of us, like internal. Then we started bringing like a couple just based people on at a time, and then I still remember Seder, the very first Seder cast, where I was just like, dude, we got Seder on, and Seder is just like, dude, I like your guys' cast. This is awesome. You guys are killing it. Sounds awesome. Like I listened to all these things. I was just like, such a humbling moment to be like, dude,
Yeah.
Seder likes this shit.
Seder a real
he
one,
thinks
bro.
this is cool.
Shout out.
So that definitely hit.
Shout out. I miss
We
Nine
will.
Ring.
I miss Nine Rain too. Nine Rain is a mainstay on the podcast, so he'll be on majority of the podcast going forward. So, and he's in base now. He can't leave.
Yeah,
Get out.
He's not allowed to leave.
So, that's the only reason. That's the only way I got him on. Like I remember, it was funny. I'm the one who talked to Nine Rain about joining base, and like we had a long discussion. He was like, "Honestly, dude, if you just would have told me I can't be on the podcast unless I join, I just would have joined." And I was like, "Why do we have this conversation?" It's like, I literally could have just said that, and you would have just joined.
Bring back
So-
Qneeks, man.
Bro.
Yeah.
He's doing his thing.
You guys, you guys want me to call Qneeks right now? Type 1 if
Yeah,
you want me to
call.
call Qneeks.
Yeah,
Right,
let's
yeah.
give you
Oh,
answers.
bro, please, actually.
Well,
Let's see if he answers today.
make sure the first thing that you say is, "Hey, we're live," because I don't want him saying
That's
it.
what I
while
usually do.
We're live on.
Yeah,
live
because like,
channel,
dude,
you know?
sometimes that's
Yeah,
he
now that
He
he's
lives in
working labor,
Oklahoma. He
he's-
works on cars.
yeah,
like, we
yeah,
don't know
he's
what's
getting a
going
little.
on, bro.
What up, bitch?
We're live on the base podcast live.
Okay, what up?
Hey.
Yeah, I'm on the whip. Can you hear my shitty ass exhaust?
Yeah, bro. I saw that you got a new bumper and you still haven't paid Tasty back.
I got a splitter, buddy. I got a splitter.
Well, how much is that?
So sorry.
Like a couple hundo, not even.
Okay.
All right, listen.
Okay, I'm listening.
What up?
Well, I thought you were about to say something.
I was gonna say I'm gonna pay Tasty back, but
What do you mean, bro? You owe him money, bro.
listen. You may think I have a lot of money. I'm still pretty poor.
Because you keep
I make,
buying
like,
car
21
parts.
bucks an hour.
Yeah, bro, you're buying car parts. What do you mean you're poor? Was that necessary to your living? Is buying a fucking splitter for your BMW?
No.
Have you bought anything else since you've been working?
No. I mean, other than the fact, like, just to get my car back, I had to pay $2,000 to get that bitch back, and then, I paid Papa for my room. I'm just not good with money. All right.
So you paid T Papa back, which was
I didn't want to bring that up, bro. I didn't
What
want to
the
bring
hell,
that up, dude.
Bro, no, the worst part is, no, let me tell you the worst part is that you've owed Tasty longer, but you paid T Papa back for something that there's less like length on it.
Yeah. Okay.
Dude,
But Tasty, arguably, he said I ain't tripping on it. Papa never really said he wasn't tripping on it.
You think T Papa's broke? You
Being
need
so
to quit?
considerate of people's emotions.
Not say that. I said, why is this? Hold on.
Wait, we're gonna do a quick
His
survey.
car
Wait,
just
wait.
broke again.
T Papa said your car just broke again.
I'm in my Toyota. This thing's a
You have multiple cars now? What the fuck, bro?
He's always
Pay
had
him
them.
back.
I've been had 2 cars.
What the fuck?
Bro, the National Bank of
All right.
Tasty down
We'll
bad,
do
bro.
a quick survey. Type of 1 if you think Uniques is gonna pay Tasty back. Type 2 if you don't think he's gonna pay Tasty back.
Yeah, we already know there's about. Hopefully, there's at least 22s in that bitch.
What the
Hey,
fuck,
Jixie,
bro?
Jixie believes in you. Jixie, I want you to know that.
I will. No, I mean, regardless
First
of the
time chatter.
I will. I'm not just gonna ignore it and hope it goes away.
Yeah. Well, we'll find you. I know where you live, so.
Yeah, I'll drop a pin right now to every single one of you motherfuckers.
Oh,
Don't do
Oh
that.
shit!
Bro, honestly, I don't like the way you're talking. I don't want to pull up anymore. I feel like I'm like a shot. Fuck.
Right.
Let me ask you this: Are you going live soon?
Yeah, I mean it's. I have Monday
That's
off.
cap. All right.
He just hung up.
Oh,
We
man.
can continue. We can continue.
Deserved hang up,
We can
honestly.
continue the cast now.
Max, you ain't getting any money back,
I'm not.
bro.
I'm not seeing a goddamn penny, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing anything.
All right,
Dude,
look, this is all I'll say about Qneeks owing Tasty money and like how you could definitely swing this in your favor. How much does he owe you? Like 1,000, 1,100, something like that.
Like 1,000
Okay,
bucks.
let's just say it's $1,000. Like we're gonna see him next time in Vegas. I spent $1,000 on something particular in Vegas last time I was there. Qneeks owes you $1,000.
What? What are you getting at?
We're gonna put it up. We're gonna gamble it. We're just gonna gamble it when he pays you. We're gonna
Oh
put it,
no!
we're just
I
gonna put it
clearly I
down.
didn't make enough sense. Dude.
Yeah, what
Okay,
are you
yeah,
talking?
yeah, yeah.
What are you
I get it, I
talking
get it.
about?
I get it, right?
About the
Tasty
thing.
is gonna hire Qneeks as an escort.
Oh.
You gonna fuck Qneeks, dude?
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
no, I'll
I
fuck him
caught that
too.
wrong,
Remove,
I thought you were
remove the
saying
debt.
that Tasty's gonna get basically just getting not really. I mean, I wanted to say $3,000, but he's getting $1,000 at one time.
It's not
so
a
the most
$3,000.
The logical thing to do is to sports bet it again. Is to just act like you didn't get it and just sports bet it. and see what
I'm
happens.
not kidding. If Qneeks rolls up with 1,000 in Vegas and hands it to me, we will go
Yeah.
put it on red. Like we'll
Okay.
just go.
All right. You got to. You got to.
Yeah.
I'll film it.
Yeah, that money
That'd be
to me just no longer exists. I have factored it out
Exactly.
of
That's
all
good.
of my like accounts. Like I don't think about it anymore. When it shows up, it's gonna be free money to me. I'm gonna be like, hell yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, Qneeks not going live.
Hell no.
You don't think
There's
so?
no way.
He ain't hitting that button.
Yeah.
He said he had Monday
see.
off.
So-
Like it's not like he just worked
said, can we do
72
this?
days in a row.
Can we make a pact here? So I said on my stream, I said, if I see Qneeks go live, I don't care if I'm 10 minutes into my stream, 30 minutes, 3 hours, I'm immediately rating him. And
And-
we're going to go watch Qneeks.
Okay.
If
No,
we
I'm
all
gonna
commit
rate
to
him.
that, I'll do it.
He
If
owes
we
me
all
money,
commit,
too.
I'll do it too.
Pinky.
I'm not.
Pinky.
No.
Pinky?
I'm out. He owes me
Actually,
money too.
he also owes Zoe money. That's true. It's true.
You're not doing
So
that?
until he
Okay.
pays me back, then I'm not. He doesn't get any
He
of
owes
my
you
business.
money too? Like,
Yes.
actually?
Yeah, he owes me $400.
What the fuck?
Dude, holy, this guy played the long
Listen,
con.
hey, I have a pass in finding people. So if you guys need some work, I mean, I'll get your money. I
He
just
needs
need
literally
10%.
fucking
Give me 10%, and I'll find
scammed
it. I'll
and
get your money.
dipped, bro. Stop streaming.
Give me 10%. I'm gonna pull
I'm
like
gonna use
Dog the
kneecaps
Bounty
for
Hunter.
he,
this job.
he
Just
pulled
asking
the
for a
fucking
friend, bro.
Tebow and logged out, dude. Like what the hell, man?
Oh
Honestly.
fuck. Well, any
Well.
closing statements? I think that's that was good. Good time.
I think I'm done with those.
Do we have any last questions? Sorry, we can't do the Eiffel Tower thing this time. We don't have a guest.
Smash.
Well, we could say
I call the
What
gnome.
if the chat
I
tell
call
us?
the
What if we ask
gnome.
the- what
I'm
if we ask
fucking
the
that
chat?
gnome.
Let's ask the chat. The chat. You guys know the Eiffel Tower question. If you
Launch
could
it, launch it.
hypothetically, if you could hypothetically Eiffel Tower, just this is not a real person, just a person with one of us in the on the call right now. Who'd you pick?
Wait, let's do a poll. We can do a poll,
Oh
right?
yeah, we
Oh,
can do
that's
a
a
poll.
really good call.
Yeah.
Slash
All right, I'll
poll.
make it. I'll make it.
Yeah,
All right, we're gonna do a poll.
Who
Why are
would
so many people
you-
saying ignoble?
Yeah,
Eiffel
this is
Tower
crazy.
with
Ignoble kind of
question
popping
mark.
off in chat right
I'm
now.
a
This
5'8",
is his moment.
140-pound fuck machine. All right.
It's because it's his month, okay? It's his
3.5
month.
miles
I think
an hour,
me and
bitch.
PJ are in first right now for most people saying us. You're not the Eiffel. You're the
All right.
tower.
We're giving it
Yo,
1
that
minute.
emote's sick.
Oh, there's already a poll. Okay.
Good luck, everybody.
All right,
I
let's
believe
do
All
in
it.
you.
right,
got
the
this.
poll is live. I voted for myself because I've always wanted to fucking just get
I'll vote for
freaky with
myself, too.
my
Fuck
like
it.
twin.
I
you know,
voted
like-
for
Damn,
ignoble.
Holy
Damn!
What the fuck?
God!
What is
There's
happening?
no way, dude.
Oh, you made it so you can.
9 votes?
You made it so you can vote with channel points. This is rigged,
Oh,
bro.
someone's-
I can just keep
Come
voting for
Someone's
myself.
That's some
scamming,
bullshit.
bro.
No,
That's
no,
scam,
no.
bro.
This is cool. This is cool.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
All right, okay, delete this poll, bro. Delete. I'm reporting this poll. I can report it. I'm
Hey,
reporting
man.
this poll.
Scam.
Fuck
I'm
you,
putting,
dude.
I'm putting.
Dude, it is
terrorism.
Tasty's live stream. You
No, I
can vote with channel points, and he has 7.
Dude, people just fucking me, bro, and I be fucking and shit, dude.
I'm
You know,
coming
just-
back. I'm coming back. I'm making
Oh,
a
Prince
comeback.
and Joe's
I'm making
coming
a
in.
comeback. I'm coming.
No
Fuck.
way.
You know what, I'll vote for
only
you.
vote.
Fuck
I
it.
can only
Ain't
vote
no way
once.
he's getting past me,
Turn
bro.
left. Let's go.
Ain't
That's
no.
what I'm talking
Whoa,
about.
what?
That's
What?
I'm talking about, baby. Come
Yo,
on.
what the fuck?
PJ, dude.
Yo.
We have an
we're
Oiler
winning.
who's dumping the points. That's what's going on.
I'm a delicate man. Do you want Prison Joe's stench all over you, or do you want my
I'm
delicate
gonna
little
match your.
fingertips?
I'm gonna match your energy. This little guy here is not matching your energy. You have to match his energy. You know, I'm up to you. Whatever you're
I'm
putting
like a
out,
little
I'm coming
rabbit,
with you.
bro. I will fuck that shit like a fucking, I got you.
He got some jackhammer energy in him. It's true.
Yeah. You see these hips, baby? They're mobile as fuck.
I'm pulling away, bro.
He
I'm
does
pulling
yoga.
away.
Ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way.
Some Prison Joe Dick Rider out there. Shout out to you.
Pick Hamsey
Shout out.
even though he's not there. Dude, I feel like me and Hamsey would run a solid train. Like I feel like the vibe, the wavelength is similar.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. No, that's true.
Yo, Waba, shut up, man. Don't worry about it.
Oh, it looks like PJ has won with 909 votes.
That's
wow,
Ain't
crazy.
no
A
fucking
lot of
way,
people,
dude.
a lot of people watching the Pack
921.
podcast today.
My God,
Wow,
yeah.
huge.
Uncle, hey, Uncle, thanks. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
240
That's crazy.
channel points. Or was that on me? That was probably on Ignoble. Who'd you spend that on, Uncle? What the fuck, bro?
That's really kind. That's really, really kind.
Nice. Honestly, I'm happy. You know what? Second place is fine. At least I'm not like
Yo,
fucking Tasty.
shout out
Literally,
Hexo,
Tasty
dude.
had 2 votes on his own fucking
Sorry,
channel,
T-Pop,
bro.
I
Come on. Like,
Dude, all I know is I know who I'm picking, bro. I'm picking
Is this the
Hexo.
real poll?
Is this a vote once?
Ignoble
Oh,
Is
this
this
is
a
a real
real
poll.
poll? Oh, there's a real poll. Okay, well,
oh, what?
I'm gonna vote
Man.
Ignoble.
Vote once. I'm out to an
voting
early lead,
Ignoble
but
now.
you know,
Everybody vote
Good
for
luck,
T
everyone.
Papa.
I'll just be excited
Ignoble-
for a second.
They always do, Ty. They always do.
Yeah,
I voted
yeah.
Ignoble this time.
I'm just gonna vote T-Pop. I feel bad for him. I'll let him get a little action.
Yeah, feel bad for me, guys. Vote me. I'll take the pity votes.
No, I'm
so
getting
sad.
0 pity votes actually, which is weird because I would like to pity
T-Pop is gonna
actually.
screenshot
You're
this,
getting
send it to his
destroyed.
wife, be like,
I'm
"Look
getting
at all these
rocked,
people."
bro.
Yeah.
Just because I have mid dick does not mean I'm not a sensual lover. Okay.
I feel like if anything,
You
that
know?
would be better because then
Yeah,
the
mid-
other
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
person-
I make you look good.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
what else could you want, really?
Thank you.
I would fuck
Yassine.
you guys, chat. Thank you. I appreciate this. This is nice. I would.
Oh, if you heard it
fuck
here
did
first
Ant
in
type?
Las TwitchCon Las Vegas.
Yeah,
fucking
wait,
fan.
Max, you got a
Fucking
fucking
fan challenge.
linguini dick, right? Or linguini balls or some shit. What's going on?
I have a hydrocell. My degree has nothing to do with this, okay? That does not affect my fucking performance, okay?
You got
Sometimes I-
hydrocell? Is it like Megamind in your balls? What is
Yeah,
that?
it's like a third little ball, basically, like a tiny little third ball, more or less.
That's concerning.
Yeah, I would get that
Yeah, I
checked.
just- well, I did. That's what they said. You just gotta. It's fuck you. That's all.
Is it like a pimple which you can like pop like a
No.
and it squirts everywhere? Is this like,
No.
oh.
Well, like medically, what it is there's a leak in the cord, and so like it basically fluid flows out of the cord and just makes like a little pocket of.
Your vas deferens is what
stuff?
has the hole in it.
I
Your
think-
cum is
I don't
all
know.
wrong, dude. That's not how it's
There-
supposed to work.
I don't.
You're not
there's
doing something
there's
right.
something going on in there. I don't know what it is. I can.
Yeah.
You can.
Yeah, visual learner, bro. Come on,
If
man.
I can just like pull it out real quick. Yeah, if you
I
guys
think
have
we should do
healthy
it.
nuts, if you have healthy nuts in the chat, do not take that for granted. Okay, that is one of the best things in the world.
That's
Having
true.
a working
Yeah.
penis.
My
Shout out,
penis
man.
works. Okay, I just have to take a couple pills, but it works.
Shout the blue
We'll
pill.
get there in the long run.
Oh, if we're gonna do a drunk cast, we got to do a Viagra cast too.
That's true. That's fair.
Hell yeah!
I need to try. I need to see
Zoe,
what
will
it's
you,
like.
Zoe, will you take some Viagra?
Of course, I need
What is
to
it?
know what it's like.
Oh my god, that would be
Okay, this may be a
so
silly
fun.
fucking question. What does it do to women?
Well,
Give
I
some
think
boners. What do you
You're
mean?
literally the doctor here. What do you mean?
Yeah, you're the
Tell
doctor. Okay,
us.
so
The fuck?
the point
I'm
of
Googling
Viagra,
it.
right,
Jamie's
is to
on
increase
it.
the blood flow
Jamie.
in the penis, right? But I don't think you can
Yeah.
increase blood flow in just like one region. So I feel like it's just like increasing your blood
coochie
flow.
hard.
So
I
I feel
think
like it would be like I don't know.
it erects your clitoris. It's
I feel like it would make you like kind of warm and
Yep.
like kind of
Yeah,
ready
thank
to
you, thank
get
you.
moving.
I like that idea. Zoe takes Viagra and we all take estrogen and like cry and
That's
get
a good
emotional.
yeah, we just get real emotional together.
Zoe's like yelling at us like, "You fucking pussy,
Yo,
shut up!"
quick Google search states it may cause more sensitivity and stimulation, causing the person taking it to be more aroused.
Come
women,
on,
really?
airfryer.
Yeah,
Jesus.
it
Wow.
functions.
I mean, it's a similar.
We'll have like some
Actually,
like, just some vibes going. It'll be like some group sex type deal.
The question
Get a
is,
little
can
freaky.
you mix Viagra with alcohol? And if so, can we
Yes.
just do the drunk cast on Viagra?
Oh my god.
that would
That'd be
be
insane.
wild.
That's a collab right there. That's a fucking collab.
Alcohol
Drunk,
X
horny,
Viagra.
And my dick works when I'm on alcohol. That's crazy. That would be wild. That would be a wild fucking cast.
Apparently, Viagra was originally and is still used for pulmonary hypertension.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's
You've
for-
given Viagra to babies?
the thing actually it's a vasodilator, so it fucking makes you have more blood.
Where
flow
was
in
this
your body.
information like 5 minutes ago?
Yeah, man.
What
you're
I
the
look like a
doctor.
fucking doctor or something, bro?
Yeah,
Yes,
you do.
you
You look
do.
exactly like a doctor, actually.
All right, okay, fine, fuck you guys. So
Or a
I
lawyer.
think I did say this before, but the Viagra was found because it was initially used as like that, as I said, a vasodilator. What would happen is people have constricted vessels because all the fat and shit in them. They gave it to old people, and turns out these old ass dudes had fucking really hard dicks after they took this medicine.
Twitter
and then they
question.
changed it to be like, this is now a dick pill instead of something to do that shit.
That's based.
That is based. That's very cool.
And on that note, thanks for watching.
Yeah, I think we're good. I put this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, do I
If you can fade it out. If you
Just
enjoy,
wait?
if you enjoyed the podcast,
wave?
type 1, and if you hated the podcast, also type 1. In the comments on YouTube as well. Bye guys, love you. Good night.
Goodbye.
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 Bye.